Hi, we're back. It's been a solid week. No more gaming. Holidays are over.
It's been 1 week since they looked at us.
you gamed. You
Yes.
gamed. Good, got it. But as we get back into the swing of things, we actually left our group here in Waterdeep with a whole lot of stuff going on. So as we get today started, we're going to have our usual recap, and I've actually asked one of our players to talk to the rest of the team about some things they can do in between sessions using Adventures League rules to try out different rules elements and to make sure that they're getting the play experience that they're looking for. So I turn this over to our bard.
Singing bard, is that correct?
Do we have a song today?
Oh.
We do have a song today.
We're gonna
Yeah?
do a recap.
I need to get a new harp string, so there will not be a music accompaniment. And my
Wait, like, is that a real thing? Like, you have a harp that you would play?
I do. I have a lap harp, and I do. And I tried to get Picklewitz to play the music for me, and he of
Reds
course
just don't
had
train like they used to.
So
he had a 4-martini breakfast, so that one's under the table, quite literally. And I'm gonna have to do this a cappella, which is really uncomfortable.
Do you want me to like make a beat, like clapping?
We can all like close our eyes and look away.
No, it's okay.
That's how that works.
Don't mind the
I think.
cameras.
Yes. Yeah. Ignore the cameras, but we'll all look away.
Just everyone cover your eyes and ears.
All right. All right, everyone. Cover your ears so the bard's not self-conscious.
Just promise.
Cover
It's
your
okay.
ears.
It's a very fancy song, and I feel like it really goes with like the theme of like what we're doing here.
I'm
and,
expecting like alternative screamo to happen right now.
I'm
that's-
in. Can you make this sound like Fall Out Boy?
It's a little too hillbilly for this. We're gonna throw this back to
Cotton Eye Joe?
Close. This is actually a Scruggs song.
Ah.
A what?
So you should be able to recognize it in a couple. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Okay. All right.
Let me tell you all a story about our little crew. Got ourselves in an inn and we don't know what to do. It's broken and it's filthy, but we're gonna make it home. But it looks as if we don't live here alone. Spirits, that is. Hostess with the mostest. Well, the first thing we do is we looked into some guilds, paid Miss Kai to oversee the build. Agnes got us all a job while looking for her name.
This is real. This is real.
Which got us in a fight with some crazy magic hands. Warlocks, that is. Spark paws for no pay.
Spark Paws. I like that.
The PI has his purpose and we have our battle scars. Now we're gonna get along and open up this bar. But first we got invited to the Grand Ole Opry.
Nice.
So we're going out tonight in our fancy finery. So y'all stick around now, you hear?
Wow.
So, yeah, you got inspiration.
And I'm really sad because the two ones I was gonna do before that I had to scrap those ideas because I have other ones for next time.
The only thing that would have
That's
made
the
that
best way to
better was
start.
like a strumming
And
ukulele.
that was so.
Yeah.
And my son wouldn't let me borrow his ukulele because he was really afraid I wasn't gonna take good care of it. Good on him.
It was amazing. I don't recognize the Fall Out Boy song.
So all
that
I've
like the
got to
B-side
say
thing?
is I will never have as much talent as you. And thank you for bringing me to that emotional level so early in our stream today. I'm glad that we've established that. But yes.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you.
Really good.
Expectations are high now for every recap, I believe.
Hey, can we give you song requests to remix? Okay.
Yeah, I do kind
I
of
got
want to
you.
because I want to stick with the Fistful Platinum theme song, and so I do want to do Green Acres once we actually do a little more on the house.
Do you like Green?
Okay.
Yeah, and some Johnny Cash songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we move on, that was awesome. Thank you. I have actually written down Spark Paws for Warlocks. I will probably be using that in some.
I love it. Yeah.
Alan's like, that's mine now, thanks.
It's ours. It's shared. Cool. Thank you. Jesse, do you want to talk a little bit about some rebuilding and some things that our players can do in between sessions to make sure they're getting the play experience they want?
And
Yeah,
can you do it
so-
in song form, please?
I will also
This
accept
okay, yeah, no, I can do this in song. This is freestyle alternative. I learned this in community college in Ann Arbor.
Awesome.
So you'll have to really open up your mind. It's called spoken word. But yeah, no. So AL is super cool and flexible because, let's say you have these characters, these awesome characters that we've been playing for. This will be our 4th session now. But let's say let's say that Agnes here, you're just being a human sucks because being a human does suck.
Oh.
By the way,
Oh.
being a human sucks. If you haven't figured that out up until this point in your
Well, I
life.
don't want to be a human now.
Right. So Agnes says she doesn't want to be a human now. So what would you like to be?
I want to be a Goblin.
Yep. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're going with that. So you want to be a goblin?
Why
now.
do you seem skeptical? I'm sure they make good things.
Hey, what's wrong with goblins?
I was confirming.
Goblins are welcome
Treasure.
at my table.
I was confirming in a sarcastic way. It's spoken word again. You wouldn't understand.
Oh.
So, but yeah. So let's say you're like, I really like this character, but I really wish I would have made her a goblin. I think that would have been totally awesome. Well, Adventures League goes, hey, we totally understand that ragrats happen, and up until level 5, you can rebuild anything about your character except for their name. So, like, if you wanted to change to be a goblin, if you wanted to be a goblin freaking sorcerer, have at it, buddy. That might, obviously, you'll have to work with your party and your DM to sort of, flex out your old character and bring in your new one to, like, keep that immersion. So it's not just like, I woke up and I'm a goblin today, which, I mean, hey, if that's what you like, rock and roll. But yeah, so that's totally an option.
Crazy.
Or like if you, let's say, we just we're probably going to hit level 3, or we will be hitting level 3 pretty soon. Let's say you take an archetype at level 3 and you go, this sucks. I don't like this one. It's not what I thought it was. Go back and change it up until level 5. As soon as you play a session of level 5, you're locked in, can't change anything. But if before that something happens and you want to change, absolutely go for it.
That's very cool. Can you change your +1 then?
Yes.
Yeah,
as well?
absolutely. Yeah.
You can change
so yeah, like
everything
let's
about the
say,
character.
so like I'm playing Marcellus. He's a tiefling of base. Let's say that I decide I messed up and I really want to take, I don't know, a spell out of Xanathar's or something. So I could revert back, change him to a player's handbook tiefling, and then take Xanathar's as my +1 and rebuild him to take that spell that I wanted.
That's very cool.
As long as it doesn't hit level 5. And like that's what's cool, because that way, maybe you have a couple ideas you want to try, you can flex within your levels, and eventually you'll find a character that works for you and you're happy playing at those higher level content.
Which
It's
is the most
also-
important thing.
It's also important to note that anything you've earned comes with you. So
Yes.
if you've earned story awards through certain adventures, any gold that you've
Yeah, your launch
accumulated,
sheets all stay the same.
your advancement and treasure checkpoints come with you. Any magic items that you've purchased or otherwise acquired, those travel forward with you. You don't get a refund on those things because you keep that status, but you can change your defining elements, your race, your class, your choice of +1 supplement.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's very
And the
cool.
other thing is, kind of going along with that, in between sessions, there's a lot that you can do, even while we're playing through like a hardcover like this. The player's handbook has a whole section of things you can buy. At any time, basically, you can spend character gold to buy or sell items out of the general store that is the player's handbook,
Right.
without having to take roleplay time to say, I go to the general store and I spend 13 gold and da-da-da-da-da.
I negotiate with the old guy behind the counter.
Which you can totally
I need
do.
you to knock off 3 copper.
Yeah. But like, I realized that I was being an intelligent human being and I built my warlock to have a mace in the first session because that's smart. That's not smart. That's really bad. I was dumb. So I sold that mace like an intelligent human being and I bought a rapier, which is a much more fitting weapon for a warlock. So like there's lots of other things you can do, all of which are detailed in the Adventures League Player's Guide, which you can find on DM's Guild or dndadventuresleague.org. Do you like that? I didn't even rehearse that.
Yeah,
I just
nice.
That was
I just
That was
know
a good
that
plug.
because it's burned into my brain because I
Right.
tell people about it every day at the store. But yeah, so like all that information's available, and it's like I think the Player's Guide's like a 4 or 5 page or like front and back page packet. It's not a whole lot of info, and it's all right there. And if there's something in there you're missing or something's not making sense, the Adventures League FAQ is another great resource to look through to find out what you can and can't do if you're thinking if you want to do something. If it's still not there, every week in the D&D Adventures League Facebook group, Amy Durza posted Tech Thoughts, which is a new piece she's doing, which is like a weekly update in the online group. The AL admins will do #AL_admin to make like a new ruling if people ask. And those are sort of clumped there so you can reference those.
A lot of those tend to be like niche rulings.
Yeah.
And things. They don't necessarily impact the entire campaign, but it may impact a subset of players or one specific event. It's handy to look up, but really, like Jesse's saying, the core documentation is enough to get you up and moving.
If you want to dig, there's things to dig through.
Right.
And worst comes to worst, ask your DM, or like I said, there's lots of online resources to get the answers you're looking for. So, so that's the thing is, AL is super flexible and it lets you play what you want to play. And if you regret it, it's not like we're going to hold you to it. We want you to have fun.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I know, it might not seem like it, but I do want you to have fun. And
So-
Alan does too. I
Yes,
think.
absolutely. And I hope that we're all having fun so far.
I haven't died yet.
We can change that if you like.
Right.
There may be a necromancer coming. I'm just saying. So as you level up, when you spend your advancement checkpoints and you go from level 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and so on, there's a certain amount of gold that you get that just represents, like what you've accumulated throughout your adventures and such. Now, in your adventures, you may find that somebody you've just defeated has a small pouch of coins or a gem or something like that. That's not really considered permanent treasure as far as the organized play campaign goes, because depending on the adventure you're running, like that can balloon and get out of scale very quickly. Mm-hmm. Instead, what I'd like to challenge you guys with is that those funds that you find, those coins, those gems, whatever, use that as like your bribe money. You throw a couple of coins to an urchin on a street corner and they're like, hey buddy, keep an ear out. Mm-hmm. Use that as your petty cash, your funny money.
Roleplay money.
Your roleplay money,
we
right?
totally could have done that last time instead of splitting the party.
Yeah.
We love splitting up though. We get so much accomplished.
Right, you can cover so much more of the city.
And that way,
in like
in between sessions, you're buying a rapier, you're buying a potion of healing with your hard gold that your character earned by leveling up. Yep. You're not spending your hard gold to bribe the urchin on the corner using your roleplay gold.
The easiest way to look at it is think about what task you want to accomplish. Do you want to purchase something that's going to stay with you forever? And in general, if that answer is yes, then you need to use your character's funds. Mm-hmm. If you're just looking to grease the wheels on a bribe or purchase a bridge toll or something, if you've found some cash recently in the adventure, work with your DM, right? And and a lot of that is just commentary for the public, but work with the DM and just be like, hey, we looted this from this other thing earlier. Can I just use that to pay this toll or fine or what have you? And odds are they're probably just going to be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah. Is there any questions on any of that specifically?
No, you did an excellent job, except for telling me that I didn't want to be a human, and then scoffing at being a goblin.
Yeah.
Because apparently,
so I
you
said
have judgment issues.
I do have judgment issues. It's a personal thing at work. It's a life goal, not a resolution. A life goal, because like I said earlier, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. They never hold through. But
Just
life goals that are conveniently scheduled around the start of the new year, that is another story. I have many things against goblins, and if you have time, I'd love to chat with them about them.
Let's set up a debate.
All right. About why goblins are trash race.
There'll be a bonus episode now.
Wow. Whoa. Those are some harsh words.
I have hard feel. Me and my superior tiefling character. I'm gonna wave my horns over here and see in the dark and stuff and not
You can
die.
always rebuild later.
Yeah, it's true.
Last session.
Yeah, last session. Last session, we all show up with brand new rebuild characters.
I swear to God, if we all show up with goblins.
We're all goblins except Justin.
Thanks. Marcellus shows up and he goes, "Oh, this is just absolutely terrible. Oh, there's Momo here too?
Oh,
Great."
look, goblins, have a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I might take 5 guys. Bye. All right, so we were killing something violently, I believe.
No, we were sleeping.
Oh.
Well, I was sleeping on the ground, unconscious, bleeding out. So
yes.
The rest of you were sleeping normal.
When we broke off at the end of last session, what was our most recent event?
Yeah, can we recap? Can we do a flashback of that song just again? Can we reference like little 6-second splits of that song as things happen?
In stanza 6.
Roll it.
If you all open up your Magpie's Guide to Songs to Sing in Waterdeep, page 34, subsection C, you'll see today's recap song. And if you follow along, we will now begin sparkling music cutscene. Whoa.
Right.
I'm actually trying to figure out what exactly we were trying to figure out.
There was the House of Inspired Hands that I heard clanking noises at.
We dropped off the people. See, that's just that everybody was split up. So I know we were doing.
I think we all ended up back at the house, and we were all.
You had all decided to reconvene.
Yeah.
You had.
We had just left the
for 5 minutes so that we could establish that we were going to split the party again.
You guys had attended to the potential gang fight up in Field Ward.
Yes.
You had thwarted the attack on Vincent's residence, the private detective, right? The private investigator.
Also, possibly and probably some sort of mass murder psychopath.
He could be.
I mean,
right?
Maybe.
It's possible. Anything's possible. Waterdeep's a big
Maybe
city.
he's just a really pale-skinned individual that enjoys the metallic tang of blood. You don't know.
And serial killing.
Maybe he's just a human, you know?
He had a very
Maybe he's just a blood-sucking human, not a vampire. He's a lawyer.
I'll get that. But yeah, Vincent is, he was very grateful for what you had done. But you guys had a couple of options ahead of you. You saw the broadsheet, which is up on the wall back there.
The puppy.
You were all excited about the concept of possibly going and rescuing the dog, but it is getting late in the day.
It is.
We
have the opera tonight.
You have the invitation to the opera. And what's the big draw to the opera? Who are you meeting there?
You got the invite, yo.
We all got the invite. It just landed on my shoulder.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Physically, is that like a fancy worded invite, or is that a?
It was a tweet.
Oh.
It was pretty much.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because it was a
Okay.
paper bird.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
alright.
a paper bird. It was a tweet.
Tweet at us.
It says, Rainier tells us you are a good bet, not good boy.
Good boy. You're a good boy.
Good bet.
Oof.
He bought you tickets to the opera tonight out at the Light Singer Theater in the C Ward. If you're interested, meet Mert at intermission. Private box C. Formal attire is required for admittance.
Yep.
Wait.
So,
Okay.
Mert, his presence here in Waterdeep is no secret. Anyone who has spent any small number of days here knows that the city of Waterdeep is governed by the masked lords, right? The coin lords. Their identities are held secret, except for Mert, who makes it real public that he is one of the lords of Waterdeep. He's a charismatic individual, a former adventurer, who really, at this point in his life, really knows his way around the buffet and the bar, sometimes at the same time. He is a big dude. And he is very passionate about making sure that everyone knows what his position is here in the city. So the invitation to that opera, if you have been invited to meet with Mert directly,
It's a big deal?
it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You guys have been involved in some things around the city already, making a little name for yourself.
Yeah, it must not be that big of a deal though, because he only wants us to come for the second half of the show. He wants to meet at intermission.
I am sure we can see
But they
the
have
first
procured
half of the
tickets
show.
and seats
not like
for
he
the
got us
entire
back.
production.
Oh, I get it now. I used my brain just now. It began to work.
We just see him
Netflix.
during intermission. We're there the entire time.
I definitely was like, wait, so we just show up at intermission and go, hey, we're here for like the last half, spoiler alert.
DM, it fails to say here what the show is.
It's in Giant. I remember that.
Yes, it is in Giant.
I got that written down.
Give me just a
It's an
moment.
It is
opera,
the fall
right?
of Tiamat.
It is.
The fall of
Oh, that
Tiamat.
was
Yes.
it. Yeah, never
Yeah.
mind. You did say
In
that
Giant.
at some point.
In Giant.
The name of the show is The Fall of Tiamat. It's an opera that is sung in Giant, describing the evil dragon queen's defeat at the Well of Dragons.
I
There's
like it.
probably some symbolism there, but
Could be.
We don't get paid enough to read into symbolism.
Especially when it's in Giant.
Especially
Yeah.
when, yeah. Do you speak Giant? I don't speak Giant.
So are we,
We are putting on our fancy fineries and going to the party.
okay.
We need to go buy fancy finders.
You can
I
acquire
mean,
it.
some of us
Yeah.
might.
We procure them from a dusty, moth-ridden
Right.
box that we procure from the bottom of Troll Skull Manor in
It's gotta be
a
a-
very upbeat, oversung cutscene that we will, and then we all like it's like this like montage of us like throwing clothes, and I throw one and it lands on Magpie, and we all go. Like while there's like
I feel pretty.
yeah,
Oh, so
and then like
pretty.
we put like Otter in a dress that's way too short, and he
No.
comes out and he's like Otter mad, and then it's like
It's-
all of us like
It doesn't
pointing
have
and
to be
laughing
a dress.
again.
At that point, it might just be a kilt.
oh
Yeah.
yeah
See?
okay. So
Kilt I'm
Otter,
good
you
with.
wear
I'm
nothing
good with
but a
kilt.
kilt.
I mean,
Otter
you're-
wears
you're
exclusively a
Goliath.
kilt.
Yep.
Goliaths might wear kilts. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It
It
does.
does.
Yeah.
I
I
see
think it's
it.
very fitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Form fitting.
There.
What's your
Woo.
scoring?
So as
It's
we
a rabbit
are
scoring.
as we are going through our dress and play montage here in Troll Skull Manor, Otter, your friends over at the metal workshop.
Yes,
Yes, you remember them.
I do.
You do.
Embrick and
They
Yes.
they have said that they are working on some of the things that have been requested, but they have a couple of things for you.
We have things.
things.
So
I will run right over.
Things.
They only have 4 of these, but they seem very, very pleased with them.
Oh wow!
So they hand you these little these metal discs that have basically like little belt loop, little keychain things on them, and they say that if you take them apart,
Can they?
There, they gave him to use.
they say that this is a trinket of their own design. These are what they call Tavern cups,
Ah.
collapsible shot glasses for the
Very
adventurer
cool.
on the go.
Man, their shots are huge.
Cheers.
He's a Goliath. They made it all for him.
Wake up!
So I was like, how do we decide who gets these? And in my head, I was like, ha ha ha, the youngest person doesn't get one. And then in my head, I was like,
That's you.
I'm pretty sure that's me. So who's the oldest person? They don't get one. Ha ha
Probably me.
ha. Well, see, the joke there is that nobody wants to say how
Very
old they are,
cool.
so
Yeah,
no one
I
will
like
say
that.
anything, so then no one will argue when I take all 4.
So yeah, they hand you these. They say that the base is built on to keep things steady, as you might need during a visit to your local establishment.
Fantastic.
And this is something they can produce en masse for our.
They could produce more for you. They say that they've engraved a sample image on the top. Since this is Troll Skull Manor, is the common name that it's known by, and they know that you're opening a tavern, they just call it Troll Skull Tavern.
Right.
Because you haven't told anybody what you are actually going to name this place yet.
Right. Wasn't it
Picklewitz's
Pints?
Pints.
You had a couple options.
What was our, if you
Picklewitz's
can't
Pints.
say the name, you're too drunk to be here.
You had Hugs and Chugs, Chen's Industries.
Chen's Industries sounds
we
like
were so-
maliciously.
so delicious.
Not to shoot back to what I think I brought it up last episode too, but it's very InGen, very like Jurassic Park, like biological warfare.
Right.
We don't brew drinks here. We brew people.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun, yeah, fun. That's what the kids call it these days.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Picklewitz's Pints is
I think
pretty
that's my
pickle-tastic.
vote.
Okay.
Perfect.
No, that's good.
Can we
I
get
like
these remade?
So yeah, can we
Alan, with
return these
Picklewitz's
because they
Pints?
have a.
I'll
You have to be careful. You have to
definitely,
finish your drink. You don't set it down that way.
Yeah, but a good adventurer never lets a drink
That's
go
true.
unattended.
Yeah.
Picklewitz's Pints.
Roll initiative.
Oh, those are
I think we
cool.
could probably spend like an entire session merchandising Picklewitz's Pints. We could make this happen.
Because
We
I'm
could
sure
totally
it
make
would be
this
a
happen.
great stream.
Yeah, it would
People
be.
love it.
And today on Fistful of Platinums, we'll be
I
talking
wanna
about
get this
Business
time.
Economics 101.
Yeah.
Please, again.
Just imagine one of you with the Always Sunny in Philadelphia conspiracy board.
Yes.
Economics
That's
and
me.
Waterdeep.
And this is why you have to have collectible coasters.
It all comes back to Mert and the yawning portal.
Oh my gosh, it does. It really does.
I will thank them graciously,
Yeah.
Embrick and Avi, and we would like to put a large order in with Picklewitz's Pints adorned on all of these. We shall be opening
Eventually.
shortly.
Sir,
Soon.
soon TM.
6 to 12 months of renovation on the home, but we'll open the tavern in 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, Kai has also been by. Remember your person who goes and interfaces with the
manager.
various guilds. She has said that she's made a little more progress. She's not expecting it to take as long as you might be thinking. She gives you a chart full of prices and as expected timelines. She said that she can work with the guilds on your behalf if you are going to retain her services for the next month. She says that she doesn't expect this to be any more than a 4 to 6 week project.
Great.
I love it.
I suppose we can afford 4 to 6 more weeks of pay for Kai.
Contractors coming in under time. Shocking.
when does that ever happen, right?
We're not to punch out yet. Give us some time.
But yeah, I think
apparently you are starting to build a little bit of goodwill, and your recent interactions against the Zentarum have brokered some interest from other local merchants who are now willing to invest a little bit.
Wow.
So they'll offset whatever initial startup costs that Volo's not going to cover.
Great.
So
Perfect.
yeah, starting to make yourselves community figures.
that's a
Word
lot of
travels
peer
fast in
pressure.
Waterdeep, doesn't it?
Do you get to heal if you take a short rest? Like, could
You
we take
can.
a short rest
Yeah, because you're napping,
before
right?
or after dressing or something
Yeah.
like that?
You'd have time for a short rest here
Okay.
because you've had a pretty full day of activity so far.
I'm still not bleeding very
Well,
badly.
you can spend
but like...
during your rest. You can spend your hit dice.
Okay.
I think
So
during
you roll your hit die and you add your con bonus, and that's how many hit points you get.
Yeah, so you can pick how many you want to roll. You don't have to roll all 3.
And they don't refresh until I have a long rest.
Correct.
Right.
And then you
Okay.
add, so whatever, if you rolled 1 die 8, it'd be 1 die 8, and
Okay.
then plus 2 for your combo.
Alright.
so during the finery montage, Agnes is just like napping on
Just-
the
yeah,
chase.
yeah.
In a sling with broken ribs.
I
just
just
like, okay.
I imagine that like this chest that
She's
he's
really
pulling all
not
these
enjoying
costume
this.
pieces
I
out
don't
of,
know
and
why.
Agnes is like curled up in the chest,
Whoa.
covered
Yeah,
with like
yeah, everyone's throwing
there's like,
stuff
yeah,
on
there's
her.
like a cloak, and someone
Yeah.
someone somehow stole like an exact replica of Volo's hat and like threw it dramatically, and it like landed perfectly on her head.
Yeah.
And then the laughter track played in the background. Yeah,
Oh,
no, it was good. It was good
not
stuff.
a canned laugh track.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
The laugh track that was what is that? The
It's
pop-
just, it's a spirit. It's
Well,
our
at
little
this
like
point-
house spirit just giggling in the
It's-
background.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
laugh
That'll
track.
be your half-elf poltergeist
Yeah.
bartender.
Yeah.
Live, yeah.
Yep, just
Yes.
like that.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. So this like happy, like go lucky, like I don't know, like Happy Days montage just turned into like
So
a cutscene
creepy.
from like American Horror Story. Oh, the house is talking again, children. It's making fun of our dying friend.
Well, at least it's not the circus in Florida.
Yeah. All right. So I start drinking early.
Bloody Marys.
Yeah, Bloody Marys at 3 o'clock.
I rolled amazing too, so when I wake up from my nap, I'm like magically like, holy crap, guys! Like I have a shine to me.
Okay.
I'm glowing. My ribs are like back into place for some reason.
Still within the montage, you do like a Disney like cartoon thing where you like dive somehow unnormally deep into this chest that totally shouldn't go that deep, and you pop back out already dressed and like yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Works for me.
I got it. I will animate everything out loud. Yes. Don't worry.
Excellent. So you have you've spent almost the entire day at this point. You have just enough time to set out of here and grab a cart and head down to Dockward.
Yeah.
Or the Seaward.
Okay.
Dockward would be a different opera.
Dockward would be a very different opera. But you can head over to Seaward. So here towards the western portion, northwestern portion of Waterdeep.
Are you guys bringing your weapons on this thing?
Yes.
We're in like fine clothes. Are you gonna bring, like, a giant
So here,
hiding daggers.
Here, so that's totally Gucci. But
I think daggers are Gucci.
or no, that was a
They're
blue
Gucci daggers.
Yeah.
Gucci daggers.
Well, if you're
for
concerned
the
about
opera.
like bringing your weapons and such with you, consult the code league.
Yeah, so the thing is, we were going to like a fancy like plaything, and I don't know how many fancy playthings you've been to, but I can't honestly remember the last time I saw someone wielding a battle axe at one that wasn't on the stage.
I'm gonna discreetly do my daggers. I don't know what part of here I'm breaking. I'm sure I'm breaking something.
I'm sure you are.
I'm sure I'm breaking the rules somewhere.
I can't find it.
Your Waterdeep urchin.
Mm-hmm.
That would be you. She can tell you that the Late Singer Theater is a fairly high-end establishment. So
I mean, if they find it, you're getting kicked out.
Openly displaying armor and weapons and such.
So the kilt chain shirt combo is a no.
No, that's
Well, I mean,
stylish.
you do get your ceremonial dagger,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
has to be sheathed and tied.
Right.
Yeah,
Peace tide.
but
Alright.
openly displaying your full array of
Alright, I'm only
murderous
gonna
implements
bring
is probably
my
not.
daggers.
So I think the plan here
You're
is...
also a rogue, so you could probably fit like 16 daggers in each boot.
Mhm.
So I think that's required as
So
a rogue.
I know we were talking earlier about going to the opera and then going to rescue the dog, but I think we'll probably...
Opera will be done pretty much at midnight.
Right, so we need to go to the opera, then come back and
Sleeps for the week.
sleep at the manor.
Sleeps for the
Yeah,
week.
that dog has made it so far. It'll make it one more night.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeps for the week.
Excellent. To the opera!
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Sleeps
Yeah.
not for the week. So quick question though.
Yeah.
Did we actually level up yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Need a long rest.
That's important because at level 3, I get to make a pact weapon,
Mhm.
which determines whether or not I bring a physical weapon to this thing, which means I'm bringing a physical weapon to this thing.
Well, in order to level up, you will need a long rest, and you
Okay.
haven't had that opportunity.
Okay.
I figure we do that after.
Although if the opera
Opera.
sucks...
Yeah.
I might sleep during the opera if it's really bad.
Yeah,
So.
but operas only feel like they're 8 hours long, though. Especially when they're in giant.
Yes.
Okay, so heading over to the Late Singer Theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
We hire a cart because we're fancy.
You are fancy.
Yeah.
Well, with only a little bit of straw in this one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mostly clean. Okay, so you can make your way over there. The opera is exactly what you expect of it. That said, what would you expect of an opera sung in giant?
I'm to be fully
More
enthralled
hugs.
at every moment,
Sure.
because
Right.
it's the most amazing thing Otter's ever seen in his life, and he does speak giant. So
Otter's
the-
experiencing culture for the first time,
Yes.
and it's
I
blowing
am-
his mind.
I got you to
I
say
am
cultural
just
shock.
So most of the performers are human. There is a female Goliath as one of the lead roles, and you do have a couple of dwarves as well.
Hey.
she's
Hey.
wonderful.
Yeah.
She is wonderful.
You want to meet her?
An amazing performance.
I can arrange that.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous.
I look around for the nearest usher.
I'm sure you can find one.
Oh, this is about to turn into a thing. I want to get backstage.
We should let's meet.
Maybe
Do our meeting
after
first.
the
Maybe
opera?
after.
Maybe not
Well,
halfway
yeah, you know
through
what?
the opera?
Thank you for helping me straighten my thoughts. Let's meet Mert, and we'll make Mert take us backstage.
That's good.
Yeah.
He will be a fine introduction.
Between you and me, we will charisma him into showing us backstage. Please, please, Mr. Sir, important man. I rolled a measly 16. Take pity upon my soul. So, how good are our seats? That's very important.
They're not all the way up front, but they're pretty decent.
Okay.
I imagine it's an amazingly extravagant production.
It's
It's
over
the
the
fall
top.
of Tiamat. It's
Is it
it's
a paper
like
mache
Lion King on
Tiamat?
Broadway.
Oh.
No,
Is it a real Tiamat?
No, there's illusion magic
Oh, okay.
being employed. There are some things that have been crafted. What do we have for? Is anyone proficient in religion?
I'm sure I am. Yes.
I would hope so.
Aren't you a
Yes.
cleric?
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
So there are some mechanical contraptions as well. You recognize those as being something that the faithful of Gond, sometimes known as the Wonderbringer, his clergy will sometimes create little automatons, usually made of mostly wood with some metal, gears and sprockets and stuff.
He's a gnome god, right?
Can be for anyone. Primarily
No, but like he is a gnome, as like portrayed, right?
Not
No,
necessarily.
no, okay. Maybe I'm making that up.
He appears differently to different cultures,
Gotcha.
but there are two primary centers of Gond worship. One is over by the Moonsea, and the other one is the Lantern Isles, about halfway between Waterdeep and the Jungle of Chalton.
I am oohing and eyeing through the whole production, and I'm like, Agnes, look, automatons.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
And I just keep looking
So
left and right. And I'm like, what did they say?
What the illusion
does that
magic
mean?
doesn't cover, there are automatons that are actually moving and making like the individual heads of Tiamat move and snap open and shut.
Very cool.
I like they can do all that, but they don't have subtitles.
No, why would there be subtitles?
I don't speak giant.
That's not cultured.
Just watch the action. You'll figure it out.
I people watch the majority of the time. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
I want to see if I can look up at box C and see if I can spot the person
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
meeting with.
Spot Mert?
It's,
I need
it's
to-
not hard to spot.
No,
Mert.
it's not.
We've
hard to
met
spot.
Bert, right?
No.
No. Oh, we met Volo.
You met Volo.
Can
What-
I see his facial expression?
Yeah.
What is it?
He's enjoying something.
All right. He doesn't look,
He's
like,
somewhat
bothered
paying
or
attention to the
stressed or
show, but
anything?
it looks like he's speaking to someone else in the box.
Okay.
Can we
Does
tell
it
us?
say who?
I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
who
you're
it's
enamored
not.
with this production.
Yeah.
What's the other person in his box look like?
You can't see anyone else, not from this angle.
Okay.
But like Mert is kind of leaning on the railing from his big box seat. Whoever he's speaking to, he's turning his head and sort of looking behind. You're not sure who it is.
Maybe it's one of those lords that actually, cares about people.
Could be.
What? What are those?
Right. So we get to intermission, and what do we do?
I'd say we'd probably head to the
That
appointed
was
meeting
amazing.
spot.
That
Oh,
Can't
Are
wait
you-
to see what happens next.
I can't wait till the second
You know-
act. It's amazing.
I know. Yeah, he's told me a lot.
I think I saw a bar up the road. If you want to like split.
I'm not sticking around. I know
Yeah.
half this cast. I hate every single
Wait,
one
we
of
have
them.
to meet Mert though.
No, we
correct?
can do that, but spoiler alert: everyone dies. Sorry, buddy. Let's go find Mert.
Damn it.
And I'll just like start looking around for Mert.
That's not very.
I say
nice.
that a lot nicer
That's not.
than I actually say.
Have
I
you
don't
seen this
believe
before?
You shouldn't believe me. What?
Have you seen this before? The
I-
Fall of Tiamat and Giants?
I speak fluent giant, actually.
I will say to you, excellent. Tell me a little bit about yourself in Giant.
I will do a really poor job at trying to like make the noises of the words you said, and then look at you really confidently and being like, now that I've proven myself, and like turn around and look for Mert and go, we can't find Mert right now. Was there like a spot we were supposed to go up to his box and
Yeah.
meet him?
Yes.
We're going
Yeah.
to his private box.
His private
Yeah.
box.
Yep. So you can head out into
I
the
grab
hall,
a
take the
goblet on the
stairs
way.
up, and
A what?
A goblet. I'm sure
Goblet.
like they have people selling goblets of refreshments.
I thought you said goblin.
I thought you said goblin.
That's what I thought too, and I was like, we're going back
Maybe
at
the
this.
goblet's in the head of a goblin. Maybe it's a commemorative one in
They're
the head of a
serving
dragon.
Yeah, so you pay 100 gold for a commemorative goblet because we're at a production, and that's how that goes. The collectible tunics are like 75 gold a piece. Your standard like Walmart fair tunics like 2 silver, you know.
I get you.
But it has the year
Oh,
and the
thank
new
you.
logo design on it for this production.
Mhm.
It's like, I imagine this is like the Rockettes or something. It's like a big winter production they do every year.
I spend my
Waterdeep
gold to
Tour
deck him
1492.
out.
Yes,
so he's like-
exactly.
he's wearing everything with
I'm-
all the commemorative stuff. Like he's got the
I'm
necklace.
full on like
He's got the tunic.
Yeah,
decked
super
out in-
fan.
decked out in souvenir
You
gear.
do remember that we're
and
supposed to be
a
opening up
fine
like a
kilt.
bar sometime soon?
No, I don't
And then we're
remember.
still sleeping in like rotted straw mattresses, but I'm glad you have a commemorative t-shirt.
Right.
I just just imagine Otter going to the souvenir stand.
Yes.
Much like Coming to America.
Waiting impatiently
Is
in
this
line.
enough?
Yes. He drops a sack of gold dragons. Yeah.
I'll take it all.
But remember, we're watching a production, so they'd be like, "That's not even close to enough."
Alright,
So-
let's head up to the box.
Yeah, up to
Yeah,
Mert.
you can head out into the hallway, up the stairs. You see a very familiar face just outside of the entrance to Mert's private box.
Bolo.
No, not Volo.
Thank
Oh
God.
my god.
Rainier Neverember.
That's acceptable.
He is
Ooh.
very...
Hug him again.
Boy.
Yeah, he's
He's my friend.
sort of uncomfortable with it, but yeah, he'll accept it and sort of pat on your back. But he does seem very pleased to see the lot of you here. He is ecstatic that all of you accepted the invitation. And he adds in that you shouldn't worry about the cost of the tickets. It was his father's money anyway. Mert is just inside. We've been having a healthy conversation. I'm glad that you're all here. You should go speak with him.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Can I roll insight to see if he's being not real with us?
Sure.
That's what insight means. I think.
For all you watching at home.
9. I just want to see, is he like
Everything's on the
actually
up and up.
being jovial in a good mood, or is he like putting a front up?
This isn't just
He
some
seems
fancy
pretty
boy.
genuine
This is
here.
our fancy boy.
This is our,
He
oh, we
would not
own this
betray
fancy
us.
boy? Oh, you know,
He's like the first friend we made here.
He's like our top fab.
I forgot that your first friend never betrays you.
Never. Never.
You
It's
should go
true,
back to
except in every
kindergarten
game
and
it's
talk
very
to
English.
Susie and tell her that. No. Sorry, Marcellus is having a really bad flashback right now.
Past lives all
Yeah.
coming back all at once. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, Mert is just inside the box,
Cool.
and Rainier is encouraging you to go in and to spend the next few minutes before intermission is over. Go have a chat.
We walk in.
there we go. Do you walk in adorned with the collectible memorabilia?
Absolutely, of course.
I wanted to make
Proudly.
sure I was envisioning this scene correctly. So we all walk in our finery. We have this nice man there, and
These
then,
seats are amazing.
and
You
then
can see
comes
everything from up
Otter
here.
wearing just like sparkly pins, and
And I
there's
am-
like the sticker pack's been opened and it's everywhere.
I walk up to the edge of the
And
balcony.
he's
I'm
already
looking over,
cracked
going,
one
oh
of
my
the
gosh, you can
collectible
see Agnes. Come
symbols.
here. You can see everything from these
You
seats.
can. They are much better seats.
This is amazing.
Yes. It's. I can't
Hi,
imagine
Mr.
the price
Mert.
of these
Mert
seats.
is just giggling. Mert is a loud individual, and I cannot do his voice justice, but imagine a very thick Scottish-style brogue, just very, very boisterous. But he is ecstatic that all of you have made it here. He says that, Otter, you look very fancy.
Oh, thank you.
When he says that, I roll my eyes.
And you're going to fit in very well in Waterdeep.
Excellent. Good to hear. I think I shall wear this every day.
He says that news of your exploits since you've all been here in the city has been almost exclusively favorable. Almost.
I'll take almost.
And that's the important part. He says that you are making allies and enemies, he adds, of all the right people. And that's exactly the behavior that I'm looking for. You see, and he opens up the side of his vest, and inside is a pin. He says, "You see, I am a recruiter for the Harpers."
This is a recruitment bit. We got con.
Is that what you tell him?
No,
It's
no.
a recruitment bit.
So bear in mind, like, what you know about Mert is that he doesn't really hold secrets. Like, if he holds secrets, then
It's pretty cool.
no one's really discovered what they are yet. But he deals in open information, really.
Well, yeah, if you don't hide anything about yourself, nothing's a secret.
Then no one has leverage.
No shame.
Right. So he says that he is sometimes he is a recruiter for the Harpers, and you all look like you could potentially be solid candidates.
I am promised to the Order of the Gauntlet already.
So that's okay. You'll get better.
I don't know how to play a harp.
It's alright, you'll get better.
It's all
Fire! You're done. Nope, that's it.
Well,
Make it or break
problem.
it.
He says
We're not
most
called
of-
the Harpers for no reason.
He laughs and winks, and he says most of us would rather sell the harps anyway. The organization, the august organization that is the Harpers, we operate all around the world. We serve the greater good. We're not afraid to crack a few eggs when necessary, and we make sure that people get their just rewards.
Oh, I like the harpers.
Mm.
Ooh, I have a feeling we get to use
Sometimes.
What's the other one?
Sometimes we have to broker with some unsavory tactics. Seems like something that you're all mostly comfortable with. Yeah?
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What you?
I have a slightly meta question. I'm just trying to make sure I'm remembering. What's the difference between the Harpers and Lords Alliance? I want to make sure I'm thinking of the right one.
So, common knowledge, right? The Harpers are generally considered to be a spy organization,
Okay.
right? They can do some mercenary stuff, but their benefit, like their strength rather, comes from gathering information and making small targeted strikes when necessary. The Lords Alliance, on the other hand, is a collection of lords and their enforcers, generally circling around topics like trade and economic enforcement. So they are more self-serving, where the Harpers see themselves as this sort of chaotic, almost force of nature. Like, we are prevalent, we are everywhere because we are what the people need.
We are Legion.
We are Legion, right?
Does it come with opera box seats?
Yes. You're already promised to the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'm sorry. Yes.
He says
I will
that
get
he
you
can't
those box
promise
seats,
opera
buddy.
box seats, but he might be able to work out a system where you might be able to use this one from time and again.
So, I don't know about you guys, but Marcellus particularly, his goal with being in Waterdeep is he wants to get up there. He wants to be the one offering tickets to the fancy opera box.
You want to be
Well,
nerd.
the Harpers generally deal more in secret than in open. So
Well, I'm looking at Mert as my example.
He's just
that's
Mert is very
Marcellus.
much larger than life.
Yeah, but that's Marcellus's entire experience with the Harpers, so
okay.
that might be what the Harpers want, but Marcellus is going, I get to be a rambunctious, outspoken individual, flaunt my power and my money, and everybody knows and loves me for it. Sign me up. And that was in character. Well, in a lot like fancier, not excited sounding way, because he has to be calm, cool, and collected. So he's like, I guess if you had like a pamphlet or an email newsletter, I would be interested in submitting.
He doesn't have email, but he might be able to send you a little paper bird.
I do like those
Every now
paper
and again.
birds.
Yes,
Yes.
tweets are. I don't know who invented the tweet, but
The
it's
tweet.
amazing.
The water
So much
tweet.
easier.
Water tweet. It's like water deep, but not as
Water
funny.
tweet.
Yeah.
So if you were intrigued, if you were interested,
Yes.
If you
What
wanted
does
more
that look
information.
Yeah, he said that. What does what look like?
well, I mean, so far everything that people wanted us to do had some sort of trial attached to it.
Yeah. If we so
but
what's,
how do
what's
we
the,
how do we
ours?
prove ourselves?
Yeah.
You've already inserted yourselves into the city.
Ask him if we get those cool pins.
You've assisted the private investigator there in Troll Skull Alley.
Yeah.
You went and just bull rushed your way into some Zentarum and Xanathar conflict in the field ward.
He knows a lot.
Well, I mean, like a little more finesse than that, but sure.
Let's consider what happened at the old Zoblob shop, shall we?
Let's not consider what happened at the old Zablob shop. My therapist says I should stop thinking about that, so we shouldn't bring it up.
I'll join, but you can never talk about that shop again.
Yeah, Marcellus is like Marcellus loved the color purple, and he's now like scarred by his favorite color.
He says, Agnes. Ooh.
Yes.
She's a good bet.
Also a good boy.
Also a good boy,
Agnes,
but also not a boy.
you're carrying on a grand family tradition. Congratulations.
Wow.
He knows your grandmother.
Do you?
He knows your
The
grandmother.
waters part is all of our characters step aside and they look at each other from across the room.
He looks around at the lot of you. He says, consider the Harpers to be your extended family. If you need help, we'll find you, or you will know how to find us. In time, you will become more aware of how it is that we operate. I will arrange, so I will see to it that those of you that join will receive one of these pins.
Yes.
Keep them secret. I know that I showed you mine, but I'm Mert, and I get to do that.
Mark likes to show off his things anyway.
If I join the Harpers, could they help me find out more about my family?
The Harpers know a lot of things. We're involved in a lot of plans. There are a lot of machinations all over the realms. In time, you may find things about your own family. Yes, and that's true for all of you.
I'll join.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay.
Well, I want to join too, but if you guys are joining, then I don't want to join anymore.
Well,
We can't improperly
I
balance.
think this is a
Sorry,
win-win,
that's
really,
enough.
so I'm all right.
Join whatever society you want. We can all be the society.
I want to be in every single faction. I want a pin from every faction. That's actually my entire goal here.
Do
It's
the
like a
Harpers
Disney pin collection.
get along with the Order of the Gauntlets? Are you not at odds?
All the factions
shouldn't
work
be.
together.
Okay.
amicably.
Order of the Gauntlet can be a little bullheaded for our purposes.
Excellent.
Things will be okay. I promise. You can still be friends.
Astrid, you should join me in the Gauntlet. We shall
I
be
haven't
bullheaded
drinking
together.
anyone's Kool-Aid yet. We'll find my group.
All right. Excellent. Fair enough.
Astrid's like, the great Kool-Aid has not come along yet.
You know about your
I'm
family.
gonna play hard to get. I'm gonna tell him I'm
Are you
interested, but I have to
are you
think
gonna
about
push
it.
him?
It was a
And
great.
then I will let him know.
Nice.
I'll have my people contact your people, Mert.
But he's
We
not
do have
willing
a
to
people.
give
Huh?
You do
We
have
do
people.
have a people.
We do
It's
have
true.
a people.
I mean, we pay them.
We do,
Yeah.
yes. I was actually just going to make like one of you guys run my errands, but you know.
Good luck with that.
Right?
Yeah.
You're telling me if I said, Otter, will you please go deliver this message for me? You would.
You would.
I would do that.
I know you would, exactly. So.
At any
So Mert
point,
looks
you
around
can
at the lot of
give
you
me something.
and says that intermission is winding down. Let's retreat to our seats, enjoy the rest of the show, enjoy your evening. I'll arrange to have your pins and documents sent to you in your manner tomorrow, and should the Harpers have need of you for the duration of your stay here in Waterdeep, we'll be in touch. Similarly, if you have need of the Harpers at some point, feel free to come see me at my own manor here in the Sea Ward.
Mert has a manor in the Sea Ward.
And he gives you the location, and basically it boils down to it's the biggest, shiniest building on the block.
Excellent.
It's real hard to miss. Mostly because he paid a mage to put a big flashing sign that says Mert the Moneylender. Right out.
It's like a neon sign and then just like
Pretty much.
It's like an animated like souvenirs,
Mert's
photos,
mansion.
postcards.
Very nice.
Excellent.
So does the opera seat accommodations begin immediately, or do we need to return to our actual seats?
The alarm for the
he says
plane to
that
begin
he
has
would like to
sounded.
enjoy the opera as he had been, and encourages you to return to your seat.
Whew, rude.
Looks
That
like
was
I made the
pointed.
right choice.
That was. I imagine that Mert talks like Bobby B from Game of Thrones.
A little bit.
Big, boisterous.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm imagining. All right. So I suppose we could return to our seats.
Yes.
Otter was so excited he just ran away.
Go to my seat, guys!
All right, so we get
He's
down.
already
So
down
yeah,
there.
10 minutes after Otter like disappears, we show up and Otter's waiting in his seat. Like, where you guys been?
He's got two more.
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah. He found the like secondary merch booth, which is like past year's merchandise, and he starts buying
Buying
it.
all that.
And then, yeah, that everything from last year is blue, so now he's covered in like red and then blue.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, this is the best play ever. I'm warming up to this a lot.
Right.
Great time.
So you go. You can enjoy the rest of the performance. You see the collected heroes band with a splinter faction of the Cult of the Dragon. They defeat Tiamat, drive her back to her prison in the Nine Hells. There's big flashy magic explosions all over stage.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ah.
Yeah.
The house lights come back up. People begin filing out. There's polite clapping.
Oh, darling, we should come to the opera more often, you know? Such sophisticated entertainment. It's no wonder we haven't seen people like these down where we come from.
I agree. This is way better than living in a farm.
Mert! And I like wave up at him. I'm totally
Box
hamming
is
up
empty.
now. Oh, that's... Okay, talk to you later. We should go find more important people to talk to. My ego has been inflated over the last half an hour.
Should probably go home and go to bed so we can save that dog tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
First thing, we get up bright and early. Save the dog.
His name's Lanky Boy.
His name is Lanky Boy. We can, of course, rename him after we keep him.
We brought
Because
the
we're
dog
not
up again and
gonna
scared
give him
away
back.
OBM. Yeah, we can definitely rename him as Picklewitz II.
Or we can
Or
follow the actor.
Sawdust.
Sawdust.
Or
I like
Sawdust.
that.
Sawdust is a great name.
I don't know. Sawdust is who would name their dog Sawdust?
Probably some really dumb group of people.
Yeah, I guess maybe like
The
you know,
internet,
yeah,
honestly. the internet would name a dog Sawdust.
The internet would name a dog Sawdust.
I mean, they didn't name him Doggy McDog.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
You know what? I like that name too, to be honest. So yes, let us go home. We'll spend 45 minutes helping Otter put his souvenirs in a collectible container so they do not rot and they maintain their value.
They're just all over his room. It's like a kid has souvenirs. They don't.
They
use them.
I'm like the anal detached mom that's like, clean your room, and he's like, you don't love me. Why should I listen to you? And I'm like, just clean it. I own this place.
I got stuck in the souvenir line and missed the finale.
Oh yeah. We were wondering what happened to you. Brutal. But did you get the collectible mug?
I got the last pin in the set.
It's good.
All right, so now we can sell it all on
5 heads of Tiamat.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was good. Inspiration. Right? No, wait, I can't do that.
So at this point, based on interactions with Mert and how we've proceeded so far, I'm inclined to assign everyone inspiration.
Yay!
You've made it through the show. You've had your conversation with Mert. We have Otter, who has signed up for Order of the Gauntlet, who is committed to that. We've got Agnes, Marcellus, and Magpie, who have all committed to Harper's, and Astrid, who is still playing the field.
Does that
mean a free agent?
Does that mean we have to change our backgrounds? Are we mechanically taking these factions, or are we roleplay taking these factions?
I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. So,
do you want me to explain that again?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Sure.
So, with Season 8, there were some new changes to how factions work. Prior to Season 8, basically, you made a D&D Adventures League character, you picked the faction that you wanted to join, one of the 5, which are Order of the Gauntlet, Harper's, Emerald Enclave, Lords Alliance, and the Zentarum. But now, moving forward in Season 8, they wanted to, I think, basically, they wanted the role play of being in the faction to be more significant and not just take one to take one kind of deal. So now if you want to really reap the benefits of being in the faction, so like Otter, you're in Order of the Gauntlet, if you wanted to make that like a central part of your character's identity, you could actually swap out your character's whatever their background is for the faction agent background found in the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. And then you would take Order of the Gauntlet and you would then mechanically, that would be your faction and that would give you additional like benefits.
Cool. Now the purpose to this is as you gain your advancement checkpoints, for every certain number of those that you gain renown.
Yeah.
Even if you're not in a faction, you gain renown because you're building your story in the city. Tying yourself to a faction may give you additional mechanical advantages during an adventure. They may have different types of aid and assistance available. They might have magic items for you to procure, even if only temporarily. You might have, like as a Harper, you might get access to a spy network, right? So you need to adjust the mechanical portion of your background. Just that background feature is the only thing that needs to change. Your proficiencies and your gear that your background gave you, whatever, those are fine. You should swap out your background feature, and that shows your dedication to that faction. As far as our purposes go, you can say that you're friendly with whatever faction and just leave your stuff alone. Now, if we go that route, again, I want to stress, that's totally fine. We just won't do... I will just strike out the mechanical things that might have impacted later play options. And it's nothing that's like the difference between winning or losing. But it may change the story in certain ways. But ultimately, overall victory comes down to like how you guys interact with the story and the framework that's still out there.
Right.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
So like, for example, like, Marcellus's background is Far Traveler. Mechanically, anything there's nothing I'm particularly attached to. So if I decided after a couple more, like, maybe after this session, I really enjoy the roleplay with the Harpers, I would go back and change that. But like Magpie, for example, her background is Urchin, and the mechanical Urchin background has actually helped us, I think, so far in Waterdeep, because it lets you travel around cities a lot quicker because you're more familiar with them. So maybe she doesn't want to give that up, so then she just roleplay joins the faction.
Right.
Yep.
So pros and cons, it's up to your character.
I think Astrid should begin her own faction, the Waterdeep Hugging Society.
I would have to leave the Harpers for that. Yeah.
Society of Hugs.
Yeah, can we get Mert to make us some fancy pins, please?
So as far as renown goes, when a character is created, they have 0 renown. As you gain your advancement checkpoints, for every 4 you gain, you get 1 point of renown. And that eventually, based on your overall character level and how much renown you've earned, it will raise your renown ranking, right? As you do these heroic events around Waterdeep, or possibly villainous events, depending on how your story progresses, your renown will increase. At the beginning of each chapter, at the beginning of each adventure, you can basically call in favors or talk to your allies and procure maybe a potion of healing, or as your rank increases, you might need to have access to some equipment that they have for the remainder of that session. Oh, you've got a great axe. I'm just gonna need this. Now, any items that you get from that method, if you haven't like expired that item, you have to give it back because you're basically borrowing it. And the reason I phrase it that way is nobody wants your used potion of healing. That's
Don't
not this
recycle
game.
that.
Don't recycle that. But as long as the great axe or suit of armor or shield or whatever isn't destroyed, that has to go back to whoever you procured it from. And I leave that to you. Like we don't have to have a name for it. You meet Bob. He's your ally. He lives 3 houses down with the house with the green door. Yeah, Bob's my buddy. Bob's got all the great axes I can.
He's got a great axe.
Right. It's super great.
Bob is now a black market arms dealer. Dungeon Master. So now we have a black market arms dealer down the street from us, guys. That was canon. He said
Great
it.
to know.
We do.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Now, something to bear in mind with factions and renown. When you throw your lot in with a faction and you bind yourself to that group, you change your mechanical benefit in the background. It may change some of the roleplay opportunities in future adventures. If at some point you're like, you know what, this Harper's thing, like I don't agree with their tactics anymore, and as a character, like I can't be in here. You are free to leave that faction. If you leave a faction, your renown sets back down to 0, and you start all over. The reason for that is, like, the world has begun to know you, or maybe your organization has begun to know you as one of their agents. And even if you're a higher level character, people are going to interact with you differently if you've now basically walked away from a career to start all over. So you still have some roleplay opportunity, like, oh, I did all these heroic events before, and that's something to work on with the DM, but from a mechanical perspective, the renown system, you just work your way back up.
Gotcha, and that's why we can join one of the factions at level 2 and not be have 2 points of renown. It's based on what we gain.
It's based on the advancement checkpoints that you earn, right? And you can join a faction at any time. It doesn't have to be something that we work on.
Right.
If between this session and next week, if you're reading some online posts and you're like, oh, the Emerald Enclave really sounds like how my character operates. When we get back next time, just tell me, like, hey, I've decided to join the Emerald Enclave. You know, some DMs will be like, they'll be very firm and like, we need to arrange that at the table. Honestly, that's a DM discretion thing. I want you guys to have the options that you want, and if you really feel passionate about joining or leaving a faction, we'll hash it out. We'll make it work. Cool. Make sense?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool. One last thing on renown. Renown isn't really a currency that you spend. You gain it. The only time you really lose it is, other than if you're being a jerk at the table, the only time you really lose it is if you walk away from a faction. And then it goes back down.
Gotcha.
But it opens options. It doesn't. It's not really on a sliding scale.
Excellent.
Yep.
So where were we?
End of the opera.
Okay, end of the opera.
End of
We'll
the
get back
opera.
in the
Going back to Troll Skull
we
Manor.
go
the
home
cart.
and we long rest and we sleep.
Yes.
Otter is completely out in the cart on the way home, like sleeping on Agnes's shoulder. Just
I just tie the
Completely
donkey to the
spent.
front
I know, but
door.
just like curled up with like one of his like plush,
Yeah.
like, you know.
The plush 5-minute
Giant.
TMI, yeah.
Yeah.
Like your head's between the heads and the other heads are like this, so you look like, yeah.
There's 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Yeah.
We're just humming some of the songs from the opera.
Of course, humming anything in giant still sounds like 2 rocks.
Yeah, it's actually just us like
funeral
making
dirge.
girdle grunts for the 30-minute drive home. Yeah, it's great.
Is someone clubbing an elephant seal?
Karaoke cab is terrible.
Somebody clubbing an elephant seal.
That's pretty close. That's about as close
We
as-
pull up at a stop sign and like we're in a like open-sided cart, and like the driver's like this like deadpan, and we're making elephant seal noises, and we pull up and there's like this like sporty cart with this like you know like this
Very
like
fancy.
yeah this like fancy like black well-bred like slick-looking horse right, and they got this like fancy driver who's got this like big gold like water-deep chain on it, and then like in the back there's this I don't know what are we gonna do we're gonna call a half elf and a gnome because that's a fun combination
It
and the
is.
gnome is the dude.
Yeah.
And he's got his hand up around this half elf shoulder, this chick's shoulder, and they're like bumping, you know, and we roll up, and they just look at us, and that's when we start seeing the wanted posters around the city. All right, that's it. I've cut in again.
And that's
That's a good going to bed scene.
that's a good segue into the overnight.
Yeah.
So this does qualify as your long rest.
Yay.
As we discussed at the end of last session, you have earned enough advancement checkpoints to bring yourselves to level 3.
Da, 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 da.
Did we all generate our 3rd level version?
I made
Yes.
a character that was level 3.
Woo!
It's not Marcellus.
Oh, are you rebuilding?
Huh?
Are you rebuilding?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Are you a goblin?
Are you
Yeah,
a goblin?
I'm playing a goblin now. Yeah.
A goblin goblin?
A goblin. His name's Goblin, and his favorite proficiency is Goblin.
So, is the, like the guild artisan, like chef background?
Yes.
The goblin
There's
goblin?
a chef background?
Well,
There can be a background for anything you want.
guild artisan would open up those sorts of options where you can take like chef, baker.
Oh, I did
Whatever.
not do enough.
Guild
Otherwise-
artisan, I steal stuff.
Otherwise, you could just write that on there and be like, I have history as a chef.
Well,
and
I have
still
that
your normal
downtime. I
background.
guess I could start my career in that downtime.
Yeah,
We need a cook for the
Yeah.
bar. I mean,
Well,
really, somebody's gonna have to.
it's
Well,
gonna
there's a guild.
There's
The
a guild for
of,
that.
of barkeepers.
There's a guild of... I don't know why I act so shocked
And there's
whenever
the
I hear
Baker's
something.
Guild.
I'm like, there's a guild of barkeepers.
There's a guild for that. There's a guild for that.
Yep.
There's a guild of guilds.
There is a guild of guilds,
Yes.
actually.
There's a guild
Someone
of
has to
guilds of
oversee the
guilds.
creation and management of ongoing guilds.
I'm gonna wake up and make
No,
coffee. And
Too much
deliver
bureaucracy.
Black
Do
coffee
newspaper?
to everyone.
I love black coffee.
Oh, thank you.
I drink the
Good.
black coffee.
Yeah, it's very
What
important.
happens?
Well,
It's
it
one of my
tastes
rules,
like
although
coffee.
there's 100
Okay,
of them, so
okay.
it's hard to find the right one. Oh,
You should just roll a D100.
rule
every time
number
you need a rule.
94: always learn to drink black coffee.
Ooh.
It's a rogue rule.
It's a caffeine delivery system. Let
It
nothing
is.
dilute it.
You can't, if you're in a pinch, you can't be picky. You gotta learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Milk's
What do you guys want to do
gross.
this morning?
I want to save this dog.
I want to save this dog.
What else? Is there
He's
anything
been out there for like
else?
over a week, you guys. This is like super sad.
Yeah.
He's been out there for over a week?
Yeah. You guys wanted to go to the opera, sit in the warmth, enjoy the pleasures of society.
You don't even like
while
dogs.
Lanky Boy, I do now, while Lanky Boy weathered away in a tomb in the city of the dead, you heathens.
Alright, well, let's
And
go
I
to the
drink
city
my
of the
black
dead.
coffee.
So as we start the day, I need someone. I need a volunteer.
I volunteer.
Otter.
You volunteer. All right. So
Does
I need you to
volunteer?
volunteer to roll me a d20.
Oh, I like those.
Ruh-roh.
8.
All right. The day opens up as you're sipping away on your black coffee. There is a sleet storm outside. It is gross. It's cold. The temperature has plummeted in the last day.
We're not rescuing that dog because he did.
He is.
But this is the time where you have to rescue him because he's in a sleet storm. You just said that you like dogs.
I don't like dogs anymore. I'm making this character up as I go.
Then you could just stay here and clean.
I love dogs. Let's leave right now. All right.
I
And with,
think-
and with that, I like lace up one of my like winter boots that I bought. The other one is to be found. Throw on like a spring cloak, and I'm like, I'm ready, guys. I know how to do the nature. Let's
nature.
prepare.
I have an extra commemorative Fall of Tiamat scarf I was wearing too.
I will
borrow
graciously
mine.
take it. Is
One
it,
of
is
them,
it, is
one
it
of
this
both.
But
year's
just be-
or last
It's
year's?
this year's.
Okay,
Please
okay,
be careful.
okay.
That's the blue one. I have the red.
I'm gonna lose that.
They're the only two I have.
Okay, I won't lose it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll still go save the dog.
Let's go.
All right.
City of the Dead.
City of the
Or at
Dead.
least, like, go find his corpse.
Aww. So we are heading out of North Ward. We are heading a little bit southeast down to the City of the Dead. Remember, the City of the Dead is it's mausoleums, like because the population of Waterdeep here, like they don't have the ground available to just keep burying people.
Yeah, so it's like in New Orleans, you just shove them in the back of the, mausoleum and put more bones in.
Why don't you just burn them?
Yeah.
Isn't that like more ecological?
Well, I mean, maybe.
Or like, are you telling me that like an advanced magical society like Waterdeep doesn't have a way to cremate bodies in a more ecologically sustainable way?
Disintegrate is a high level spell. Just saying.
Traditions?
They
It
have
does
tra-
reduce a body.
Your traditions are not ecologically friendly. This planet is suffering because of it.
But a City of the Dead is a really cool thing to have.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of cool.
Like, I wish
I all
I
of
could
a
say
sudden-
I live near a City of the Dead.
Yeah,
that
can
would
I-
be pretty awesome.
I was gonna say, can we all pretend that we took instead of leveling up like normal, we all multi-classed into wizard, took necromancer, And now we're all necromancers traveling down to the city of the dead.
Oh, I always
Well,
wanted to do
we-
a show with just bones, just skeletons. That'd be so great.
We did talk about rebuilding, so
We
you
did.
can rebuild for next session.
We'll see. We'll see if Marcellus finds a new way of life in the city of the dead.
What your
Well,
commitment
bam.
level is to
Marcellus
this joke.
putting
What
the
my
moment-
commitment is to the joke, there's no commitment at all. I've actually already forgotten what we were talking about.
Marcellus putting the romance in necromancy.
You know. That's a little creepy the more and more I think about it, because
A
like
little bit.
romance, necromancy, necrophilia.
Nope, nope.
We're going down a rabbit hole or
So,
I'm guiding
moving
rabbit
on.
holes. Yeah.
As we proceed
please.
down there, I need 2 volunteers that are not Marcellus.
Ooh, I'll volunteer.
So
We'll volunteer.
you 2 at the end. One of you go first, one of you go second. I need each of you to roll a d10.
Uh-oh.
D10. I was.
Oh, you was all prepared
I was
too.
so excited.
Oh, I'm gonna go first now. A
Oh, that's
4.
not fair. It's
A
hard
4,
for me to,
sir.
It's hard for me to find the right dice. 5.
All right.
I beat you.
Okay.
4th place is better than 5th.
Because we have a whole bunch of potential additional encounters, and I wanted to work an extra one in.
Great.
I like this.
Fantastic.
It's like
Yeah,
you
great.
walk into a sleet storm,
I love that our
and then
deadliest
the
encounters-
hellhounds come out
Our deadliest
and
encounter is gonna
eviscerate
be-
your party in the sleet
Our
storm.
deadliest encounter is going to be going to look after a lost dog.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all gonna
TPK.
die.
He's like, that's in the God tier
Cool.
party section at the
Right.
back of the book.
We were prepared for everything but frostbite.
Because we're gonna get to this city of the dead, and I don't actually know what's gonna happen, but I know my luck, and what my luck is I guess what would actually happen, and Alan would be like, the heck, man. So I'm gonna save it.
I
till
like to think that
post-session.
the entire time we're walking to the city of the dead, we're talking about how we're not going to survive the city of the dead. Like, just casually being like, like total TPK on this.
Yeah.
So as you are walking to the City of the Dead, you are, as a group, you are stopped by the City Watch.
Mm.
Specifically, the City Watch like shoves everybody out of the way, and the 3 of the 5 members of the Watch group have actually surrounded Agnes,
Well, that's unnecessary.
and have they are
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
This is unnecessary.
Seems a little excessive.
they are demanding to know why it is that you have left your ward.
Why I've left my ward?
We're looking for.
Wait, they like rudely, like bodily shoved into us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. No. Roll initiative.
Stop. No. What?
Yeah.
No.
Are you
Oh my
guys-
god.
are you-
We can talk our way out of this.
You guys are just gonna let
So-
some thugs in tunics
No.
bully us and push us around after we just hit
Yes!
level 3?
Yeah.
We are gods now.
You
So,
left your
They're
ward.
gonna say. What did they say?
It's ward. That you left your.
We're
there's,
not
like,
allowed to
different
leave our
wards in the
ward?
city.
Okay.
So they're saying that you're like not in the right like financial band ward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna say, cool. Well, that's
Your opinion.
interesting.
That's
Thank you. I don't really have time for this because there's a dog we're trying to save. So, good day, sir.
Mr. Policeman, I'm going to save a dog. Goodbye. And walk
And then
away.
I just try to walk away. I'm just gonna try to walk
They
away.
stop you and say, Maris, you are under house arrest.
Mary.
You
Stop,
are
stop,
to be
stop.
in the dock ward.
Stop,
No, no,
stop,
no, no,
stop.
no, no.
Oh.
You need to explain who these people are and how you got here before we arrest you
Who's
and bring you
Maris?
back. Your punishment is going to get worse. Cooperate, or we will force
Wait,
you to
hold up, hold up,
What
hold
are
up,
we
Vampire.
in?
Hold up.
You are still up in North Ward?
Maris.
So we're
Who the hell is Maris?
heading here.
I think you have yourselves confused, officers. This is
Yeah,
Agnes.
there's clearly been some sort of mistake. My name is not Maris.
It's Agnes.
I'm
Sometimes
not
I
under
think it's
house
Angus.
arrest as
you,
of right
you actually
now.
are under house arrest. The sentence is to extend for the remainder of the year. You've only got 2 weeks left.
Who do you think she
Can I
is?
We
Wait,
just
I can't
moved
pers-
here. I'll say that. We just moved here.
Do you have any
I need an
proof
insight check out of you.
that I am insight check?
You are a little taken aback here. Give yourself
I
advantage
am.
on it.
Oh, give myself advantage on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that first one. Insight?
Yes.
Mhm.
13.
Okay. So, in the back of your mind, you realize that name sounds familiar. The little bit that you've been able to read from the journal, that is one of your grandmother's pseudonyms. It's one of her street names.
I like how you are extremely loudly excited about this development in Agnes's backstory.
Your grandma must look amazing for her.
Yeah. She's not a human. She's a goblin.
So, you think I'm someone named Maris,
That is exactly what we just said.
and this Maris is under house arrest. which means that Maris is alive.
And you should take us to the house.
You should put us back in. You should arrest us, officer.
Can I?
Says the party of adventurers.
Can I persuade him though that I'm the one that pulled her out of here, and it was for something like?
If that's what you tell me you're going to do,
You want to
can...
tell the cops that you pulled somebody in house arrest, out
No,
of house
no.
arrest across
I chose
the city?
to leave house arrest on my own.
Maris, you realize that all of these people are now guilty of aiding and abetting a known felon.
I don't know these
Well,
people.
A known
Felon.
felon, eh?
A felon is a strong word under any circumstance.
Under the articles of the Code Legal, they're all going away. Floggings if they're lucky.
We are
We can't
homeowners here, sir. We just recently purchased
Yeah.
Skull
I didn't
Manor.
ask what you purchased. That's your business. The
So-
evidence is that you have been aiding and abetting a known felon to escape from her incarceration. And
What evidence do you have that this is Maris? This is Agnes Copper. This is
My
not
grandmother
Maris.
must look amazingly
one of
young.
them produces a scroll, and it has it has her face.
Her exact, like it looks dead on. Like
Yes,
her?
like a profile picture.
So, there's obviously been some sort of mistake. And these people have not done anything wrong. I don't want to hurt
You're very
you
forgiving for people that are trying to put
because
you in jail.
hurting you is against the law, and
Are
I'm
you
not...
threatening an officer of the City Watch?
No, what I'm saying
It
is
sounds
how...
an awful lot like you're threatening an officer of the City Watch.
Well, it sounds like you're picking for a fight.
Oh my gosh! No!
If
Stop
criminals
her!
would
Stop
just
her!
know their place.
Yes.
Otter, isn't your faction part of the City Watch and the Castle Ward? She knows who we are.
How do we
Sabra?
Yeah.
I don't know if she is.
Because she said she lived in the Castle Ward. That's close to where we are.
How
Do you know
does-
the Order of the Gauntlet would be at least peripherally involved with the City Watch?
Right.
How do we do this where you don't end up dead,
But
and
Agnes,
I
or
don't
us.
end up
Or us.
having a problem with the law?
officer, there has to be some mistake here. Do you know Savra from the Order of the Gauntlets?
Everyone knows Sabra, yeah.
She can
That is a
prove
dumb
to
question.
you that Agnes is not this Maris that you think she is.
She can verify.
Yes.
We don't know who Agnes is, but clearly this is Maris.
Is
How do you
any way to
how do
persuade
you
them?
Wait, I have an idea.
propose that you're going to get Sabra?
I
Like they're laughing at you at this point.
just talked with her yesterday. She came by the manor.
That's
Yeah.
what they all say.
We gave her pancakes.
The manor, you say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Troll Skull Manor.
That means nothing to.
Do you have one of these yet?
I have a question.
I do.
would
Can I
like-
show my Order of the Gauntlet?
Oh, I really want to punch these guys
Pendant?
in the face.
How big is this scroll? 9 by 11?
It's standard.
Standard size. So, well, the reason I'm asking is because I really want that someone to be like, "That's not Agnes," and then I want to, as they say, that cast prestidigitation and make the picture alone look like just someone different. And
Like
be
a birthmark or something.
Yeah, or like I'll just remove its nose or something.
So you are surrounded by people who are already agitated and angry.
And surrounding her and yelling at her repeatedly while I stand on
There are
the
three of them
also
around here, but there are
surrounded.
still two others, and they are alert. They're looking at you. What are the components for your spell?
We could just...
Yes. I don't know.
Is there a verbal component for your
Verbal, that's what the V stands for, and
Yes.
somatic, which is S.
Somatic
yes, somatic,
is
yeah.
Wiggly
So,
fingers.
I can whisper and go and make it
You
sound
wanna
like
try
the wind
and
blowing.
obscure that somehow?
I want to hit bump Magpie and make her make a distraction while I do this.
Okay.
Magpie, I'm hit bumping you.
So I
Literally
need
just
some
like,
kind of. I'm gonna need a check definitely from you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna cause a distraction,
Fall dramatically.
will you literally just
Which
walk
is-
away,
Yeah.
like, walk
which
10
is
feet away
basically
and start
helping
screaming?
her. So you can have advantage on whatever you're trying to do, but I need stealth or
Yeah.
something.
You don't have to use a spell. Literally just walk like 10 feet away and start screaming at the top of your lungs.
That's what
They
I
will
do.
stop looking at me, I think.
Yeah. No,
Because
I
you
like
only
that.
need a few seconds to do the spell.
Yeah, no,
So-
it's a 6-second action spell, so.
Right.
Yeah, so roll to scream.
Yeah. So
Can it be a
Magpie-
performance check? Can it be a performance check?
Magpie,
Would it be stealth?
just describe what it is that you want to do.
Oh, I'm going to go like and act like somebody just like accosted me and like stole my purse, like pulled the thief, like get him, he's running that way. Let me show you, like an old person, like hold up.
I really like that she does this too. Like, very obviously was like not an old person. All of a sudden, you're like, I've aged 50 years, and I've acquired a purse which has been stolen.
My jewels.
Policia. So
And then she starts singing the recap song to distract them.
Come here, young man. Let me tell you a little story about our little crew.
They're like, what is this?
So I got 18 for
Okay.
performance.
Yeah, you're good. So you can have advantage on whatever it is you're going to try and.
It's an instantaneous effect, so.
Right, but you're going to try and like bluff stealth it out.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah,
'Cause you want to do this without
Okay. I
being
got
caught by the watch, right?
yes, preferably.
Yeah.
So, I guess I would. Can I do it?
I'm
With, like,
looking around
can I
because
be
I'm not-
deceptive?
Sure.
I
Okay.
have no idea what the plan is right now.
Right
I
now-
have
so-
no idea what you guys are
so
doing
you-
or what it's for.
No,
Well,
and, like,
you've been
Agnes-
you've
Agnes
been
and
talking
Otter,
to
like,
them,
this
and you're
is-
trying to ask them like, how do we
Right.
do this without anyone like
Getting
going
hurt.
back to?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
while
I'm
you
not
guys
the
are
person.
like arguing with them, me and
And-
Magpie sort of backed up and were like, all right, we're gonna fix this whole problem right now.
They're
so
helping
you
in their
aren't
own
aware
way.
of what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll just get ready for anything.
And then I just imagine Astrid standing in the back, like hammer on shoulder, like which one do I get to hug first? All right, so yeah, deception then.
Sure.
And you said at advantage, or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
okay.
she's caused a distraction for you.
Da-da-da! That is a 23.
Okay, so how are you changing the image on the scroll?
So if the image on the scroll is her profile, then basically I want to like give it like a super short. Like if the hair is blonde, I want it to be black. If it's long, I want it to be short. If it's
It's just black and white line art. So
then,
Give it a
then
scar. Give it a huge
yeah,
scar.
I deform the face, measles, mumps, some Voldemort nose thing going on. Yeah, but just like super obviously
serpent
not.
face.
Yeah, yeah. And then I go, did you guys? And then like after it's complete and I've held it because it holds for an hour as long as I maintain concentration.
Sure.
So I'll concentrate on it and I'll go, did you guys even actually like look at that picture? Because I don't think that we're looking at the same person. And I'll like pointedly and loudly be like, ta-da! Without making it obvious that I was like, I did that. Yeah.
maybe a little Legend of Zelda. Da, da, da.
Yeah. Like they reopen the scroll and it's magically changed. And I'm waiting for them to like look at it and be like,
Okay,
oh.
yeah. So basically their reaction is what? What are you talking about? And they turn and they look, and sure enough, the image is different. Like there's a lot of similarity, but there's just a different structure to the face, enough to where one of the guards just turns and just slaps the other guy in the shoulder and says, "Really? Again? Michael, come on, we talked about this."
Michael! Come on! Michael! Magpie, could you believe Michael?
Michael!
Michael!
You never call your mother.
Yeah.
Look, it's mistaken identity, and they sort of
totally-
fish around.
It happens every day, I'm sure.
They fish around in their pouches and put they stow some of the weaponry that they had brought out. Hurriedly scroll up, wind up the scroll again and shove it into a loop. Citizens, you have a good day now.
What's
Excellent.
What's
they turn
Mert's
and they-
title?
What's that?
What's Mert's like full
Head
title?
hunter.
Lord of Waterdeep.
Bloody Lender.
He's not the open lord of Waterdeep.
It's Mert the Money. No, he's not the old.
Like, what's his full professional Waterdeepian title?
Mert the Moneylender.
Okay, so I go, yeah, you'll be lucky if Mert the Moneylender doesn't hear about this. And I like turn to walk away.
They are heel to toe.
I didn't actually
moving
want a
quickly to get
response.
away.
It was more me trying to make myself
I
feel
turn to
better.
you and I yell, do you think we should tell Sabra?
Sabra?
We should tell Sabra first or Mert?
Who's Sabra? She's the open lord.
She's
I bet
the-
I
No,
don't
no,
tell you
she's
Sabra
the
is.
she's the head of that.
I thought for
Or at
some
least the
reason you
recruiter.
said Sabra,
Yeah.
and I was thinking Kai, and I was like, you're gonna tell our manager about the bad policemen?
Listen to our gay.
Look, I'm gonna tell Mom.
Yeah, which one of our important fancy friends that we've met here so far should we tell about these jerks first?
We've known these people,
So
we've
is-
known
is-
these people for hours.
Yeah.
Right.
They will certainly come to our aid.
As the group of watchmen are very quickly moving away, you can hear them all sort of snickering and making fun of the one who was accusing you of the
Michael.
other identity.
Oh, that
Guys, listen.
damn Michael.
And then finally,
Now
when that
news.
all departs, we all turn to you and go, explain!
I can't explain, but we should go check
We
her
gotta
out.
go to the dock ward.
What
my
if-
gosh,
No,
she
are you
must
kidding
be-
me? What about
Yeah.
the dog? What about Lanky Boy?
We'll get Lanky Boy first.
Okay,
Thank
thank
Lanky
you.
Boy
Thank
first.
you. Yes.
But
Yeah,
we
he's
need
on the
to-
way.
Your grandmother's been missing for how many years? She could be missing for another couple hours. Lanky Boy, on the other hand, is dying in the city of the dead, and that's not something we can
It's
allow.
amazing. She's not missing.
It is sleeting. There's a lot of wind.
I can't believe
That's
she
just
was
it.
How can she look identical to you still?
I don't know.
She's been gone
Glamour.
30 years.
It's gotta be a glamour. She's gotta be a master of disguise.
She's a glamour bard.
There are,
Yeah.
mechanically speaking, there are disguise kits, and of course magic that may have an impact. So
I'm assuming that that's not the only one poster that they have. So I'm gonna put like my hood up, try to obscure
Sure.
my looks a little bit
Good.
more since
Do you have-
I'm on a wanted poster already, which is sweet.
Where's your masks?
Well, I don't know if it's like I don't want to do it.
sure
We don't
Do you
want to
have one on you just in
We're
case?
not like roguing it up
Yeah.
right now.
We're
We're
not.
supposed to. Isn't there a law in there about always roguing it
Yeah,
up?
which rule says always rogue it
Rule
up?
The rule says make sure you don't rogue it up too much.
I am
That
not,
ruins the magic.
I am not terribly comfortable, but I will give you my second Fall of Tiamat commemorative scarf. You can wrap it around your face. It is sleeting out. It wouldn't be
There
beyond the
is
norm.
rule number 80. Don't overdo it with the disguise kit.
Wow.
So it sounds like it.
This is like uncanny that she has a rule for everything we do. Makes me really uncomfortable.
These aren't my rules.
I-
My grandmother wrote these rules through her hard-earned lessons.
Obviously, she spent some time in Waterdeep because they've all been very relevant in the short time we've been here.
Obviously, she's been arrested and thrown in the dock ward, so yeah.
Yeah, we should sneak in there.
Does it have
After we
anything about
rescue
her?
Lanky Boy.
Is there anything in there about her face care regiment? Because she must look amazing for her age.
Yeah, exclusively use
has-
brown dragon toenails as a facial
She only
moisturizer.
has 2 rules regarding beauty and face regiment. It is 61, traveling beauty experts are excellent covers when you're in a rich neighborhood.
Mhm.
And 62, buy cheap makeup for rule 61, don't try to make it yourself, there are rashes.
I'm impressed that
That's
you're
pretty
actually
good.
reading these off a preordained list.
Yep, they're all printed out.
I
What
imagine
do we
you
know
just,
about
like-
Maris then? She's in the dock ward?
She's under house arrest. She's a known felon for
She
2
looks
more
young.
weeks.
Although
She only had
shouldn't
2
be.
weeks left on house
Out of
arrest.
2 years?
Out of well, they only said that that she had to be here for the rest of the year.
Okay, she only had 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll go sneak around there.
About the time we'll be opening our bars, so that's pretty good.
Alright, perfect.
Maybe she needs a job.
Yeah, we need a cook.
It's a family.
We can have a release
family
party for her.
establishment. Yeah.
Right. All right, so you are getting close to the City of the Dead.
Yeah, we are. We enter the city.
Is it still sleeting in our faces?
Oh yeah,
Ah.
yeah. The weather is terribly gross.
This is
It is super cold. As the day goes on, the temperature continues to drop. The wind has picked up. Like you can feel it stinging your face. It's when you get the gusts of wind. It's that horrible cold winter wind that just kind of sort of sucks the wind out through your nose. It
So
just
we're in
sucks all your
Michigan.
air out. Yeah, right. Yeah.
this dog
Alright.
better be here.
Let's
And
stay
better be
together.
amazing.
Stay together. And
What did it say about the lost dog?
Just find it.
A fine gray wolfhound answers to Lanky Boy.
In the City of the Dead, bring it to a watchtower.
Or a
like a
watch
watch post, yeah.
Bring it to any watch post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lanky boy! Lanky boy!
I thought you were looking for a dog, not a pig. I mean, pigs are smart. Don't get
They're
me wrong.
smart. Smarter than dogs sometimes.
No,
So,
it's good.
how are you going to?
You think we got that far?
I'm in the City of the Dead.
Is there a rule for how to find a dog?
Yep. Rule number 3.
Keep sausages in your pockets.
Always bring some dog treats.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, do you have them on you?
Yes.
That'd be so
Of course I
funny
have
if
them
she was
on
like,
me. It's
always
number
have dog
3.
treats, and she was
It's
like,
like,
I don't have any
dog
dog treats.
The best I got is a half.
I only
one,
have like
sorry.
a few. They're like the little pill pockets too, so they're kind of rubbery and stuff.
Sure.
Ew.
So I guess
How big is the City of the Dead?
So we're gonna wander
Just
around.
wander
Should we
around like-
split up? I think we should split up.
yeah, I thought we should all split up.
So the
Zoinks, gang!
the City of the Dead, north to south, is pretty substantial. East to west, it's maybe a quarter mile.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we can do the
North to south, it's a little more than a mile.
sweep.
Oh, okay.
Is it all
Can
like
I-
mausoleums? Is there?
There are
homes?
some.
piles?
There's
It's
some.
one big cemetery, basically.
Yeah. Yep. There's a wall that goes all the way around it.
Mhm.
Gated entries, and the wall is only like 3.5 feet. You know, it's nothing huge. But there are a couple of trees. The trees are, they're decorative. It's not like there's a forest here.
But they're living.
Yeah, they're living. Yeah.
Can I search for
Misnomer.
any paw prints?
Sure.
Ooh.
Are any of you
Well,
proficient in animal?
that's a 6.
I am.
Yeah.
So, you two, and I give the encouragement because we are low level, right? If we were doing a higher level adventure,
Oh wait, I am not. Sorry.
completely
My bad.
leave it to you guys. You may want to try some animal handling stuff or even a nature check to sort of kind of get in the mindset of where would a dog be when the weather gets awful.
Think like a dog.
Think like a dog.
I'm just going to actively use perception to search as best I can.
Yeah. And your passive perception's 14, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's a pretty solid number.
I have a 16 to think like a dog.
Sure. Dogs can very easily go into a self-preservation state, especially when the temperature drops. So as you're looking around, you see a lot of these mausoleums that are closed, right? They're sealed up by the families. However, here in the City of the Dead, the prevailing group would be the Guild of Undertakers, or the clergy of either Kelemvor or Jurgle. These are both gods of the dead, essentially. So finding some place that would have an open door would probably be where that dog would go.
Who has the animal handling?
The weather has
Did
been
someone
mild
handles?
until this morning.
Bastard.
I give my dog treats to you. Oh, wait.
Please
Don't
don't
eat
eat
them.
them. Let's make that
They're
very
not for
clear.
you.
If you help us find him, you can have a Scooby snack later. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to. Well, if it's only a quarter of a mile wide, we could really.
We just should sweep it.
Yeah. I don't, what's a quarter of a mile
Well,
divided
should
by
we search in
5?
those 2 places first?
Open
then
muzzle.
do it.
20th of a mile.
Well, I thought there was only 2 open mausoleums.
No, like a bajillion.
Yeah, this is like imagine the big
God.
thing in New
This
Orleans.
is like a whole thing.
Yeah, this is like big, ginormous.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Well, that's my thing is like we could walk, we'd still maintain like eye contact. Like,
Yeah.
we could still see. So if something happened, it would only take maybe
100
like
feet
around.
apart.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yelling for
100 feet
Lanky
apart.
Boy.
That's like a minute to run to each other. That's a lot.
Well,
of
I mean,
combat.
we have calls for each other, so like we can still communicate.
I mean, do we feel like if we were to like spread out in like a big line and like sweep in like a grid through this cemetery that we would be able to like sufficiently get to one another in a good amount of time if something happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Then I guess that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them all look for open doors.
Yeah.
Open mausoleum doors and yell out Lanky Boy.
We
Who's
are
a good boy?
yeah, we are ready for this to be a full day activity. Out in the sleet and the snow.
Sure. So coming
That's
out
so
of
sick.
Northward, you're basically coming in at the northern portion of the City of the Dead, so you can just basically filter your way south. It's not really laid out in a grid pattern. It just sort of winds and twists all over the place. As the city has grown, mausoleums were kind of haphazardly just plopped. And then space was acquired, and as some of those buildings broke down, more of the well-to-do families might have purchased that land from whoever was there previously, and some of them are 2 or 3 stories up with ornate staircases all around and such. So it's very easy to lose line of sight to your allies. But yeah, you can sweep your way through and kind of squeeze in between the buildings and
So
see what you find.
shouting distance.
I wish we had like a magical. Oh, I have a question then.
Sure.
Are sending stones on the treasure point chart?
Should be. I can pull all that stuff up.
Can we retroactively say then, because I knew we would have been doing this and maybe splitting up, we would have bought ourselves sending stones, and we can fix that at the end of the session on our log sheets?
Sure.
We
So
separate the
sending
party
stone-
enough
Sending
anyways.
stones are like walkie-talkies, basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, and I think I can't imagine there'd
Oh,
be
that
more
sounds
than like
cool.
a treasure point or something for each of us. So if we each bought one, then we could link them up.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
assuming.
haven't really spent your treasure points, so we'll cover it.
Yeah, yeah, we
during
can, we
break or
can
something.
at the end. Yeah, we'll fix it all up. But yeah, so let's say, so basically we all have a magical walkie-talkie, and you have to go over,
Yeah.
or it does not work.
Yeah.
That is like the magic. That's like the magic keyword to activate.
Lanky Boy! How do these work? Lanky
You didn't
Boy!
say over.
Over.
No,
I'm not-
over.
I'm wise, I'm not book smart.
The last word you have to say is over, and you can't be saying over in a sentence. Over is a keyword by itself. Over.
Roger, over.
Thank you, Magpie. Over. All right, we're ready. We've tested our connections. Yeah, we are ready to explore.
Cool.
You all die.
So sweeping your way down, you maneuver through some of the buildings and around the walkways. You see some of the now leafless trees. There's signs of life holding on. As you get over towards the border of the City of the Dead and the Castle Ward, over on the western portion of this, you see a building with the holy symbol of Jurgle outside of it, and it's a small building. It's really, it's not a temple, more of a shrine, really. Jurgle is the god of undertakers and graveyard keepers. Anywhere you see that is likely where you might find.
It's very specific.
Yeah, he's got other things too, but
Oh,
as far
okay,
as
okay.
this area, this is that's what it's
Gotcha.
used for. You also hear a sound. You hear someone banging on the door, and it's just out of view on the opposite side of the building, but banging on the door and yelling out, "Victus, open up!"
That doesn't sound like a dog, guys.
We keep walking.
Let's meet at the door. Over.
Can we all be standing next to each other while we're talking?
Yeah, totally. No,
Yeah.
totally.
Sure.
Okay, awesome.
So you can kind of reconvene. All of the mausoleum buildings, of course, are all stone of various types. This is a wooden, really not much more than a shack.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are outside, standing about as far apart as we are now.
Howling wind and
Yes.
sleet.
Otter, do you think we should open the door? Over.
I believe we should have Astrid open the door. Yes.
I'd like to think that you're all like literally this far.
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah. And standing in front of like the rickety wooden door,
Wow.
so they can hear us on the other side. Whoever
So
this
you
is.
hear something. Well, you're on
that
the
guy
opposite
right
side of the
there.
building.
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
okay,
You
okay.
have the guy on the opposite side of the building
Yeah.
who's just pounding and saying, "Victus, open up!"
Sure.
Go around the other side.
Okay.
Sure. You,
Go open the
so
door.
you go up there. There is you're assuming an acolyte of Jurgle here, just banging on the door. He looks at you and he says, "My friend, it's cold out here, and my friend won't let me in. Can you help me?"
Yeah, we can. I'm sure we can open that door.
He's like, "I'm in service to the city of the dead, but I don't want to stay here." Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can I get a 21 on an insight check to see if he's being truthful?
He does not seem to be being completely truthful.
Okay.
He doesn't seem malicious in his intent, but
Is the door locked?
yeah, my friend is his.
Otter, I'm not sure if he's telling the truth.
He says that his
like,
friend
go
has
around the
barricaded
back.
the door and won't let me in. You hear a voice from the opposite side, screaming back through the wooden door. It's he yells back. He says, "Afamar, it's mine. You need to leave."
What does he have of yours?
The dog.
Have either one of you seen a dog?
Yeah, more importantly than anything that's going on here,
For a
have you
dog.
seen a dog?
He's Afamar, the acolyte out here. Afamar says that he's not sure. They sometimes see strays come into the city of the dead because it's generally a pretty peaceful area. Sort of Snickers.
Was
at
any
his
of
own
them like a
comment.
gray wolfhound though?
Yeah, this is important.
Let's say yes.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. He says I don't generally track the strays that we find, but
Disappointing.
yeah, Victus is just it's cold out, and I just want to get inside.
It seems like Victus thinks he has something you want, and that's why you want to get in there.
He found a trinket or something. I don't want that. I just want to get out of the cold.
I look.
I don't
Are there any
believe
other
that.
like open mausoleums or anything where he could be taking shelter around here, and he's just being like a little brat?
No, you don't see any other open ones. Yeah. Are you asking him that, or are you? Just
No,
looking
I'm like
Doors.
looking around to see like because
Oh.
he's like, oh, it's so cold. It's like, well, if the door's locked, couldn't you just like go somewhere else?
Agnes, can you open this door?
I don't know. It's pretty cold.
That's
But I
right.
can give it a
Yeah,
try.
'cause the lock picking.
Well, he says that it's not so much that it's locked; it's barricaded from the inside.
We can't.
But it's like a rickety
dog.
wooden door.
Yeah, it's
Is it a push door or a pull door?
Well, you can make it whatever you want with the size of those biceps.
It's a
So I pull it. Is it just a dresser that I push to the side? Or...
barricaded from the backside, like say a bracket on the back of the door. And
Okay, I think it meant like hastily barricaded with
I
chairs.
also
No.
So
thought
I
you meant
open the
that.
door and find a
No.
bunch
That
of
would have
chairs.
made it so much better for you
Yeah.
to just be like, hi, what's up? I'm gonna move that. All right, now that that's done.
here.
I think you should. I think it's been a while since you've been able to flex on something,
True.
and I feel like asserting our dominance over this random individual.
We could
Looking
try
at
and
had
get him
you
to
have been a
open the door.
lady.
You could, but we also have someone who can open all
Wouldn't
doors.
a lady help someone in need if they needed to get through a door?
If you open that
I'm
door,
bad at it. I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
if you open that door, there's someone you haven't hugged yet on the other side.
You didn't say over. You didn't
Over.
say the whole thing over.
Oh,
again.
damn it. What's this guy's name?
The one on the outside is Afamar.
Okay, I hug him.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
move him to the side.
He's not a big man. He
I hug
can't
him
really do
and
anything.
move
about
He,
it.
to
he
the
has been
side.
hugged.
Yeah. Okay.
Door.
Sure.
Just basic strength check for the door.
I mean, it's barricaded from the inside, so if you want to try and like break the whatever's holding it shut, I need athletics.
You said it's a push door, right?
It's a pull door.
How is the door
yeah,
attached
sorry.
to the wall? Is
Can
it
I-
like a hinge?
I can
Yeah,
aid
so it
you.
is.
Could we like just pull the little pins out and like remove the door from the hinges? Or is it not that easy? Is that not how a door works?
I mean,
That's how it works in the movies.
Yeah, I just thought that'd be even funnier
Should
than
be.
like, oh, you just like, hello, we're here. Like,
Yeah, but if you pull the hinges out, you're still gonna have the.
It's still bolted shut on the back.
I can assist you, Astrid, if you'd like.
Okay.
If we're gonna do this.
I guess we're doing this.
I'm not gonna help, and I'm gonna stand 3 feet away because I'm not strong. Over,
Same.
and I step back.
10 to assist.
I will observe and record.
That's enough to assist, right? It's a 10 or higher.
So Otter, as they're forming a plan and you're attempting to help out, anyone else proficient in religion?
Nope.
Okay. The sleet, you realize that it has a sort of oily feel to it, like not just water. Everyone else is interpreting it as water, but it has this sort of oily feel, just a little bit, a little hint of it. And out of the corner of your eye, you feel like you're being watched.
Who watches?
Would I know what that means? The oiliness of it. It's a knowledge religion. I'm just curious if that's no.
Does it smell of fish?
You are caught in a sleet storm.
I will.
Is it raining men?
As I finish assisting Astrid, I will take a long peer around and see if I can find anybody watching me. Since my spidey sense says
So on the edge of your vision, you very briefly see vaguely humanoid shapes, sort of spectral, ghostly images. But when you try and focus on them, they're just lost in the sleet.
What's up, Otter?
Everything okay?
You'll think I'm possessed again.
You hear a noise.
Otter, are you possessed again?
You will
Over.
definitely think you're
You
possessed
hear a noise
again.
from inside the building. Victus, you just need to go.
I don't know, guys. This isn't really like our bit. You know, like not to
Hey,
like.
you don't know it's creepy yet.
What?
There's
Only he
something.
knows it's creepy
There's
yet.
something more.
No,
going
no,
on
I'm
here.
not talking
And
about the
you hear a
creepy
weak
bit. I'm
dog
talking
bark.
about like we have someone standing on the outside of a building demanding to get in, and we have somebody on the inside of a
No, he
building
didn't.
that's barricaded
Is it-
demanding to stay in.
Is it at the same direction as the
Inside.
It's inside.
I ripped the door.
There's a dog inside.
You're gonna.
Did you hear that bark?
There's a bark.
There's a bark from inside.
Oh, excellent. We can
Give us Likey Boy! I Eldritch Blast the door.
You hear a more excited, almost yipping.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I'll ask
It's-
the
The team now tears down the door.
acolyte outside. I'll go. Was your trinket a dog?
Is Trinket the name of this dog? Yeah. I really like the idea of someone bear hugging said acolyte outside and moving him bodily out of the way
He's in
again.
my way.
Well, can you like maintain that hug on him for his own good?
I'm busy with the door.
Oh, right. Forgot that you can't do everything.
I stand outside
Yeah.
the door, ready to catch this dog that zooms out.
So
I'm like,
yeah.
guys.
So
Ready to lasso it.
couple of things. You're seeing Otter. You're seeing these sort of ghostly, spectral things all around.
How far away are they?
Maybe 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Sort of around the edges of the little mausoleum buildings. You've got Astrid, who is now just sort of grunted and pulled the door completely off the side of the building.
Nice.
Inside, you have a black-robed holy symbol of a black-robed figure holding a holy symbol of Jurgle, and he has this green glowing tablet in one hand. There is a very cruel smile as he says, "I warned you."
Oh, you guys, we should have
And
just went
you
for
see
the dog.
the dog is shaking in the back of this very small.
Does this dog
hut.
match the description of Lanky Dog?
Sure does.
Lanky Kill it!
Yay! We found the dog.
Yeah, no.
We need initiative out of everybody.
I was gonna say, this thing's like, I warned you, and we're like, get out of the way, we want the dog.
We don't even see him yet.
Yeah, we don't even care. Get your stupid glowing
Hey,
tablet
the
out of my
dog's in
face.
there.
Yeah. Oof, good stuff.
So Otter
13.
13, Agnes
19.
19, Marcellus 8,
8.
Magpie
17.
nice, Astrid
21.
I would like to
1.
record these events from afar.
All right, let me make a couple of notes.
More dogs.
So Astrid, you are going to have first party action when we get around to it.
And it's funny because like that's like how our characters would react to this too. Oh, you have a magical glowing tablet of magic powers.
Hey, Lanky boy!
Yeah, Lanky boy! What's up?
Good boy.
I like pull out like the faded like newspaper clip that's like creased and worn from my pocket that I've been like nervously
push
thumbing.
the guy aside. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah, can you just like scat for me? Thanks.
Nice tablet, move over.
Yeah.
You're looking good. You're looking dry.
That's what I've been looking for. Moves the man, grabs the dog.
We all did have a long rest, right? So
Yes,
everyone's
yes.
spells and
Yes.
everything
So we're not gonna die instantly.
We get our hit dice back?
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
The other acolyte.
Oh, Alphamar?
Yeah.
I will get that for you in just a second.
I should hug Mert.
You should have.
You think
Missed
Alan's making
opportunities.
notes like, if I need to push these guys in any
Just
direction,
put a
to
dog.
put a dog
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Oh, Lanky
dog
boy escaped
does.
again.
The hook we can never let go.
Alright, none of those are gonna work. So, let me backtrack to.
Is doing something at will, like talking, like an instantaneous, it does not take an action per se?
Depends on how complex of a message you're trying to send.
Okay.
If it's just a word or two, I generally won't invest anything in it.
Okay.
If you're trying to send a full communication, at a minimum, it's a bonus action.
Well, I guess that was sort of my example. So when I leveled up, I took Eldritch Sight. So at will, I can cast detect magic. So is that like something
Then
you
you're-
would require
it-
me to do an
That
action?
would be your action. Because
Okay.
detect magic requires an action to cast.
Okay, gotcha.
In here, I actually have. Yeah, we'll use this little guy. So we're gonna use one of these handy maps that come in the box,
Yay.
and you're probably all gonna want to work together. But as we get in,
Oh, I need my guy.
Yeah, minis.
you have the black-robed figure here with the holy symbol. of
Where's the
Jurgle.
dog?
The dog is kind of crushing itself
Oh,
back in the
nice.
corner.
You have a dog.
It is. It
That's
is,
me.
Holding a door.
it is from his kids. It's the battle corgi.
There's a battle
Oh,
corgi.
no.
Yeah, there's
Now
a
you've done it,
there's a line
Now you have done it.
Oh, stop everything.
There's a line of pre-painted miniatures called wardlings that they made that comes with like a little chibi kid figure and then a pre-painted animal familiar, and they made them for like kids. But
Item 1 on
I
product
can
trade,
have
by
a
the way.
familiar that's a corgi.
you can have whatever you would like. This is D&D.
Oh, I am gonna come up with a new character.
You're like, yeah, I'm a druid and I have 14 animals. Great,
Agnes,
awesome.
the
Yeah.
corgi caster.
Yeah.
I come from the land of Corgalia.
Is that like the land down under?
It's like
So-
just with dogs.
Chult with dogs, great. And now I'm imagining like the T-Rex scene from Jurassic Park where it like steps out and crushes the Jeep, except just a giant corgi.
I need to mark off a small space because as you rip off the door and he smiles, he actually releases a spell.
Uh-oh.
I'm Ross standing in front of that door.
Uh-oh,
Right.
Spaghetti-O.
Good thing I'm still holding a door in front of myself.
Right, got a shield.
So if he can't, if it's a verbal see a point spell,
That
can
seems
he cast it if it's
Unfortunate sphere.
That seems unnecessary. Yeah.
Everything in between the dice there is now filled with these sickly green like spider web, super clingy filaments. He says, "Stick around for a minute. Let me show you how you roll." Astrid, you are webbed.
Okay, what's that mean?
So each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free.
19.
Yeah, so you're good. It is a little bit of difficult terrain if you wanted to try and move forward.
He's only 5 feet.
Yeah. Well, he's 10 feet away from you.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
it's difficult to read, but can I come up and physically push him back into the corner with the door?
Yeah,
I
sure.
love that so much.
Show me athletics.
Again, like the scene from Jurassic Park 3 where they close the door on the raptors in the corner
Yes.
and then they escape because it takes them like an extra 30 seconds
I
to
had
escape.
no idea that when I signed up
I-
for this,
I
it was
do
gonna
have-
be
yeah.
scene by scene replay of all the
Okay.
Jurassic Park
You're
movies.
welcome.
So
welcome.
you press forward, and surprisingly, he holds his ground.
Oh. Saucy. What did you roll?
Is that what he's saying? The
17.
webs. You're like in a web. You're like, oh, that's saucy.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, God.
that's saucy.
Thank you, Otter. So
Okay.
this
That's gonna be
caster outdid a 17 strength door check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't like him.
Well, he's got our dog.
Agnes.
So
I like how it's our dog.
we gotta
now.
take it out.
You guys, you know we're not returning the dog, right? Like, you know, this
I
is
mean,
like
yeah.
this was like an adoption
Yes.
mission because we needed another animal to live with us at Trollskull Manor.
This person just put it in a flyer. They obviously don't care.
Yeah, they would have looked for him and found him if they cared.
You realize we do this, it's gonna be like Mert's dog.
No, because Mert would say bring it to Mert's moneylender's house, not to the nearest watch post.
We'll see what it says on his collar.
Yeah, maybe it says like property of whoever finds it kind of deal.
If he's
Finders
If
keepers.
he's microchipped, we're really screwed.
Yeah, I hope he. Yeah. Where's the HS or what is it? ASPCA.
Agnes, what do you got?
I am going to. I have to see if I can move, right?
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
you-
I'm in the
webs
west, right?
Yeah, you're all affected by the webs.
Okay, so that's a 20 for the dexterity check.
Oh yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. Can I try to start cut?
No, you're out of the zone.
Can I cut the webs from other people? Can I spend my turn trying to cut the webs down?
That's gonna grab your weapon for doing it.
It's gonna
Like, just
grab
keep
my
it.
weapon.
Well, you're swinging
get
a
stick.
weapon into a sticky environment.
Will that free people?
No.
Not really.
All right.
Just come up
Let's
with
set it on fire. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that either.
All right. Then I am going to jump. I'm going to run into the building. I'm going to plant my hands onto the shoulders of Astrid, flip over her, and then stab this guy in the back.
That's okay.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Except we'd be here,
When I
'cause
took
think
third
is-
level, I
pushing.
took
You're
a
taking
second story ability. I know it's not entirely relevant, but I want to remind you that it exists, just in case I can convince you
I'll give it a
otherwise.
shot. The ceiling's not very high, but it sounds cinematic enough. Let's give it a go.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh no.
That's some good stuff. Right
So that would be dexterity, right?
Sure.
10.
So hilarious.
So you scale up Astrid's back, and that's about where you stop. There's just not enough room for you to acrobatically wiggle through.
I like how you got the minis to stand
I've got my cunning action, or I can take a bonus action,
to dash down the front of Astrid.
and I will use my bonus action to menacingly growl at this man. And try
You
to
have to
intimidate
do that
him.
in character, physically.
I'm gonna stand on my shoulders and I go.
That was very menacing.
Yeah. I'm more scared for my health than like actually scared, but I can appreciate it. Yeah.
So you are you're perched up on Astrid's
Yeah,
back,
yeah. I'm just
not a
waving
whole
my sword up.
just threatening a menacing
Your
line.
next turn, I'm gonna come down.
You just wait until another 6 seconds go by and I'm legally allowed to move again.
I
I'll come
swear to
at
God,
you.
don't make me come down there. So all right, that is Agnes. Magpie, you are in the webs.
I am. And it's just like a dexterity saving throw.
Indeed.
13.
13, you are still stuck. You are restrained.
That's okay.
So you'll be able to move out of here, but you still have
I
your
can.
actions.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers. I'm
Okay.
gonna be like, you just got yourself John Wicked.
But nobody killed the dog.
Not yet, but he's about
But
to.
he threatened it.
Nobody killed the dog in the second one.
Oh,
But
so
he
you
still
have
did
to
so
make.
much
So he's
damage.
got to make a Wisdom saving
Yes.
throw.
Okay. So, wisdom save. I'm going to go ahead and assume that a 12 does not succeed.
How do I even know if it succeeds or not?
You're gonna go here, you're gonna click on the spells, and boom! Her spell save is a 13.
Yeah, see? So I failed to save.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Look at that! Max damage!
Check that.
That was exciting, Jesse.
So
That's not max, that's the number 3. Sorry. I got
15.
excited for
I was
nothing.
really close. I was so close to that turkey. So I got 15 psychic damage, and it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Into the corners, so
It
that
can
Astrid
back into the corner
continuously,
of that.
yes.
I assume that he's backing up because I'm so intimidating.
Yes.
It's because you're screaming from the
Yeah,
back.
I'm like, wow.
It's just a whisper.
Well
Nobody
done,
else heard that.
Agnes. Well done.
And that was 15 damage?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Psychic
it was.
damage.
15 psychic damage, right on. Excellent. This will bring it back over to him. And he's going to grin. And you, two of you are now close enough to realize, like, the tablet that he's holding up. There's that green and black energy, kind of like running down his arm. It's draining life out of him.
I'm pretty sure eye care will take care of that issue. Whatever's going on with your device or your tablet. Like that, I thought about that one for like a solid minute. I wanted to make sure it sounded good in my head before I said it out loud. I was pretty proud of myself. So, what can I say?
There we go.
And the turn just spends this running down his arm. He's like, oh, it's leaking again. I didn't screw the cap on right.
That's not what he's gonna do.
Everything is so much more funny in my head than it is actually happening.
I think it's true. Just
Like,
all things.
yeah. You figured me out.
Yeah. I'll speak for all humanity, but yes, you as well.
He sort of growls at the lot of you.
He growls back.
And
all right, challenge accepted, sir.
Disappears.
No!
Oh, R.I.P. Okay.
And he appears back here around the corner of one of the other buildings. So,
double R.I.P.
Who do we have holding up the big club? That would be Otter.
Otter.
Otter, you can see him. There are spectral figures all around him now that weren't there a moment ago that are becoming more and more physical. Otter, it's your turn.
All right.
So he teleported away.
He's behind us now. Over.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and get free of this.
All right, so I need that dexterity check.
Web.
Descending is the best thing that I've done to this part.
I'm sorry?
15.
15's good. Okay.
And I am going to spin freely now and face him and say, Aminator will guarantee that you will not see your own demise, and I will cast blindness.
Are you moving
Oh,
out
yeah!
of Are you moving out of the...
Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so it is difficult trying to get out, but yeah, you have enough to get there.
Cool.
And still have your action left over.
Blindness.
Blind.
Con save.
A con save.
DC 12. Come on, caster, you don't have con.
Oh, I actually got a 16.
No, he's only half blind.
I donate $1 extra to make you reroll.
He suddenly can't see green.
A magical black monocle covers his right eye.
Right.
That's why I don't like playing casters. Made the save.
Clerics,
He
clerics
made the
are like
save.
pseudo-casters.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
know.
smash when you...
Yeah.
You do smash really well.
Yeah.
So, that's Otter. Marcellus,
That's the way you wanted to word that, Magpie. All right. So
you're in the web.
I heard he's behind us. Can I turn around and see this humanoid within my range?
No, there's a building between you.
Oh.
Building. So you're in the web.
Can I break... If I break out, it's my action, right? Attempting to break out is my action.
You get to do that at the start of your turn.
Oh, I just get to do that
Yeah.
for free.
You
Oh.
can
Do it,
you can
Betsy.
try it again as an action if you want.
I fail.
How's that go?
So,
I fail.
She
so
actually
you're
gets
restrained.
more entangled.
I get more.
Do you
It's
want
like
to try and
trying to
use your action to break free?
I would actually, yeah. After I use my free thing to try to break free and fail, I would like to burn my inspiration to make sure I get out. Watch me roll 2 nat ones. That's a 1 and a 5. So
Wow.
I'm going
You're
to
never
file
inspired.
save and try this later, and I will pass turn as I go. You guys got this. Over. And I just sort of lounge in the.
Okay.
It doesn't like burn me acidically or terribly, or I don't like. I'm just
No,
sort of like
it's just-
floating.
No,
there.
it's just kind of holding you in place.
All right.
What happened to what's his butt?
The other one.
Yeah, the one I hugged.
The other acolyte?
I just wrote him out of the encounter.
He passed out.
Non-combatant, I'm not worried about it. Unless you guys start throwing fireballs around.
He passed
We
out
could just
before.
grab the dog and run.
Well, except there's a big
I
web
will
away.
let you know when I'm able to run.
Or walk
Otter.
slowly.
Well,
Right?
I will let you know when I'm able to physically move over. Yeah,
The only thing that you were able to do was bring the stone to your mouth.
yeah. That was the extent. Yeah.
Otter!
It's like stuck to her now.
It's stuck to my face. It's just like always on, so you guys can just hear. This really sucks.
Clear the line.
Yeah.
Over.
I can't turn it off, guys.
Roger that.
All right, I'll just play coach. All right, this is what we're gonna do. All right, beeline,
get-
alpha strike. Oh,
As we get down to the end of the round,
yeah.
2 of those figures manifest, and one floats up towards Otter.
It's cool. Have him talk to your possession.
The other one floats all the way through the building, merging through the walls to emerge out
next to
I imagine a
so-
head just like appears right here, and I'm like, "What's up, boo?"
Forgot to tell you there's ghosts.
They are going over.
You just hear like screaming and crying and high pitched like noises that Marcella shouldn't be able to make, but Jesse physically can because I have a sore throat. So yeah, I start screaming high pitched.
So, Otter.
Yes.
This one. It comes up to you and it reaches out with dark spectral hands for an AC of 12.
That is not going to be good enough, sir.
That is good for you.
Yes.
Marcellus,
Yes,
you are still grabbed. Well, you're restrained, right?
I am restrained and I am grabbed.
Well, on the high end, I got AC 9, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Since they have advantage because you're restrained, I got nothing.
I look at you. I look at the ghost and I go, yeah, that's right.
So these are like black, vaguely humanoid shapes. You don't see like faces or any definition to them, but your adventurer's senses are telling you, oh crap, these are shadows.
My adventure senses are tingling.
Yes.
Wow.
That's going to bring us up to top of the round. Astrid.
You said it's just a rickety building, right?
Yes.
You're just gonna knock
Don't
the whole
forget you have
building down.
Don't
It
forget you got
is-
a rogue on you.
It is a shrine. It is a shrine to a deity.
This
And
rickety
Lanky
building.
Boy's cowering in the corner.
Can I make a hole in the side of the shrine?
Yeah,
I can knock the
mean,
whole
you
thing
can
down.
do
it.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Go through the roof.
I thought you said you have to pee. And I
I just like to ask
for
every once in a while.
asking, yeah.
What do you want to do?
Save Lanky
The
Boy.
dog is freaking out in the corner.
20 to make a new door.
Astrid acquires the carpentry skill.
You guys actually put my
I'm not-
mini on
Yeah.
top of.
You're attached right now.
You are attached. You are no
Glad-
longer moving of
I'm
your own
glad
volition.
that we were able to represent that.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Cinematically.
Because you're actually really stuck on there in an awkward angle, so. New door had.
I don't know yet.
He's looking up the new door rules in the
Yeah.
Dungeon
I'm
Master's
trying to
Guide.
send, there you go. One of the moderators wanted the photo that I posted to Twitter of the map,
Oh.
so
Oh,
they
nice.
can put it in chat. So you were trying to do what?
Make a new door.
She rolled the 20.
You gonna try and Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I make a new
You,
door right
you know when you Kool-Aid Man through a wall, you know what you
Can't
gotta
just
do.
how much damage I take.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can bull rush into the edge of the building. Like make me a con save. You're still trying to run through solid wood.
19 plus 4.
Okay. You are you take a good hit to the head, and your
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
How much
your
damage
ears
do
are
you-
ring but you can make it out.
Is she smart enough to duck down a little bit?
I need a con save out of you. You are at disadvantage.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Because you're stonking your head on the board as you get
Right.
ran out?
I
Yeah.
got my lucky dice. My lucky dice never lead me astray. On disadvantage
You are at disadvantage
with con,
with con.
and I know. Oh, there we go.
She's gonna get knocked out.
17.
17 on the low end.
17. I wrote an 18 and a 15.
Nice.
Yeah, that's ugly dice. Ugly dice will never betray you.
Rule number.
Because they have nothing else going for
That is
them.
a Lindsay rule.
You are you find that your head connects with one of the support beams, very very hard, but you maintain your
Yep.
you maintain your grip.
I pat her on the head. I'm like, good plan.
All of
You're
your
protected
rolls,
by your fall of Tiamat commemorative scarf.
Yeah.
for the two of you, all of your rolls for the next minute are at disadvantage.
Great.
In real life time.
So we can just talk for a minute when we find,
The
right?
next 10 rounds.
I was gonna say I can waste a minute of real life time real quick.
But yeah, that's your move and your action.
Cool.
What's
This
that?
isn't awkward at all.
Well, you're moving to get through the wall, right?
Yeah, that's what I was doing right now.
Yeah. So you're spending your move. Your action is
Yeah.
spent like bolstering yourself to get through the.
The only thing that would have made this better is if she just like picked up the mini and like chucked it across the room. Been like, yeah, we're over there now. We ran really
What,
fast.
As we move away, I turn around. I'm like, oh, stay, boy.
Now, can I?
Oh yeah,
as
Linky's
like
gonna
a
like pop out this,
reaction,
this
I was
door.
gonna pick him up and run away so we
do
could all
a
leave.
handle
but-
animal check to.
No,
that
I want
would
to
be
get
an
back
action.
to
That would be an
ghost
action.
boy
And the
instead.
dog is freaking out and is gonna like press itself back into the corner.
As long as it's not running.
That's all we care about.
It's not gonna come out
Agnes.
to
As
help
on
fight
my
the
way by,
ghosts.
I put
No.
the door in the new door.
Despite his battle core.
That's what she was looking at.
I don't need this anymore.
Nice. Agnes.
We're out here
I
now.
will. I'm at disadvantage for everything I do, huh?
All your d20 rolls are disadvantaged for the next minute.
That means you should
I'm
do
s-
something really big right now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. If I use, what happens if I use my inspiration?
That would cancel your disadvantage,
So
so
it's a
you'd be a
normal
regular
roll?
roll. Yep,
It's not so bad.
that's not so bad.
So I assume that I never stopped screaming. Like I was like screaming, and we went through a wall, and I was screaming, and now we're facing this guy again, and I'm still like, ah! But I'm screaming for a really different reason now.
Because now your head's bleeding and you're like, you feel like you're about to die. Yeah.
So I am going to jump. The initial move, which is jump over her head and charge this staff guy.
I really like.
Necromancer.
The black robed
Yeah.
caster back here.
And I am just gonna try to stab him right in the belly.
Okay, that is going to provoke from the shadow.
I can't hit shadows anyway, so
No,
that's
No, but
cool.
can they hit you is the question.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Well, and it's not like they have advantage against you. You just have
Yeah.
disadvantage.
No,
on your
I'm,
roll,
I'm
so.
cool with it. I don't even
Okay.
think. I honestly don't even think I would have seen the shadow.
It's a black shape. So
I am really distracted right now.
okay.
Still
You
screaming.
just think Otter like whipped out his commemorative Rise of Tiamat cloak or
I've been
something.
hit in the head. There's blood in my eyes. Like I just don't think I registered it.
So it does hit you.
Okay.
I've got a 19 on the die. So
Okay.
there's going to be some necrotic damage. You have let's see, 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Do you know the difference
And
between
then-
regular damage and necrotic damage?
Not
I
at
need you
all.
to roll a d4.
Alright. D4s are nice dice. D4s are friendly dice.
As its hand rakes through you, you feel part of your life energy being sapped away.
1.
Okay,
Ugly
so do you want
dice.
your 1, or what I rolled on my d4?
My 1, please.
That's what I figured. You lose 1 point of strength.
1 point of
So your
strength?
strength score goes down by 1.
So I'm at -2?
You're at 8.
Oh, I'm at 8. Okay.
Right.
And then necrotic damage doesn't go away until you take a long rest. So that 11 points of necrotic damage you just took cannot be healed by like
At
a potion
all.
of healing or like our cleric. Otter can't heal you. You have to take a
I
nap.
am feeling things in my
No,
body that
this
I have
isn't
never
this
felt
isn't
before.
maximum hit point droppage like that.
Oh,
It's
not-
just standard damage.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yep.
Then never
That's
mind.
cool.
I lied to you
My
about
strength
that.
is a -1 normally.
So
I
you
think
feel
that
your
it's
strength
still
being
a negative
sapped by the
Yeah.
hit. You took 11 points of necrotic damage. Necrotic
Right.
damage can be healed normally,
Right.
but you will need to rest
Okay.
to get that point of strength back.
So the point of strength.
a
Gotcha.
Long rest.
long
Really?
or short doesn't matter. You just need a rest to get that back.
Oh, I can do long or short?
Correct.
Cool.
So that said, go ahead and finish your action.
so
You were
now-
charging up.
Now I charge up and I stab him right in the belly.
You can use your inspiration to hit him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration so that it's just a straight. Oh, what am I doing? It's like I don't know how to play this game. Oh god.
What even do I do?
So how does 8 do you?
Eight's great.
Let me consider your generous offer. Yeah, no.
He's very polite. He's a very polite caster.
So that was Agnes.
That was
Magpie.
me.
Yes.
You're up.
I'm gonna try to get the out of here.
Magpie.
And
Now I'm stuck.
That's not how we play
stuck
this game.
With the stone up against my face. That's okay. I'm going to. I can still see. Like I can turn my head and see that thing coming after myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yep. So you're adjacent to it. If you
We are gonna do a thing. We're gonna do another dissonant whispers.
okay.
Except this time I'm like, you should have stayed dead. And then, and this is still up. I'm doing level 1 like I did last time. We got 13 damage, but you still have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
DC 13.
Yeah, no.
So
I did not make it.
Perfect. You take all of this psychic damage, and it is able to move as far away from me as its speed allows it.
nice.
Okay.
But now you have to remember you have used both of
So
your
it takes a
spells.
whole bunch of
Oh,
damage.
No, that's I still have level 1.
And then
don't
I
you-
haven't
just
used
back
my
into
level
the
one.
Gotcha. Good stuff. I keep forgetting you have.
So we're just gonna leave that off. The
Boom!
table.
You hit the ghost?
I hit the ghost.
Oh wow, you scared me.
Second
I'm glad
level.
you didn't hit me.
Yeah, no.
I feel
That's why I'm
scared.
doing this
No.
instead of
Did
the
the
other
ghost
stuff that's
die?
like
yeah.
And how much damage was
The
it?
ghost re-died.
The ghost re-died.
13.
How does that work?
13. Nice. Okay, so that one has merged back through the wall and into that mausoleum and is moving to parts unknown. Nicely done. This brings us to our buddy, the Necromancer.
Buddies, liberal use of the term.
He's gonna do
Our friendly neighborhood necromancer.
It's just so hard to raise a family these days. I didn't
Oh,
read
that
that on a
was
t-shirt
terrible.
somewhere. Yeah, right?
So, Agnes,
Yeah,
he casts a spell.
Oh,
that's cool.
say no.
His
I brush it off.
his non-tableted hand, the fingers all lengthen and get sort of gnarly looking, blackened skin. The fingernails get longer.
Is that all that happens?
Yeah,
He
I
strikes
watched
forward.
that. Okay.
Mordecai
I can give somebody else my inspiration, right?
You can force somebody to have inspiration. Now,
Do you
in
want
this
it?
case,
Oh, because I have disadvantage
you only
on
need to do
everything,
that when
right?
she needs to make a save
Yeah.
or D20
Wait,
roll or
let's
something.
see what's going on first.
Let's see how bad I die.
Yeah.
As it kills you.
I mean, I'm a pretty spunky little rogue. I think I'll be all right.
You are a spunky little rogue.
But you're at
and
disadvantage.
maybe it was because you were bold enough to like dash right up into its face, or maybe he's just distracted by the weight of that tablet in the other hand. But he does not actually connect.
Yeah.
I look confused. Like I didn't really know what he was going for. I was like, I don't. What? What?
That-
Were you
that
trying to
said,
hand me something?
As he finishes casting this and swiping at the rogue, those spectral webs,
Disappear.
they disappear.
Fantastic.
Oh, woo.
And that's going to bring us to Otter.
I am going to look the shadow right in the face and
Yeah.
say, the power of Aminator surges through me, and hold up my holy symbol and try to turn him.
Nice.
It's DC 12.
Yeah, it screeches. It's a horrible,
Yeah.
echoey shriek. But yeah,
I'm kind of amazed. I've never done that before. I accidentally, in
You didn't
both
think it
hands,
would
I have
actually
like
work?
my commemorative Tiamat pin in one hand and my
Good job,
symbol in the
Otter.
other.
Yeah. Good job, Otter. Good job, Otter.
Thank you. I've never done that before, everyone. Thank you.
By
That's
the way,
exciting.
that
So-
power definitely came from your commemorative medal, not your
And then I will.
mechanically speaking, once you turn something, they're terrified of you, right?
Mhm.
If someone causes damage to that creature, that breaks the effect.
Gotcha.
So that is something like in future games, like be aware. And you may not always know if there are multiple targets. You may not always know how many of them you've successfully turned. They might all shriek, right? They may all be
Right.
upset. But every DM's going to run that a little bit differently because they don't start running away until their turn begins.
Gotcha.
Well, there's one left.
I'm gonna. I'll say, no one hit the shadow,
What shadow?
and then I'm gonna move over. I'm not gonna get threatening to the caster, but like move up near Agnes,
Okay.
a little bit farther on the other side if possible, please. Thank you.
We're flanking.
Yeah, 'cause there's a wall there.
The other side's fine.
Oh, like
Perfect.
there.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
Can you
there.
just 30 degrees
Yeah.
this way, please?
Yes.
Can you turn in
House left,
facing
stage
the
left.
camera,
Yeah,
please?
Steve turns facing the camera. It says,
Otter,
stop
are you
it.
all set?
I am all set. Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to Marcellus.
Bang! I shoot him.
The webs are gone.
Oh. Okay, well then, yeah.
Can I
bang, I definitely
Move
shoot
the
him.
die?
Yeah, go ahead and pull the dice off there. Marcellus, if you want to see the necromancer, you're gonna need to move.
I move to see the necromancer.
Like right there?
Oh, wait. How does he look?
Well,
Nice,
his
you know?
flesh
Look
looks
at
like
him.
it's sloughing off of him a little bit as all this necromantic energy is coursing through his body.
Okay.
He could probably use some sunlight and vitamin C.
It looks nasty, yo.
I'm going
How does
to
he smell?
sort.
That's
More
really
like
the question.
I'm more
It smells like a
confirming
corpse
it.
on a good day.
Okay, I'm more confirming it to myself. I go, I don't think you're alive, so I don't feel bad killing you, and the code legal will defend me. And then I cry because my dice don't know what to do on how to play this game. So with that, Marcellus,
Trips and falls.
yeah,
Okay.
Marcellus does not. I'm assuming a 6 doesn't hit him.
A 6 does not.
Okay,
You
so
don't
it
need to
was
trip
in that
and
case.
fall.
It was really
Oh,
a
yeah.
shot in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a warning shot.
yeah. So okay, how much
Just from-
movement did I use to get there?
Just
What,
pure
15
shame.
feet?
You were here.
Okay.
Pure shame.
Yeah,
So
10
10
to get
feet?
there, 15 if you went here.
So I would go 10, shoot him, see that misses, and goes, well, that was really, really helpful, and use the rest of my movement to go retrieve Lanky Boy.
to it.
Oh,
Like,
Or head towards him, yeah.
Sure, sure.
And I've decided that since I can't roll, the least I can do is collect the dog. So that's what I'll do.
Okay. This thing begins. It it flies directly away from the ongoing encounter.
Yeah.
You scared the scary scare away with the scary.
He doesn't understand opera.
It is.
He has no appreciation for culture.
Fine arts are not a thing that they do. That is going to bring us back up top of the round. Astrid.
Okay, so I can move freely, but I can't hit freely. But I can get a hound
Yeah.
to say hi. It's a disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Got a 16 and a 13, so...
Nice.
Hold on. So 13.
Not quite enough.
Nope.
Anything else?
Not at this moment.
Agnes?
Alright, I am still just wildly flailing around with the sword. I am sorry, guys. You should might want to get out of the way.
So, Magpie,
I can't really see, so...
you had asked earlier if you could spend your inspiration on somebody else.
You want it?
This will bring you to a regular roll. Because your allies can spend their inspiration on you. You have to use it immediately, though.
This would be a sneak attack, too,
I've got
correct?
sneak attack, so I don't think I...
Okay.
Well, take a look at the text on sneak attack.
Okay.
Do you have to have advantage on the roll, or do you just have to not have disadvantage?
You have advantage on the attack roll. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet.
There
or
you
if
go.
the enemy isn't. So it's just a regular roll then.
What
No.
I'm saying is, if she gives you...
If she gives you inspiration on this,
It will be.
I see what you're saying. So I get the extra damage.
Yes, so it's a good reason to use that.
it would be a great opportunity.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
You just have to roll.
So it's just a 1.
I
Yeah.
like how you like cash it in.
Yep.
15.
AC 15?
AC 15.
You're good.
Oh!
It hits!
Nicely done. Nicely done, team.
So it's this, and then the extra damage is
A bunch of d6s. I think it's 2.
2d6.
Just pick up like a handful of d6s and throw them. You know, that's what I do.
Chuck.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Nice.
13?
Yep, 13.
Nice. Okay. All set?
Yep.
Magpie.
All right. I'm gonna run so I can see him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do another dissonant whispers.
Mhm.
Level 1.
I like how you're just like making all these people feel so bad about themselves. Magpie's gonna kill someone. Hopefully it's not us.
Snap. So you're gonna need a wisdom throw. And I'm gonna be like, take this dream work at your face.
I got an 11 for my wisdom save.
Oh, that's not good enough. So then you get 7 psychic damage
Okay.
and pushed back. You run away.
Have to use my reaction to run. So yeah,
How fast can he move?
he's got standard humanoid
I
speed.
mean, but he is like rotting from the inside out, so maybe not.
He's got standard speed, so he can move 30 feet. He's running.
Alright.
All right.
Everybody ran away from us.
Yeah.
Magpie, you're all set.
Our reputation is preceding us.
Good. Okay. That said, he's gonna do something
We're all in a circle
as
again.
he growls at the lot of you and says that he's had just about enough of your tomfoolery. And noxious vapors begin bubbling up from the ground.
Where we're standing.
Where
not
you're
he's
standing.
Okay, great.
This poisonous yellow-green fog is beginning to bubble up at your feet. The 3 of you that are there, the fog spreads around corners that last for the duration or until a strong wind disperses the fog. So you do still have wind going outside, so it's only going to be for this round.
Okay.
When a creature enters the spell area for the first time or starts its turn there, that creature must make a Constitution saving throw or else things happen. Does that make sense?
I don't like things.
Hey, you shouldn't like things. Otter, you are starting your turn.
Fantastic.
You need a Constitution saving throw. May I remind you that you still have inspiration, yes?
I don't need it. I have a 19 on my con saving throw.
Fantastic.
And then I'm going to beat him.
Before you move,
Narcissus.
You don't get the full effect. So you are only going to take 10 points of poison damage from breathing in the fumes.
Okay.
Only,
Yowzas.
only 10 points.
You feel it coming in like through your nose, your eyes. It's just burning your skin.
Fantastic. I am going to hold up my commemorative Tiamat pendant and cast Guiding Bolt through it at him as he runs away.
Nice.
I love that this is his new holy symbol. Does that make you a cleric of Tiamat?
And it fails me. Tiamat fails me.
Oh no.
Did you miss?
More.
I did. He laughs at you. That's Otter. Marcellus.
Yeah, that's me.
There is a cloud of that noxious gas between you and your target.
So you
Oh,
can't
it's spread
see
this
him.
far? Wow.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot spread.
Cool.
Her target is the dog still, right?
Well, she can get to the dog, but
The dog in the noxious
she
gas?
can't see the necromancer.
Oh, technically, I think your target was the dog, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm
The
trying to get the dog,
snuggles.
yeah.
Okay, I thought you were coming in
Snuggles.
here to like shield the dog or something.
No, I'm coming to
No,
get my
she's-
pup.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just coming to hang out with the dog.
Yeah, the dog is freaking out in the corner.
It's a good boy.
It's a good boy.
It. You can try animal handling. sir.
I am going to
You're
try
reasonably certain that anything you do to calm it down is going to be more than like a combat round.
it. Oh.
It's
Does he
gonna-
look like he's going anywhere?
Well, I mean, looks thin and mostly malnourished.
Do I feel like he's going to sprint away if I don't maintain eyeballs on
Dog's
him?
terrified. Like, this building is out of the weather, and it will probably try and stay in here.
Okay,
You're-
okay. I just want to
you're
make sure.
guessing.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's not gonna like run away.
In addition, he's
Is
probably
there any
going
way
to
without
go.
like moving and running up there that I could get eye contact or like visibility on this guy? Or
You can see the vague shape, so he's going to have a bunch of like defensive benefits, basically total cover.
Okay.
But like, if you wanted to fire something out there or
and I
throw
don't
something,
feel
you
like
definitely
I
could.
don't feel like just because he ran that he's leaving.
No, he's pretty angry at the lot of you.
Well, fine, I suppose. Okay. I will move a little bit. Let's say here. Would I get line of sight there?
It is a 20-foot spread on that cloud, so no. It's going to go 20 feet in all directions.
Oh, the cloud completely obscures him?
Well, your cloud,
I'm assuming you cast it like on top of us.
yeah, your cloud is basically through this. So
30 feet out to the left?
Well, your 30 is going to get you to here.
Well, I'm
You can
going to
double
assume
move.
because I moved in here, because Astrid made a second hole in the door over here, that I can cut through there.
She wedged the other door up, though.
You wedged the other door up?
She did. She
Yeah.
said that.
Gosh
She was
darn you.
leaving.
Alright,
I
well.
was being nice to the
I know,
god.
I
don't
know.
wanna-
So I guess what my question is there somewhere can I go there and shoot him without it being just like...
You won't be able to.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I won't even move. I'm just gonna
Okay.
stay here and I'll maintain ready in action if something comes up that wants to hurt me or the dog.
Okay, gotcha. There is that. I don't need to worry about these things. This brings us to top of the round. Astrid.
Con, right?
As you start your turn.
18.
Nice.
Oh, 18's good, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna take the 10 points of poison damage.
Okay, I go up 30 feet.
Yep.
So
So
I'm
you-
no longer in the cloud.
Yep.
And I'm right up in his
Yeah.
You
face
were
again.
right up next to it.
And I
Burn this.
Oh, inspiration,
Like
eh?
that.
Actually, the rookie person.
I can roll up.
Yeah.
Only if you could survive long enough to hit him.
So Astrid has moved up. She
Yeah.
has spent her inspiration.
Do it.
17.
17's good.
Yes.
Smash
Second.
again.
Like-
Smash.
Like a carnival game.
Whack a necromancer.
Does a million.
23.
Oh!
Nice.
Boom.
And then if he does not fall down,
He did not.
I will
He's
action
pretty
search.
critically injured.
Oh.
You're gonna action search? Alright.
Yeah.
The
Disadvantage,
actions are surging.
unfortunately. 15.
AC 15?
Yes.
Good,
that's
good.
good.
13.
And with that, what happens? Call it.
Yeah!
He just. Or is it a killing blow? Are you knocking him out?
Oh shoot.
I will knock him out, but I'm taking his book.
The tablet.
Oh, don't touch
Don't touch it, don't touch it though.
You as you
Don't touch it, over.
As you nudge it with the haft of your weapon, you realize that it's fused to his hand.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to have a
Like
book
when,
fused
the
with
way his
a
hand is
gun.
falling, you see, like his skin is basically spreading over the back of it. It's all.
Okay, then I
Growing
just lop
together.
off his hand.
Yeah, made him a citizen. Good.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's not a citizen, remember?
We're
That's
saving
why
him.
that's why I said I was willing to attack him, because he's obviously some sort of undead. He's not a people anymore.
He's not undead. He's bleeding freely.
Oh well, he's gonna be
Oh, I
undead
mean-
soon.
At the
Are
same
you
time
Stabilizing
that
him now that you've knocked him out and then chopped his hand
are
off.
we
Medicine
still
that I can
in
try.
noxious fumes?
Is this still count?
I'm assuming
That fades at the start. Of
Okay, I was gonna say because if not, I go down the same time that he goes down.
No, it's-
like we go down together.
No, they fade. I'm not worried about it.
I really like the idea of us finding
so
an open
am I still at
mausoleum,
disadvantage?
throwing his body in there and just closing
Still
it.
For the full.
Well,
Yeah,
we
no,
found-
We have one.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
This is, I think,
then we don't get in trouble with the code legal, everybody's happy.
I got a 14 medicine check.
Yeah, you can stabilize it.
Oh really? Because we're talking about killing him over here. Are
Oh,
you
we'll just
healing him?
stabilize him then.
Why don't we turn him
We
into
were
the...
we were just gonna find an open like mausoleum and
We
shut
have
the
to go
door.
by the City Watch anyways. Let's bring him with us. and
So
turn him in.
Afamar is
And we have a witness.
is saying that Victus has not been himself since he found that tablet trinket thing. He knows that you're considering doing the final kindness, but he's
That's our
saying
group name. The Final Kindness.
The final
Yes.
he's
write that down.
he's begging you to
Too late.
reconsider.
Let's turn him into the
Victus was
City
once
Watch.
a good man, and he can be a good man again. This is
I don't know
He's
if he
sick.
can be a good man again though.
he's sick.
But with one hand, he can do a lot less damage, you know?
Let's turn him into the City Watch.
Did you
They
guys
will have
lop
the
his
power.
hand off?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, well that was smart thinking.
Can I roll Arcana on the tablet?
I try.
I like it. That is a good solution. Do we bring the hand or
dirty
leave
20.
the hand here?
Yeah, we take it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
yeah,
this guy
it's
might pick it up.
a necromantic. I mean, you're not sure what the full purpose is, but it's it's infused with necromancy.
Yummy.
It pulses out slowly, but it pulses out strong necromantic energy.
We have to go to the City Watch anyways to return Lanky Boy. Let's
You don't forget about Lanky
let's take the necromancer with us. They can deal with him.
Boy. We found this dog.
Why
I
do
guess
you look so
necromancer.
concerned?
Return the dog.
So, Afamar, if you are agreeing to bring Victus back to the Watch, Afamar would like to go with you so that he can plead the case.
Yes.
He is asking you to surrender the tablet as well to the City Watch.
Yes.
Oh
Like,
yeah, we'll surrender to the
He
city.
wants no part of it. It's begun. Like he says that once Victus had gotten a hold of that, they had both started seeing spectral shapes all around the city of the dead, and over time, over the last couple of days, they've gotten more and more vivid until Victus developed the ability to start summoning shadows and wraiths from out of the mausoleums. He says this is not right. This is not Jurgle, nor is it Kelempor's intention. The gods frown upon this, and it needs to be dealt with.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Victus needs to atone for what he's done, whether he's aware of it or not. Afamar believes that tablet had clouded his friend's judgment.
He definitely needs his hand slapped.
Oh,
That was bad. That
Where's
was
my
bad.
little drum I can play on and release
Right.
Where's
more
Otter?
daggers?
That wasn't
Can
me.
I-
That was
That was Otter,
Otter.
okay.
That
Can
All
I?
right. That was really bad, Otter. Over.
I'm gonna hand you the rope.
What rope?
I have a rope. I'm handing
Okay.
it to you.
Yes.
I'm gonna go
Thank you for the
tie up Lanky Boy. I'm gonna just kind of lay here for a while until my short rest is over, my strength comes back.
you're not going to be able to short rest laying outside. Remember, sleet storm.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta
it's
get
a
going.
6-star.
We gotta get you home and
What
into
are you
that.
yeah.
I will
Much more
heal-
time
I'll
outside.
cast healing word on her.
Okay, sure.
Or cure wounds. I'll
That's
cast
not
cure
going to solve
wounds
the
on
strength, though, is it?
The strength is still down, but that'll.
I mean, I can wait.
remove the
It's
damage.
okay. That's- We got a
Let 'em
dog,
do
we got
it.
a necromancer.
Yep.
Dog.
6.
Okay.
6 points back.
Oh, help?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've recovered the dog.
Yes.
You have stopped someone who was being corrupted by a necromantic magic item of indeterminate origin. Are you bringing all of this back to the City Watch?
Yes,
We agreed?
we're
Does the
agreed.
City Watch still want to put me to death?
No,
It was house arrest, not death.
no, and they determined
Unless
there
you
was a
keep
wrong
threatening
person.
the City
That
Watch,
was
and
only
then
for an hour.
maybe
Because
for you
they
they'll
don't
make
know
an
what's
exception.
coming. Alright. Yeah.
I want to
Stay
split the
back of
party.
that.
There are
I don't
watch
necessarily
stations
agree
in
with
every
turning this
district.
stuff
You
into
can
the city.
you can
Yeah,
get to a
we'll
watch
just
station along the route back. Couple of things. Afamar tells you that should you need service, should you need assistance from the faithful of Jurgle, if you need anything from the House of Headstones, please remember to come back and see me. I greatly value what you've done for my friend. We will ensure that he is better.
What was his name again?
So this Afamar, Ophemar.
That is, I would have started with an A. Nope, we wouldn't have gotten there.
Ophemar. Rail, R-E-I-L.
This guy's name?
Jurgle, J-E-R-G-A-L.
Gerbil.
Jurgle, not
Oh.
Jurgle.
That's not
There's-
very
That's a lot less fun, Alan.
The
got a
shrine's a
nickname
big
real
plastic
fast.
ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Are the acolytes of Jurgle renowned or held in esteem?
Sure.
Okay.
In certain
So,
parts of the city, for
I'm
sure.
gonna take him for a second and point to her and be like, "This is Agnes. That's Agnes's face. You remember that? We can use him if she ever
Hi.
gets accused by the guard again."
Well, yeah, I'm assuming you're doing introductions. And
Yeah.
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 But that
Uh,
one in particular. Remember this.
on the outside of the city watch post, you do see a couple more of those scrolls with the image. the
So
one-
I'm proficient in disguising. Can I disguise her?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a disguise kit. Let's
Can you
just
let's
do that
sneak
real
around.
fast.
Yeah, fake mustache style. It's just
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, I put like a hat on.
I really like the idea that it's
do
just
the
like a
hair
dollar
differently.
store fake taped on
Yeah,
mustache.
that's-
Yeah.
Is the prestidigitation more off yet? Be careful not to disguise her as the actual
Yeah,
poster
yeah,
like
yeah.
it looks right now.
But I take the dog back to the. Actually, want to be the one to carry the tablet because I do not want to relinquish it to the city guard. I don't think they're smart enough to deal with this. I want to take it to Mert and the Harpers.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
At the
I
I
bottom
think
of
the
the
city guard are a bunch of freaking idiots,
good.
and I think if
Oh,
we
yeah,
give them
some
this crazy
really-
necromantic tablet that literally fused into someone's hand to the point where we had to just like cut their freaking hand off, I don't think a bunch of dorks in shiny helmets are going to be able to really maintain hold on that situation for much longer than it takes for us to walk out the door. So
I don't think the City Watch has ever been more accurately described
That
as dorks in shiny helmets.
so I would
I mean,
like
they've all got
to.
crew cuts.
I totally don't mind turning in what's
think
his
it was just
name
like a bunch
because
of
if they
ropes.
want to like put him away, whatever, that's fine. But shiny magic item that does crazy things might get me good and with cahoots. Us,
Yeah.
me in good with cahoots with Mert.
Okay. Is everyone? Are you
I'm-
sharing that
I'm
with your
okay
team?
with
And
that.
is
I-
your
I
team
mean-
sold
I'm
on
good.
that before you go on the watch station?
Well, when we leave the City of the Dead, I would like to wrap the tablet up in like a shred of cloth or something, and
the
I would
arm,
like to pocket
it's fused
that.
to like an
the
arm.
hand is
A
fused
hand.
to it.
Yeah.
So I will
hand.
wrap up the
You can't just
tablet and I'll
pocket
hold
it.
the hand.
The bundle.
It's like in my pocket and I'm holding the hands like
How big
crisscross
are your
applesauce.
pockets?
Yes.
It's not,
and
I mean, we're not talking like a tablet.
No, we're
It's-
talking like in my head, it's like the Ten Commandments tablet, and you're putting it in your pocket.
No, it's
No, it's like
It's
a
like
Kindle tablet.
that. It's like
Aw.
something small. He can hold it in one hand, which is basically what it was doing.
Oh, okay.
it's two cell phones confused into
Well,
one.
it's still a fairly large pocket, is what I'm saying.
Every
I
spell he
cool.
casts is
I
just,
also
okay, Google.
yeah. If you're having issues with that immersion, then I retroactively spend another treasure point on a bag of holding, and I put it into my bag of holding. But then
Yeah, mentally, I'm totally cool with that.
okay.
Holding.
Yeah, it's just like these like teeth just go and just eat it. But yeah, no, I mean I'm totally fine with turning him in because he did bad things, and if they want to throw him in jail, I don't care about him. I care about the shiny
And
green
what-
cat.
How
How
are
when
we
they-
gonna explain what he did?
Yep.
The
Without,
magic.
like,
We can tell him exactly everything we
That we
did,
left
and
it.
then
We'll just say we left it in the City of the Dead.
Let's
yeah.
go to Mertz first.
Okay, so we go to
And then we
Mertz.
turn the tablet in, and then we go to the City Watch and turn everybody else in. We say we took it to.
Afamar would like to see his friend surrendered sooner rather than later.
he can,
All right.
we don't care
Cool.
about this guy. Who cares about this guy?
Yeah.
Send him in if they want to take him. Yeah, we'll just tell him. Oh, it's back. The tablet's back there. We didn't want to pick it up. If you want to go find it.
He knows who Mert is. If you're
Right.
telling him like we want to take this to Mert, he's not going to get in the way of that.
Oh, good.
But he would like to surrender his friend because his
Perfect.
friend needs medical attention and
All right,
needs.
so-
other
So,
That's a good
and I need a
point.
bathroom. So we're gonna hit the watch post.
Right.
We're gonna turn over the two kids. I'm gonna find the bathroom. You guys got the rest of this handled?
Oh, is it like
Yeah,
IRL?
it's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
I totally
IRL need a
disagree with
bathroom.
him.
Okay.
Yep. So, with this is a great opportunity for us to take our break.
Yay!
Yay.
We have recovered the dog. We have turned over the potential necromancer. You've recovered the item. You want to take that back to Mert. One thing that I would like to add is at the bottom of the wanted posters and the notices for Maris, it does say that she is a known agent of the Zentarum and trusted of Manchun.
Oh, write that down.
We will cover that later. For now, we are going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Yay!
So it is it's basically 2:30. We will be 2:30 Eastern time, since it's all broadcast using Pacific. But we will meet back in about 10 minutes.
Perfect. Woo! We saved a dog!
So sweet.
Are we good? All right, and we're back.
Yay!
So, yay, breaks. Oh, so good. So, we have rescued a dog, defeated a necromancer. Yes.
Yes.
Side-
necromancer.
Side effects of dog.
Right. Horrible winter weather is ongoing outside.
Gross.
We have turned over the mutilated necromancer and his friend over to the City Watch, as per their request. You guys all had a plan for what to do with the tablet.
Connect it to Wi-Fi.
What is this Wi-Fi?
It's something to do with the tweeting too, I think.
It's something
It's all
Blackstaff
connected.
has done.
Yeah. It's a new form of magic. Let me introduce it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go see Mert the moneylender, and we're gonna get Mert the moneylender to money lend us money in happiness because we found him this glowy tablet with a hand attached to it.
Well, I mean, he's told you where his manor house is in the.
Also, I just
Seaboard.
want to make sure, like, in the days it's been. I mean, is this literally the day after, or is this like a couple
this
days?
is the day after.
Okay, so
you're
in
over.
that short 12-hour period, we've not come across anybody else except for Mert that is of high standing Harper.
We don't. You wouldn't
No.
know.
He didn't
He's
send
the
us
only
our
one that,
info.
like, showed
most
up.
of
The only
most
one
of the
that talks
Harpers
about
are
it.
pretty secretive.
I just feel like okay. I'm getting a very hardcore Volo vibe from this guy, so I'm kind of getting like sweaty thinking about talking to him again. Not in a good way, like nervous, sweaty.
I was gonna ask him which way you were getting sweaty.
Yeah, no, nervous, sweaty. Yeah.
Is there only two?
I just want to make sure. Does he seem like somebody that would even remotely like be interested in this type of thing?
As a Harper, Mert would be very interested in this evil thing finding its way into the city.
Okay. Then yeah.
As to what he might do with it.
Oh, that's fine. We just need to farm karma points, right, guys?
Mm.
That's the point.
Don't
Right.
tell Otter that we don't know what he's gonna do with it.
Okay.
See, Otter would not be thrilled if he gets.
Every time Otter
Passed
looks
along.
confused or scared, I just open up your like coloring book, your Rise of Tiamat coloring book, your Fall of Tiamat coloring book.
Oh.
Yeah,
Isn't
I'm
it
like, I
wonderful?
found a new crayon. But yeah, I guess we'll turn bad boy in and go to Mertz.
Yeah.
And we're off.
Okay. So, I'm heading up to Mertz Manor in the Sea Ward. The streets, there's not a whole lot of people out today
It's disgusting.
because it's gross outside. The people who are out here are not very communicative. They don't want to be here any more than you probably do. Making your way into the Sea Ward, you can find your way to his manor. You go right up to the doors.
Do we still have the dog on us, or do we trade that in at the City Watch?
So far, my understanding is that you were leaving the dog at the City Watch.
We were leaving the bad necromancer man there.
We were
the dog,
taking the dog.
The dog
You're taking
lives
the dog.
with us.
Oh.
We
It's
are
our
not
pet now.
returning the dog.
We should
We need to
return the
return the
dog.
This is a democratic party. Let's take a vote.
Right behind
Return.
you, there's this thing called the Old Monster Shop. It's under new management, and we can get like a Cerebus.
I don't want an old monster. I want a lanky dog.
We can get a lanky monster dog.
It is the right thing
Look
to
at
do
this.
to return
Get
the
rid
dog.
of your rodent problem. We're not using them.
Vote. Let's
Yeah!
vote. Return the dog. I
Look
vote
at you.
to
Look
return
at you
the
voting
dog.
by yourself, Otter.
I vote if they wanted the dog and loved the dog, they would have taken care of the dog in the first place.
So you're voting for return the dog?
No. I do not
We
want
don't vote at the same. This
I
is
do
not
not
how
want to return-
voting works.
No, you put your hand down. Nobody's voting to take the dog back.
I would like to take the dog back, and I go through the vote, please.
Who wants to take the dog back?
Return the dog to its
Oh,
rightful
if you-
owners.
Return the dog, because if I'm gonna get caught stealing, it's gonna be
I'll
something.
tell you
way
what.
cooler
I'll tell
than
you
this
what.
dog.
I'll be the centralist here. We'll meet halfway, okay? How about
Return
we just
half
casual?
the dog.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say we casually bring
Hang on,
up
let me look for a John
something
example.
about a missing dog when we turn this guy in and see if anybody happens to know if they've heard, because we're supposed to turn him in at a watch post, right?
Correct.
So let's see if one of these guys at the watch post, let's be like, so we saw something in the paper about a missing dog. What's up with that? See what they have to say. If they don't know what we're talking about, then they obviously don't care. We'll keep him. But because it just
They're
says turn him into
offering
the
a
nearest.
reward
No, they're not.
in the Waterdeep Wazoo.
It just says if found,
No,
bring
the
it to
top
the
line.
what?
Reward. Lost dog.
Yeah, your reward is
Last-
the
last-
dog. Your reward is you get to keep the dog. That's
Oh,
a-
that makes. I didn't. Yeah, I read it the
Yeah.
wrong way.
I
That
know.
makes more sense.
Okay.
Marcellus,
Yes.
your tiefling ancestry, is this like coming out of Asmodeus by any chance?
No, no.
I actually completely agree. The reward is clearly the lost.
No, but if
dog.
I remember
If
correctly,
you find the lost dog, the reward is the lost
if
dog.
I remember correctly, Dis is a little bit of a troublemaker, sort of like I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. I don't remember what all of Dis's fun little things are. But you can make this my patron. I have a Fae patron. Is definitely like, yeah, let's manipulate the heck out of this for funsies.
Sure.
So, I mean, hey, was me pointing at that literally enough to convince Otter otherwise?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
okay.
my only concern is that the City Watch would come and think that we stole the dog, but clearly we can show them this paper and we're good.
I'm coming to understand that Otter's alignment is lawful.
And to even that out, my alignment is chaotic.
Do we have to keep the name Lanky Boy?
No, we do not. We can let the internet vote. Comment now in the YouTube. Oh wait, no, we're not doing that. That was a lie. I think that we should. I think that you should pull up like a Waterdeep name chart, D100 chart, and we should just roll to name.
I like the
Lanky
Chad
boy.
doing it.
Huh?
I like the Chad doing it.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Chad,
it-
what's our new dog's name that we didn't steal?
Yeah.
How
Didn't
about-
steal it.
How about we
How
leave
about-
that open?
Okay.
And we put out something here at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And let people look at it. And
Between
we
now
will
and next
determine
time.
At the start of next session what the name of your dog is.
Yeah,
Until-
sounds good.
Please, God, keep it appropriate. Please keep it appropriate.
have to be
How
able
about
to
we
say
each pick
it
an
on the
option
air.
and we make a poll? How about that? That'll be easy. We
No,
each pick an
they're
option.
gonna come
now.
up with way better stuff than we
Yes.
have ever come up with.
Yes.
They
I
named
was
it-
trying
They
to.
named him Macaulay Culkin.
I was
Come on.
like, if
That's
his name's
amazing.
not like Doggy McDog Dog Puppers or Pupface, well, we just have a problem then, don't we?
What did we name our group, by the way?
Oh, I
Final
like
kindness.
this one. Someone's
Final
already jumped in
Final
with
kindness.
Surfer.
Surfer. Yes.
Surfer.
Cowabunga, dude.
Or Tiamat.
Or
Yeah.
Tiamat. Yes.
My
I definitely
God.
vote for that.
Only if we can totally mess the whole campaign up backwards the timeline so that it's October, so we can dress him up as Tiamat with extra stuffed heads for Halloween.
I am going to switch my background to paper mache specialist and
Yes.
then make 4 other heads for him.
I love
Guild artisan, internal
Alright,
operator.
so we're taking the dog to
So you're keeping the dog for the time being.
it. Yes.
it looks like we're just not gonna return the dog.
Da-da-da-da,
Because
da-da,
reward, colon,
da-da-da.
lost dog.
We have gained a party member.
Okay, so we will determine the dog's name at some point in the future. For now, you're headed to Seaward. You go to Mert the Moneylender's manor. Knock on the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
Does he open up?
Nope.
Wait, is the door unlocked?
Is
Nope,
there a
it's
special
definitely
Harper
locked.
knock that I don't know?
Should we just leave it here in his mailbox?
Ah, there's a severed hand in my mailbox. Must be a Tuesday.
I
Oh.
don't want to sleep in a haunted house
With a hand.
with a severed hand and a cursed
I'll
necromantic tablet.
pharmaturgy my voice, so I yell real loud and go, Mert!
Nothing.
Okay.
The house is empty. There's no answer.
Is the neon flashing sign like turned off?
Oh no,
Oh.
That's still on.
Okay.
There's
Always
still
on.
like you can like peer through windows and you can see lit candelabra and it has all the signs of someone being here, but nobody's answering.
We could bring
Pick
it to
the door.
Savra.
Pick the door, pick the door, pick the door.
Let's bring it
I'm
to
not gonna
Savra.
break into
We're
my
not
new
breaking
boss's
in, we're letting
house.
ourselves in so that he doesn't have to get up. We're being polite.
We can leave a note on his table. that
No,
says,
we're
"We
gonna
found
go in
this
and we're
for
gonna
you."
talk to him.
He's not
Breaking
home.
and entering is against the code league.
What if we're
He's
but we're
not
not
home.
breaking.
All right,
we are
so-
unlocking.
It is still considered breaking and entering.
Let's go give
You
it
know
to
how
Savra.
like when you travel, you leave the kitchen light on so people think that you're not traveling.
Correct.
What? Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Oh,
He's
I
just left the lights on so it looks like someone's home, but no
now
one's
you've
home.
told everyone. our
Hey, Magpie.
secrets.
Make me an insight check. You can have advantage on this.
Uh-oh. Magpie's gonna find something fun.
No, she's an urchin. She's got something scratched in the back of her brain right now.
22.
So, Mert is a larger-than-life influential figure for the city of Waterdeep.
Mhm.
There are always people watching this house.
Mhm.
Picking the lock to get in, going in through a window, scaling,
gonna work.
and going on the roof. You're going to run afoul of the City Watch, and as one of the Lords of Waterdeep, they're not going to be forgiving. That said, I'm not going to stop you from doing these things, but you know that these are
I feel
not
really
wise
bad.
decisions.
Hold on,
I
everyone.
feel really bad for the random thief who tries to break into somebody's house
Right.
and doesn't
It's
know they're one
Mertz.
of the masked lords of
You
Waterdeep.
should have looked at the neon lights on the top of it to
No,
understand.
the other ones that don't broadcast it.
Yeah.
I think, hold on. I think we're overlooking something that's painfully evident to me now.
I know, we could just sit here and wait for him to get home. You're right. I sit.
This package that we have
Yeah.
should clearly go to the House of Inspired Hands.
No.
The knight
They
one?
do not. It doesn't even belong there.
You want to take the
That's
severed
what they
hand?
do is with hands. They deal with hands.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I revoke your inspiration for that awful dad joke.
Let's take it to this place.
That's a sketch.
The
I
Black
drew.
Tower?
He's like, that's what I want for dinner.
That's a doodle.
Blackstaff
Take it
Tower?
to the
Or is that
Blackstaff.
Blackstaff Tower?
That's a magic
But she's going
expert.
crazy and
Yes.
killing her own people
Let's
right now.
take it to
Then she won't be
Savra.
affected by it.
If it's good enough for the Harpers, it's good enough for the Order of the Gauntlet. We should take it to Savra.
I completely and totally disagree with you. Can I guesstimate by looking at
How about
the
a
skies?
church? A church of some sort.
I think we could just leave a note and say, hey, Mert, we have a present for you, and he'll show up in the next couple hours.
You could
We could leave a note and say that he needs to meet us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
We
to
have
Troll Skull
something
Manor.
really
We have
important.
something for
requesting
you.
an audience with
Mhm.
someone like Mert is not necessarily an uncommon request.
And we want to leave tickets for a really bad play in, like, the dock ward.
That we do. That we put
do.
on.
Yes. As a return.
I write a note that says, "We found a powerful necrotic item. Please come pick it up."
We found a
And then
nuclear
leave
bomb.
it.
Hope this note doesn't end up in the wrong person's hands. LOL.
I cannot sleep in the house with that thing.
Well, then don't sleep in the house. You can go get a
Fine.
hotel room.
I'll sleep in the barn.
We don't have a
I
barn.
assume where do everyone park their horses when they come to drink?
You walk with your feet. We're in a city. This is New York, not like
Well,
I don't
grew up on
know,
a farm, and I don't know
Ferndale.
how it
It's
works.
New York, not Des Moines.
yeah.
Sorry, Des
I'm a
Moines.
simple country rogue, and I don't understand these
Let's-
newfangled things.
If we take it back home, let's guard it
I
all
will
night
watch
to
it.
make sure.
I will, and as I
Take
say,
shifts.
I will protect the tablet. I will prestidigitation, make my eyes glow, so I look really cool.
Yeah, you're really filling me with confidence. You're not going to be the next possessor.
As I make my eyes glow the same green as the tablet, I will protect it with my life.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we'll cut off your hand tomorrow.
Oh, ho, ho.
I'm
Alright,
so
yeah,
glad
let's-
this is where this is
Let's
going.
leave a note. Let's leave a note.
Yeah.
Do we
Hey,
have anything else that we need to do besides?
Oh,
We wanted to go to the House of Inspired Hands, but we can do that whenever.
We do not want to go. Who wants to go to the house?
We do.
We wanted to
I-
remember we wanted to get drunk and we wanted to go party there because we think it's a nightclub and we wanted to do that before we went to the
If
orchestra.
you think
That's
we're
what
gonna,
you guys want to do.
if you think that there's going to be a scenario where we don't eventually go to the House of Inspired Hands, I am so sorry for you.
Allow me to
That is
inspire
totally
your
happening.
hands to move towards the
What
House
is
of
with
Inspired
the
Hands.
House of Inspired Hands?
The hands
what do
are
you know of
inspired.
it?
Well,
Yeah,
All we know
Magpie.
is
What do
there's
you?
noises
What do you?
coming.
Can we
It's
all
haunted.
like angrily ask Magpie at the same time
that's
while
what
he's
I'm-
hiding from
Still
us?
arguing
Yeah, I
this
think
on
that's
his
what I'm doing.
porch?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, you are.
Please.
No, I mean you guys are totally wrong if you
Can
think
we
this
just,
is not like a
go
2-hour
home and have this
conversation.
conversation?
You know what? No.
Yeah.
I want to whip out like a folding table and some chairs and be like, we're doing this right here.
No, we can go home
Oh,
and
thank
have this
you.
conversation.
Okay.
Wasn't Martin?
Mert.
Wasn't Mert?
Martin the money
I'm not the
lender.
notekeeper here. Wasn't he gonna come by with the badges?
Mhm.
He
No,
said
we
he was
was
going
gonna
to
send them.
arrange to send them. He's way too important to do that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, but we left him a note. Let's go home.
Yeah.
We can have this discussion out of the sleet and cold. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's still like pouring
Right.
sleet,
Drizzling.
and we're just like, let's have a
Alright.
25-minute conversation outside because we don't respect our appendages.
It's super cold and gross outside, and the longer you're here, the angrier you're all getting at each other.
Obviously.
Right?
Please don't talk
Alright.
about how we talk to each other on the break, all right? That's off camera. But yeah, let's go.
I'm just saying the
let's go
makeup,
home.
the makeup hides the black eye really
It
well.
does, yes, yeah.
My makeup's not running. Like my
Yes,
disguise
yes.
is just ruined.
Until I throw my drink in your face, and then we
Yeah.
start the real bar fight. It's
Alright.
called
All right,
immersion,
we go
folks.
back home to
Sure.
Yeah, we pick up a barrel of something.
To get
Heading
warm.
back home
on the
to
way
Pickowitz's Pints.
Pickowitz's Pints.
Mead.
It'd be
Yeah,
pretty
we
toasty.
find a really good spiced mead on the way home. We're gonna go home and get trashed.
Okay.
Well, no, we're gonna go home and have a reasonable discussion with some inebriation.
And I'm gonna get trashed. And I'm going to have a reasonable discussion.
Gotcha.
I will definitely talk to you. I will not say how reasonable this was.
Marcellus, I have never heard you to not talk.
Marcellus and Jesse both look at you and go, it's not like I've heard that before, huh? But yeah, so we want to go home and wait for Mert and try to figure out what we're doing about this. Yeah, so family discussion, ding, 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 ding. We sit at a round table similar to this and we all stare you down from the opposite side of the table, Magpie.
First things first.
What do you know about the House of Inspired Hands?
First things first.
I'm the realist.
Can I have the commemorative scarves back that I lent you earlier?
Take your scarf back.
I wrap
Thank you.
mine around
I
unnamed
folded up
puppy's
very.
neck.
Oh yeah, we have our
That's
dog
cute.
phone.
I like that.
Okay, so he gets to keep
All right,
it.
now
can
we
keep
jump
one.
all over.
Alright, so
Magpie.
Lanky Boy is now he's equipped with a +1 scarf of the Fall of Tiamat. He has a +1 to all saving throws,
His
and
name isn't. Oh, we don't know his name.
his name
yet.
is
I don't know his
Pupper.
His name is Unknown Dog.
Unknown dog. Unknown dog number 1. Because there will be more.
I have a whole collection of dogs.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers in the alphabet, so we got a lot of time to make this happen. Okay, yeah, family discussion. Magpie!
Spill the beans.
What do you know about the House of Inspired Hands?
Hey!
Tell your father now!
Oh, so long time ago when
Better yet, sing it.
I
Yeah, better
really
yet, sing it.
No.
no.
Improv it.
I wanted to kind of okay, so it's a bard school, but
What?
it's like an advanced bard school, you guys, and like
She failed out.
that's the
Listen.
wrong word to use.
Listen, failure is just a part of learning.
I didn't understand that they're illusions, not tricks, and I said the wrong word and got in a wrong fight with the wrong woman, and I've been kicked out, and I can't go back, and I wasn't good enough to be there in the first place. Plus, they're all haughty and rich and mimes.
I would like to multi-class into Bard and go to this school.
You should
Oh, wait.
Are they all mimes?
Some of them. I
Wow,
mean,
no
and good
wonder.
mimes.
So you can mime?
Did you want to become a mime?
Some
Can
of
you
us-
show us some of the things you
No.
learned?
Stop. This is obviously an important, meaningful thing
This
that
is
we
true.
should not make fun of Magpie for her miming.
So you sucked that you dropped out of Bard school?
She didn't drop out. She got
Hey,
kicked out.
everyone. Let's
Yeah.
not put her in a glass box right now.
I failed the glass box.
Inspiration.
That was it! That's what she failed out of. Congratulations.
It's not a trick. It's an illusion.
wanna go back.
Well, how about you stay home with Lanky Boy and we go?
That sounds like a great idea. I can do
Okay.
that.
We would like to
Well,
split the party.
I
Don't
would
you
like
wanna
to
go and
pause for a
confront
moment
them?
and say, Magpie is the only member of this party I haven't hugged yet. Now seems ideal.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
that's-
I'm crying. I'm like seriously crying, you guys. This is the worst.
I think that you should go back
I have.
and prove to them that you turned out even better than they did.
Why were we going to go there anyways?
Because I heard-
there's noises.
I heard clinky noises, and that's enough reason for us to totally
Was it-
change our plans for 3 days
I
in a
just
row.
wanted to go because I didn't know what it was, and I wanted to find out what it was.
But I heard clinky noises.
Do we have anything else to do?
You heard?
Well, you have your
Someone
rebuilding
told
efforts
me
here.
that they
Right.
heard noises coming
As
from it.
the guilds spin up and the craftsmen start coming in, they're going to need you guys on site.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So
That's
have
what
to,
we paid
listen,
Kira
we have to
for.
stay here till
No, you pay
Kai
her
for it.
to
Till Mert
broker
comes
agreements between the
anyways.
guilds, not to actually
Kai?
manage and oversee them.
I would like to pay Kai extra to find someone from the management guild to manage for us.
Unknown dog.
That's
is-
actually what part of the fundage is going towards, so
Oh.
that she can broker those arrangements.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
you'd like to hire a foreman, that's something that you would have to do separately.
He's not a foreman.
She is not a foreman. She
We,
is a marketer.
we have to wait till Mert arrives anyways. We can't leave this tome here.
I'll take it with me.
No, we don't need to
Yes,
take
wander
a
around the city
necromantic-
with a necromantic
Right.
backpack.
We don't-
I like the
Let's
idea of
keep it
running
in.
around the city with a severed hand better, but
Yeah.
He didn't smell good when he had a hand on him. I'm sure it's not smelling better now.
in my spare time, I would like to be taking a dagger and trying to peel said severed hand off
Don't
of.
touch it.
I'm touching it
It's,
in a public
it-
place.
It is stuck together. They are merged.
Ugh.
So I can't even like cut like strips of flesh away from this hand. It doesn't look very pretty. I don't want to hand it to Mert like this.
I mean, you can flay what bits of the hand you can get to, sure.
I'm covered in guts, gore, and blood in the corner, and I'm
Okay.
carving layers
Is
of
this
skin.
what you call guarding the tome?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
slicing
while
him.
she does that, which is creepy,
I maintain
I'm
eye
not
contact
gonna-
with you the
I'm
entire
not gonna
time.
sleep tonight.
Tieflings are weird.
Yeah, God.
It's actually in their description block if you read
How's our
it.
stream?
So I want to talk
How's our
to
stage?
Magpie. Like, listen, we don't have to go if you don't want to go, but you're way more badass than to avoid this problem. How long have you been avoiding this place?
few years, maybe like 10,
That's ridiculous. We own this town.
You should go play your drums.
We
for
built
them.
this city on
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Go drop off your possessed drum. Let's see how they handle it.
15. We're here for the conga line, guys.
Hey guys, we found this magical drum. Let's test how good you are at barding.
We don't have to go back if you don't want to.
No,
I mean,
it's
if you
okay.
guys want to go back, like I can get. put a disguise on and like help sneak in, but like
What's the worst thing that happens if you go back?
Did you get like physically removed?
they'll take my hands.
They'll take your hands?
You know, I don't.
We have an extra.
Wait, what did you do again? You're terrible.
You never reveal a magician's secrets. You never are supposed to reveal the magic behind the scenes.
You mean like the magic that you have to know how to do in order to do things?
Oh, kind of, right? But
Don't talk about the thing that we're doing. Just do the thing.
Well, I'm glad you told me that they
never
were going to
tell them.
remove your hands before we went to go check the place out.
I mean, they'll be fine.
Never tell them how to do the voodoo that you do.
Yeah.
Hoodoo?
You do.
Do what?
You know, and
It's
I don't
your-
even know who's running the
Listen.
place anymore. They might not even be there.
Magpie, it's your call.
Are
I
we
scowl
planning
at
on
you when you
breaking
say
it?
that.
I
It's
thought we
your
were
call.
going to.
I am the de facto leader of this group, whether or not you've all realized that's how I'm acting yet. But
I thought we were. I didn't know we had to break into this place. I
we
thought
don't.
were going
We
to
don't.
No,
walk
we were just
in
gonna
to
walk in the front
investigate.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Investigate,
We were just going
correct?
to visit it.
Yeah.
Well, how about
But-
you're like a foreign exchange student or something?
Yeah, I'll go in disguise, and like if stuff gets hairy, I'll
Treat
jump out,
yourself
jump
green
out.
and you
Okay.
can jolt.
We'll kill
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
We will not let them take
Yeah, we can be
both of your hands.
a traveling group
Thank
from...
you.
You're terrible.
Thank you.
What?
We can let her take one of her hands?
That was your. I didn't say that. I said-
That's what we all heard.
It was implied.
So for the next several days, as work begins to spin up here at Trollskull Manor, there are a lot of different projects to oversee. You can continue figuring out, like, if you want to go back to the House of Inspired Hands, but you also have the repair and maintenance of this facility to really focus on as well. If that's not something you want to do, we can just you can find something to do with the Trollskull Manor. You can surrender it back to the city, give it to somebody else,
No, let's take care of it.
or if you'd like to stick with
No,
it,
go ahead,
it's gonna take some attention here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a.
We have to wait for Mert anyways.
I have
And
a.
that
I have
might be
a. I have
days.
another option. I alone could go to the House of Inspired Hands and check it
I
out.
don't know if that's exactly
Yeah.
a good idea.
No.
But
No,
it's
you're
I'm
going
under
to die a
mission.
horrible death.
Well,
but-
you have not told me what your impression of it is, and in the short amount of time that I've been here, I'm under the impression it's just some sort of church.
No,
or
I mean, it's
nightclub
just
is what
like
we thought it
it's
is.
literally just
So it's either a church or a nightclub, both of which are publicly
I
accessible.
didn't really think it was a
puppets.
nightclub.
I thought it was a nightclub.
Yeah, no, I mean it's
I
a
thought it was like
bunch
one of those cool like hipster joints, you know?
See episode 3.
Oh, right, yeah. Flashback.
It's just a bunch of nerds with like sock puppets and stuff. It's not even that cool. They're not even that cool, you guys.
Says Magpie, who's tore up about this 10 years later and not being accepted by them.
You got kicked out of a sock puppet school?
Yeah, I'm not in the sock puppet school.
Don't reveal the magic. Oh no!
It was my
It's a
hand.
polyester.
It was my hand all along.
No wonder they want to cut off your hands.
Yeah.
So some things as the next few days move on.
I like to think that we have this conversation for the next few
Yeah, we do, we do.
I
we do.
need it.
I'm imagining
Over and
that
over.
the sock puppet school and the being kicked out of sock puppet school become permanent fixtures in ongoing conversation.
What's our team name? Team Sock Puppet?
We
Oh,
start like
God.
hiding little puppets
I like
under a
how we
pillow
find-
just to razz it.
How we find something that devastates one of our team members, so we just
And we
relentlessly-
manipulate it,
And
yes.
you just hammer it.
We relentlessly make fun of her for it.
Hi, Magpie. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
I still have my hand.
Hope you survived the therapy.
Show me with the sock puppets. No.
show me on the sock puppet how your allies have mocked you.
I mean,
So-
I would say that waiting for Mert's probably priority. House of the Inspired Hands, it's been here for at least a couple years.
It'll still be here.
Probably
next week.
still be here
Yeah.
next week. We can wait on that, I suppose.
As the next few weeks travel on and your building is being repaired and upgraded, we already have our floor plan back there, so different crews are coming in to work in the different rooms. Some are working outside, and even though it's winter, they're still able to do some of the exterior work and the roofing and such. You get to know some of your guild representatives very, very well. You have Broxley Fairkettle. Broxley is from the Fellowship of Innkeepers. Male halfling. Brockling, laid back, law-abiding, mutton chops and bushy eyebrows. He oversees tavern operations. He's a great well of knowledge. He urges you to join the Fellowship of Innkeepers, to avoid further harassment. And with that, he says that there is another inn that has just opened not 2 blocks from here. That individual
Are we an inn? Or are we just a bar?
I thought we were just a bar too.
Well, it's
They would have a bar though.
yeah.
And
The innkeepers also encompasses tavern keepers.
Okay.
So it's all part and parcel. Another gentleman by the name of Emic Froon, a male human.
Rune,
Froon,
not balloon.
not Floon. Froon, Frewn.
Let's say that.
Emic is he's a generally characterized as a salty northerner. He has opened it's smaller, but he's proud of it, a pub maybe 2 blocks away from here.
Should arrange a bar crawl.
Broxley tells you that Emic really wanted to buy Troll Skull Manor
Why?
because this is the facility he wanted. It's a corner unit. It's multi-story. It has additional rooms, and the building that Emic ended up with is 1 story with a room in the basement next to the storage. So it is a downgrade from what his dream was.
I'm not one to crush dreams, guys. We should sell our house.
No, get out of here.
Where are we gonna keep the dog?
We will buy a better house that does not come with a ghost or the responsibility
I
of
like
running a
the
tavern.
ghost.
Broxley goes on to tell you that Emic is making some brave yet foolhardy decisions. Clearly, he is not trained, and yet he's attempting to fix a whole bunch of the place himself in defiance of the guidance given to him from the Carpenters Guild, the Roofers Guild, and the Plasterers Guild.
So he's an idiot as well. Good check.
He will embarrass himself in short order. And I need insight checks from everybody.
I'm insightful.
Yep.
I'm sweeping.
I
I have
rolled
no
a-
idea what you're talking
I
about.
rolled a 1.
I rolled a 14.
14,
17.
17, Magpie.
13.
So you three, you realize that when Broxley says that Emic is going to embarrass himself in short order, it generally means that the other guilds are going to make life difficult for him as he tries to go and you can kind of put together what it means. But if he goes to buy more raw materials, they're going to mark up those materials
Yeah.
for him. They'll tell him, "Oh, we're sold out." They may have like the carpenters may have racks full of the stuff that Emic is looking for. Oh, but those are earmarked for someone else. Your gut tells you, with a 14, your gut tells you that some of those materials may actually end up here, which is not going to foster any goodwill from Emic.
Alright, we're gonna crush that guy.
So, I want to have a family discussion about selling Troll Skull Manor.
No!
No,
Done.
You're the only one who wants to sell this place. We all love it here.
Let me
Broxley-
present my convincing arguments, shall we?
Broxley goes on to tell you that Emic, as if all of that wasn't enough, Emic later embarrassed himself directly when he compared the sellers, the Cellars and Plumbers Guild, which is primarily Dwarven run. He compared a member of that guild to a dwarf's beard, comparing that dwarf's beard rather to barnacles.
That's like
Your beard looks like coiled barnacles on a ship.
grade A racism right there.
That
Oh,
is,
That's
no way,
bad.
weird,
That's
huh?
bad juju right there. Yeah.
Like with
Emic's a
goblins?
real peach.
Do you really want to sit next to me for
No,
the next
no.
50 minutes, child?
Yeah. No,
I'm
it sounds like
gonna
You
die.
he's in for a world of hurt.
You have another contact, Hammond Craddock. Hammond is a male human, also a northerner. He has made it very clear that he does not like adventurers, but loves the money they bring to Waterdeep. And to his guild. His guild is the Vintner Distillers and Brewers Guild. So raw materials for any of those things, Hammond is going to be your guy. He is well dressed, fairly slight of build, has a scribe, a tiefling by the name of Ginny, Jinny.
No green teeth, right?
No, that would be Jenny.
Yeah. No green teeth, and she's not a redhead, right?
Right.
No Weasleys?
No.
Okay.
Uh,
Unexpected Harry Potter.
So the scribe Ginny wears spectacles, records notes and conversations in a small book anytime Hammond is speaking, especially
So
during
she's
business
like
meetings.
his secretary.
Pretty much. Yep. So Hammond likes to stop by in the middle of the month, inform you of new spirits that the guild has to offer, give you a list of which ones to push. Yeah,
Are we open for business yet?
you're getting ready
We're
to.
probably close.
Excellent.
You're getting close. So
Yeah.
he tells you that he's usually around in the right in the middle of the month, the end of the second 10 day, to give you the heads up on what is new and promising for next month. And you also find that he's pretty critical of anything that you still have. You didn't push it hard enough. Like years the
Oh, I
trick.
see. It's good to have someone like that in your corner.
Justin Rask from the Guild of Butchers. Justin is he's kind of hard to deal with. He's very direct, characterized as a dead-eyed, slack-jawed man, and he kills large creatures for a living.
Not brain work.
Right. Justin is sort of looks and carries himself like a thug. He has a cartload of chopped meat that he will bring by and basically allow you to come on out and select what you want. And if he feels that you're not taking enough, he will make his displeasure known and felt.
So, like, everything he just talked about in the last 5 minutes are some of the convincing arguments for us to sell Trollskull Manor.
This is what I love about Trollskull.
Yeah, someone comes with a meat cart.
Meat cart.
And harasses us if we don't give them enough money.
Well, yeah.
That's like indentured like servitude. He's forcing us to spend his money, on his meat if we don't buy it from him, and if he doesn't, then we're unable to buy meat from anywhere else. That's bullying. That's like this is like espionage.
All Justin says, like the first batch, right?
Yeah.
He wants you to like sample the stuff, so you know that he's got
First one's free.
Right. Well, it's not free. It's just 2 gold worth of stuff, whatever.
Whatever.
2 gold. It's not a ton. At the end of that, as the 2 gold is handed over, he just again, dead-eyed, he just sort of looks around at you and says, "It'd be a real shame if next time this is somebody you know." Packs up his cart.
The meat?
He says nothing else.
The meat is someone?
I look at you with a very disapproving look as
I feel like we could go to the Butcher Guild and just ask for a different representative.
Can we get a different meat cart man, please?
I mean, you could. You still have Kai on the payroll for another couple of weeks. You could work with her to address that concern if you wanted to. But that is just
as long as the meat's good.
Is it meat?
That's
good?
disgusting. Who cares if it's a people as long as it tastes good?
It's a shepherd's
We can't
pie.
tell if it's
No, you can't tell
Only
if
the
it's people.
freshest
Have you never
shepherd.
watched Hills Have Eyes? You don't know if it's the people. That's the whole bit
We're
of
not
it.
going to be able to tell if it's
I
people
can tell.
with a nice
I've
meat
been
cart
studying
guy.
culinary in my free time.
You put enough ketchup on anything and you don't know what it is.
I know, it looks like before it's been
garlic is also key.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, y'all.
Ulcoria Stone Marrow, shield
Stone
dwarf
Marrow.
from the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors.
That's a cool last name. Stone Marrow?
Stone Marrow.
That's a cool one. Bonus points to whoever thought that one up.
So Ulcoria says here, has defended Waterdeep with her magic more times than she can recall. She is known affectionately as the Gargoyle because her face is frozen in a scowl that frightens adults and terrifies children.
I like this one.
Yeah, she's definitely the coolest.
She's not going to force us to eat our friends.
Yup. She travels with a shield guardian.
That's intense.
Yeah. Why is she coming to our place?
She comes to you, and she asks for a drink.
Yeah, we provide her with our nicest thing that we have.
This?
Sure.
Yeah, we show her
We
our...
have 4 of these.
She says that places like this, sometimes they need protection.
Right,
Sometimes
if
things happen in and around the city, or your patrons get carried away, or, gods forbid, adventurers get a little rowdy coming back from Undermountain, or wherever they've been. I can help you with that.
Can you train her to be a door bouncer?
It's not how I operate. All of my enchantments, on the other hand, can keep this place safe for you. If you wish, I can hook you up with glyphs of warding.
How do those work? For those of us who are not skilled in the arcane arts.
We can work together for triggering and triggering sequences and have specific events. Basically, you can use it as sort of like a contingency style thing. Like when X happens, the glyph activates and Y effect occurs.
Does the Yawning Portal have warding glyphs?
Oh, she says that the Yawning Portal has many, many protections.
Oh,
A few of my glyphs are there, but they have others.
Oh yeah, well they do. We should do it.
Okay, great. That'll be 300 gold each.
Cool.
We
Boop, 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 boop.
Should we look in this fancy
I
book?
assume
don't
we're,
have-
like, rich by now.
We have no money. This place is not opened up yet. All the funds that we have are the little funds that we've gained leveling
So
up.
she says,
I'll give her
And the
my
funds
money.
she
that
says this is
Volo
something
has
that
put
she
into this.
strongly recommends you keep in mind. Once you have a little coin.
Do we have enough money for like some?
No, you.
Fully
I would also
believe
like
This
to
is
point
not a
out-
necessary like get the doors open thing.
Well,
Like,
it's not gonna
I would like to point out that the yawning portal actually had a troll come up through the middle of its well, despite having many protections.
That's
Yeah.
because they didn't put the protections there. That they weren't glyph warding for if a troll comes out of the portal, massacre it. It's if someone breaks down the front door after hours, they take explosion face damage.
and that would be one such thing. Yeah, you want to protect your investment.
Right.
It's not if somebody says like I don't like color orange.
Something to think about.
I
later.
think we should do it.
We don't have the gold.
So she says that she charges the bargain basement price of 300 gold per casting of the spell for her services, and she can be found. Like she'll be back through. She likes what you're starting to do with the place. She looks around. She's down on the first floor, sitting in the tap room.
Could we do a product trade with her?
She's not interested in product.
No.
Good effort.
Yeah. You can always try to sell them with beer.
It's true. So what this means for you guys, you have opened up a new downtime activity.
Ooh.
So as we go through, there's a couple of weeks of all of this being built up. This downtime activity is because of the fact that the tavern is now up and running. So you have a functioning tavern. Picklewitz's Pints.
Where is he, by the way?
Drinking in the basement like he always is.
Right.
Sampling the wares, he calls it.
Make sure everything's up to quality.
Mm.
So you get the running a business downtime activity. It's normally found in the Dungeon Master's Guide. If it's something we want to try, I can bring out the rules for it. The tavern is up and going, so we don't need to worry about the initial opening expenses. If you wish to use the downtime activity, everyone, because you're all involved in running the business, everyone chips in 10 downtime days a person. There's a 50 gold maintenance and wages thing, unless you guys are running your tavern, which would prevent you from being adventurers. You would have to hire other people. The 50 gold per 10 day covers wages, covers general maintenance, and 10 gold for all other guild expenses. The Launderers Guild, the Masons Guild, the Sellers and Plumbers Guild, the nickel and dime stuff, right? So 10 downtime days a person and a sum total investment of 60 gold. We consult the running a business table, and all sorts of stuff can happen.
Yeah.
So you guys all have
that sounds
copies
awesome.
of Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you a lot more options. Check it out, look through, and chat amongst yourselves, see if there's something you want to do there. So we don't have to do it right here, but it's something to work in as desire allows. Spending downtime days is basically another meta activity, right? It doesn't really have to signify the passage of straight game time. I'm not worried about that sort of maintenance and resource for the campaign.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, if you have access to a DMG, you can look at the basic downtime activity there, but Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping is a huge expansion to that thing. So I encourage you, look at it. Like, we've got pages and pages and pages of all sorts of extra stuff, and it could be celebrations and birthday parties or awful things that happen, and it's a way for your characters to make yourselves more upstanding members of the community, to generate money. If you roll poorly, you might lose money. Because sometimes business takes a bit of a dip.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things in there that can be
Not a
story
Picklewitz's Pints, it doesn't.
we're never slow at
It's all
Pints.
boom.
So how's that all sound?
Good.
Sounds awesome.
So you have some guild contacts.
Mhm.
You know that there is a neighboring inn that is not very happy with you
I'm sure that'll have nothing
because he's
to
in a
do
much
with the story
smaller facility
whatsoever.
after being refused the ability to purchase your current one.
He's displacing his own
Entitled
inheritance.
much? Yeah. What do you mean that building that's not for sale is not for sale? This is awful. Everything sucks. Everyone hates me.
And that was, that's sort of where he's coming from. Even though it technically wasn't for sale, it had sat abandoned and boarded up and was an eyesore for so long.
Well, that's the beauty of ownership, man. I can do whatever I want with it once it's mine. I can let it sit there and rot. Which I almost want to do just to spite this guy now.
Terrible.
That's my vote. Let the place rot.
Yes. That said, you have earned
Da 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 da. Are we done?
broadsheet.
Another newspaper.
Oh,
Oh,
another.
the morning paper.
Oh, thank God. It's arrived. Days late, weeks late.
Sorry, I don't have enough of these actual printed things for every day that passes.
Well, that's your mistake, isn't
I'm-
it?
I'm a
But I want them
terrible
printed with like
demon.
our faces, like
We just went
heroes,
through
save the
14
day.
days.
This is the worst.
Yeah, once
press.
every 14 days, news is given to the city.
Body found in chimney.
Ho ho ho.
There's still some missions on here we haven't done yet too.
Singing
They're not
sword.
missions.
Yeah, they are.
They're not missions. It's a newspaper.
Well, there's still some things.
Oh, I thought
of
that was a
intrigue
severed
on
hand
this.
from the tablet. It's not. It's a glove. Looks good though.
Did he ever show up?
Mert?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mert never showed up?
Oh god, no.
Did his things show up? What are we gonna do with this tablet?
Yeah, so the three of you that have decided that you would like to join the Harpers, are you taking the mechanical background? Are you changing your background feature to be faction agents?
Do I get to meta ask if I take that? Will he take this stupid tablet from me? Or is that like a?
You're not sure.
I'm
What
not
it what
sure.
it does mean is that you'll get a pin if you take the background feature.
IRL or in game?
They're $20 a shot. I don't know.
I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna think
Yeah,
about
do we
it.
have to answer right now? Just because I'm not gonna
Before
show-
next
Several
session?
weeks are passing here, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get communication back and forth. Mert himself won't show up, but other people who claim to be friendly with Harpers and friendly agents of Mert's will be here. None of them mention anything about the tablet, but they do ask like, "Oh, I see. I hear you've had a conversation with Mert about maybe joining us and helping out the city. Yeah."
Maybe if Mert
And-
respected us enough to show up when we
I
asked him
definitely
to
want
show up.
to. I definitely want to join it. I just don't know if I want to join it from a mechanical standpoint.
So I wanted to join it and I was all in, and then he didn't show up, and I'm miffed. I am very offended that he here, I have a magical arcane item for you for free. He doesn't care.
I thought this said
Yeah, it doesn't
tacos,
care.
food for you.
So I'm sort of like, well, if you don't care, that's the only impression of the Harpers Marcellus has. So I now assume it's a bunch of like stuck up, arrogant people that don't care enough to show up when you give them free things. So I'm very offended, personally. Marcellus
Yeah,
says.
that's how I'm doing. I'm like,
You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
thanks.
dude, I'm offended for you.
Yeah, yeah. And you're like, but I'm still gonna join because I don't know what you're actually talking about. I'm reading the newspaper. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, bud?
Oh, there's some stuff with the yawning portal going down.
I mean, I don't want to join it mechanically. I just don't. I'm my own person. I beat to the sound of my own drum and get everybody in trouble every time I do it.
Maybe we should get you a new drum then.
Yeah, no, eventually.
I mean,
But
you
like
have
this
the tiny
one.
pink drum.
Yeah, which I need to figure out how to make.
Put this out there.
Yeah.
So,
Want to see it?
Agnes,
Yes.
as the several weeks have gone by, the rest of your allies are pretty involved in some aspect of getting the bar back up, or
Yes.
learning advanced wrestling techniques so they can be better bouncers.
Yes.
All grapple all
I
the
like
time.
learning.
That's the name of the training school down the road.
I'll grapple all the time.
Yes. You have spent more time going over the code book from your grandmother.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, we should have gone to see her before her 2 weeks was
We
up.
totally forgot about your
No,
grandma.
it's okay.
Okay.
I wanted to prepare myself before.
Oh, okay. So
There's
she's
no-
like taking like a mental
yeah.
Sabbath. Or
I do
something.
want to go before her house arrest is over.
Done.
though.
It's already over.
You've been here tied up with
Oh,
getting the
she's-
building back up and moving,
Knowing Grandma, she's gone.
But you
and
know she's alive.
and the more time you spent with the book, the more you realize that going to visit her may not be a wise decision.
What?
So there are other pseudonyms, other
Mhm.
false names and identities that she has listed in there, sort of that can be decoded from some of the passages. The first one that you recall was the one that you encountered earlier, which was
Maris.
Maris.
Just Maris.
Yep. And other names are in there as well, and we can work out those specifics later.
Okay.
But you find that she's detailed, not super clear, but she's detailed out some of the things that she's done and been involved with here in the city. She's talked about the time that she's spent with the Zentarum and the Black Network, as she refers to it.
Mhm.
The time that she spent as a Harper agent prior to joining the Zentarum.
Oh, so she switched.
That's what
Right.
Zens do.
Nice.
That she spent a lot of time with a wizard by the name of Manchun.
Manchun?
Yes,
Sounds familiar.
should.
Wait, there was something that does really sound familiar, guys. Help me.
Nope, I'm leaving you hanging. You want to run the Troll Skull Manor?
Is basically describing what she finds so interesting, so intriguing about Manchun and the hundreds of years of history that this man brings to Waterdeep.
Is he one of the? He's not one of the lords. Is he?
We have not met Manchun yet.
He was mentioned
No.
at the bottom of the wanted poster.
He
Oh,
was
right.
mentioned at the bottom of
That's
the
where I
wanted
heard it.
poster. That's all the experience of Manchun that this
All right.
party
Well, we should.
possesses.
I mean,
I'm saying that like that.
Manchun is the Black Network, is what this book is telling you.
Is
And
that
these passages go on to describe how she had gained his trust and had been focused on becoming essentially Manchun's lieutenant.
no. She's just confused.
There, and this takes you several weeks to get through because a lot of this is coded and it's
Right.
all wordplay. Sometimes you read a passage at the end that redefines a passage from the beginning of the journal. So even getting through it, sometimes you realize like you essentially have to read it forwards and then backwards to get the full
All right.
impact.
I still think we should go to that house.
There are still some passages that are just straight out gibberish that you don't quite yet understand.
Okay.
What are you thinking, friend?
So I've been reading the journal, and I think we should scope out the house that she was under arrest in. I don't know if it's a good idea if we let people know that we're scoping out the house.
So you want to sneak?
I doubt she's still there. It seems like she would get out of there pretty quickly.
This is something you want us all to come help you with?
Well, I don't know if I want to do it alone.
Well, that's why I'm asking. This is a very personal matter.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be. I can break in and
We
try to
learned
like maybe
from
find
Magpie.
some clues of where what she's involved in or where she's going. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to lose track of where
Think
she
about what
is.
house arrest is.
Mhm.
It's generally you are under arrest in your own home.
Right. And that house arrest would be over by now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
so
you
we
want,
could just go visit.
if you
You
want to
could.
like swing
We
by and like
could.
nonchalantly
I think
walk by out front, we can do
There's
that.
so there is a time where I want to confront my grandmother for abandoning our family.
Jerry,
I don't know if I want to do it. Like I want to scout it out first
Okay,
and see
Sure.
what we're dealing with.
I believe in you.
All right. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna go head to that house.
Okay.
Backward.
Should we disguise you first?
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Can we all be
Mustache?
disguised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just
Yeah.
all be disguised?
We all
for-
wear mustaches.
We all put sunglasses and
Just
mustaches on.
gigantic, like white
Yeah.
handlebar mustaches.
Well, she knows Otter too. Does he need one?
Yeah, she would know Otter.
Otter gets 2 mustaches.
It's like 20 years ago. I
I'm
was
telling
like
you.
4 years
Instead
old.
of a
I'm telling
mustache,
you,
Otter
she's
gets
gonna
big
remember
eyebrows
you.
with the mustache pieces.
All right, I
You're
will
not
dress up
exactly-
in costume.
You're pretty much just a massive version of what you were as a child. There's no way she's gonna look at you and go, "That's not Otter."
Still has a very childlike countenance. He's
Yeah.
just now 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, right.
That's a huge baby.
You even dress the same still.
Mm-hmm.
we go to Grandma's house over the river through the woods.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Over the canal and through the streets.
And the entire time, I'm looking for people that want to buy an inn.
Discreetly
Or a
on the
necrotic
fly.
tablet
Hey, I
that we
got this
still
tablet
can't
for
get rid
sale.
of.
Yeah, should we drop off this necrotic tablet?
No,
Oh man.
you
this
guys
is
don't.
such
You
bad
guys
luck.
don't want to sell the tavern. I'm keeping the tablet.
That's
That
fine.
seems smart.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
carry it with me everywhere I go.
Mhm.
I stroke it and talk to myself
Is like
sometimes.
just the bones
My
of the hand still
precious.
attached?
What's that?
Or like just the bones of the hand just still
Oh
attached?
yeah, and it stinks.
Yeah, because she's been like slowly like taking pieces of flesh
Oh.
out.
I
of
haven't
it.
gotten all the flesh off this thing yet.
No, some of it is embedded in pockets in the stone.
So I'm gonna tell you that like
I carry
you wanna
around a
be, like,
vial
this
of
cool
perfume.
hypnoble.
You used to care so much about your appearance. Look what has become of you.
I'm like
Her
disheveled. My
appearance
hair's like I'm like.
Stroking the tablet.
I almost want to like RP multi-class into wizard and take necromancer to go with this.
Sure.
I'm considering it. We'll see what happens next session.
All right, we're going at nighttime, right? Because this is a
That's up to
break-in.
you.
We're
This
full
is
on.
your-
No,
I mean, I feel like if we're going to the dock ward, nighttime doesn't matter to these people either. They're
This is a-
types of people
alright,
that stay up
so-
in the middle of the night and drink.
Look, we have to go in the dark because it's cooler that way.
we're breaking into this
That's a good
house.
point.
Do you
It
wanna
is
break
a
into
good
the house
point.
Are
during
we
the day,
breaking
or-
in?
Yeah,
I
we're
thought we were
breaking
just
in.
looking.
I thought we were just like,
Same.
yeah. We all show up like in our disguises, and you're like, all right, break the windows, and we're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
We're not
Not what we discussed.
taking it by force. All right, don't worry. I will reveal the plan as the plan unfolds.
Great.
My only question is.
All right, Agnes, the floor is yours.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
What do you want it to be?
I think nighttime is cooler.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
All right.
So yeah, have at
All
it.
right. So
what
are we
could go
doing?
wrong?
tell me as we sneak up to this house. Tell me what we're looking at.
So it's a middle-income home over on the northern side of the dock ward. So it's actually up by the trades ward, south of Castle, south of City of the Dead. Not really on the water, but lower middle income.
Are the lights on?
There are some candles that were lit inside.
Yeah, but there were lights on at Mert's house too.
It's true.
I want to sneak up to the window and look in through the bottom window.
Yeah, there are books and piles of stuff all over the place. Doesn't look disheveled. It just looks like somebody has a lot of stuff.
Okay. What do you guys think? I'm thinking
A
like
hoarder.
Boxes of things. Not
Well,
quite
she's
a hoarder.
She's a grandma, so I mean, regardless of everything else, she's still a grandmother.
It's just Danish biscuit tins
Yeah.
like stacked to the ceiling.
Right,
Like,
all
she's-
full of sewing
She'll
supplies.
murder you, but she'll still offer you tea first.
Take tea.
And if she's a famous rogue, I think breaking into her home is not a great idea.
I don't know how else to get information.
We could just hang out and keep an eye on it.
What do you
We
guys
did.
want to do?
You want to spy on the rogue instead?
Yes.
I really love the idea of Magpie dressing up like a Girl Scout and knocking on the door to sell cookies.
I got cookies.
That's my input.
I have dog biscuits.
Can we
You
do
can
that?
sell them.
Because I really would do that.
Yeah.
I want to climb up. Yeah, sure. I want to climb up
Gnomes are
and
small.
looking through one of those top
Gnomes.
windows.
Okay.
Any people?
Nothing. Just open, empty rooms.
All right. So I
Did
climb
anybody
back
answer
down.
when I knocked on the door?
I think it's empty, guys.
Empty?
Empty.
All right, you're gonna do the girl cookie thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl
I'm
cookie.
gonna just hide in the shadows.
Yeah. So I go up to the door.
I am
knock on.
nonchalantly standing 3
Nobody
feet away
answers.
from
Nobody
Magpie.
answers.
No one answers?
Nobody.
Nobody's here, guys.
No one wants cookies?
I think we should see what we can find inside.
No.
That may be clues.
I don't think we should.
I want to.
Why do you think that's not a good idea?
Okay.
Not like to open it. I just want to see if it's locked. Like the door. The front door.
Yeah, the handle doesn't turn.
I nonchalantly put my hand back.
Hmm.
I pull the hand from the tablet out and try to turn. No.
Maybe it's fingerprint active.
yeah, that's what my. Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly what I was thinking.
Agnes,
Totally.
You do what you want, but
How
I
else
don't
are we gonna
think
find
breaking-
answers?
we could wait to see if she returns. What? It's nighttime.
yeah.
Oh, she's not home now. When do you think? Like, I'm willing to
We've
wait
been here
later.
20 minutes. We
I
can
don't know.
wait
Is there a
couple
rule
hours.
about this or something?
Yeah.
But this is the time for the rules to be broken. This is what we've been waiting for, guys.
I think that we should just break in and go in, and if something happens, you go, oh, like granddaughter, like grandmother, LOL. And if she kills us, then we die.
That's a good point.
Live and let
We have
live.
a- we
Live in the moment. Open the
As
door.
long as you're willing to confront her if you meet her.
I'll confront her if we meet her.
All right.
All right, I want to try to go through the window instead of the door.
I don't want to climb through the window.
Okay, fine.
it
I
freezing?
pock lip.
No,
I
it's part of a
lockpick.
series of row houses.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus,
lock-
it's less. It's
Sarah
much
behind
less
her.
roguey to break the front
If you
door
walk
than
all
a
the way
window, so
around
maybe
the
there's a
block
less
into the
chance that the
backside,
front
sure.
door is trapped.
Yeah, I'm really worried the front door is trapped.
Why don't we try the back door?
Is there a
That's
back
way
door?
too smart.
And you could walk all the way around the row of houses.
Okay.
and
I want to
back,
see
sure.
if the door is trapped.
Sure.
Is that an investigation or an insight?
That would be investigation.
8.
There is no way this door could ever be trapped.
Good news, guys.
What?
There's no traps on this door.
Perfectly
Excellent.
safe.
All right, I'm gonna try to lock pick this
Cock
door.
Okay,
Open.
so you like kneel down, get a good
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at it.
I definitely scouted out to make sure the city watch isn't anywhere near me.
Is it cold?
Fair enough.
Oh,
It is still.
It's
Yeah.
so it's really cold. I want to say that before I say this roll. So it's really cold, and that's sleight of hand, right? So
Mhm.
an 8.
So that is not going to disturb the lock. You are reasonably certain. As you are fiddling around with it, the center of the doorknob has a design on it. You realize that you've seen this design before. It's in your journal.
Oh, guys, I've seen this design before.
Is it in your
I'm
journal?
sure it's great. It's in my journal, and I'm sure it's great news. What is the design?
It looks sort of like a mix between both the Zentarum and the Harper emblems.
So like a winged serpent inside of a crescent moon.
Yeah, kind of.
That's weird.
She says Zentarper.
A Zarper. But yeah, you've seen this emblem before. There are sketches all throughout the journal, and most of them are sort of nonsensical. But you've seen this particular one that is on the doorknob.
Okay.
We could try the back door.
We could try the back door. Wait, do you guys want to keep going?
We could try the front door again.
Oh, I just blew my lock.
I definitely. As
You
we're
want to try it?
as
I give you the tools.
No, I'll try
Were you
it.
opening the journal and going into it, or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I assumed yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would look up to make sure that it was the same symbol.
While she's
Yeah,
doing
so
that,
you're
can
looking
I
at
get
it,
your thieves'
and,
tools?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. Can I try to do it? I'm bad at this, and I want to do it because I'm bad at it.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm gonna look at the journal.
Do I actually have like
Let's
a
resolve the
pretend?
roll and-
Yeah.
not like an actual thieves' tool roll, right? Just what do you want? Investigation? Sleight of hand?
Well, it'd be sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That's a natural 20.
Nice. It's still locked.
That cocky laugh was because the door was supposed to be open. Yeah.
You just blew that.
I would
right
like
up.
to try sleight of hand.
So as you look at the page and you look at the symbol, there's in the outer rim of the harp, the stylized harp emblem, you realize that it's not a line; it's just very fine printing.
Oh, what does it say?
Kind of squint and look at it, bring
Yeah.
it right up in front of your face, and it says that family is the key.
This is like some Moria stuff. Speak
Pour your
friendship
blood
and
on it.
enter.
Put my blood on it?
Yeah.
Family is the key.
All
You
right.
are the key.
Oh, I take
Stick
my
your finger in it.
Physically
Ew.
insert
Stick your
yourself
finger in it.
into the door lock.
So, is it just like a knob that just has this on it?
The
Like
the
it's not
knob
like there's
has
not a
that
hole,
emblem.
right?
What's that?
There's not like a hole anywhere, like an obvious hole on the doorknob.
There's a keyhole.
All right. Well, no, that's a stupid way to do it. I don't
That's
know
a great way to do it. It's cinematic. Just
I
do
don't
it.
know why anyone does it that way. So I will.
Actually, now that you think, what do you like? You can't use
I
that
don't
hand
need my
now. That
pinky notch.
hurts, right?
I will prick my pinky finger,
That's so boring.
and I
Marcellus
will-
is like slicing his hand. Like, let's go.
and I will smush that pinky finger into the keyhole.
Okay. So you get a couple of little drops of blood.
Yeah.
You get it at the end of the doorknob, and as that happens, the emblem on the doorknob sort of begins to glow. It's got a little soft radiance to it, and you hear a click.
Wow.
You're welcome. That was my natural 20.
Good
I
job.
funneled your blood out of your body to do
All right,
that.
let's open it. I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Sure.
enter.
Yeah. Walk right in.
Yeah.
You get to lead. This is your shebang.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk in.
Yeah. I'll even try to like not talk as much this part because this is your shebang.
this
This is a Jesse challenge. Challenge starts now.
So I walk in. See anything?
There are sheafs of paper and stacks of books, boxes. You see all sorts of different clothing.
Okay.
That said, you realize that the candles, they're not actually letting off any heat. They're enchanted, so ever burning,
Well, that's cool.
continual light style.
I'm sure she would want me to have one of these.
You say as you put 6 in your bag.
But taking a look around the house, it looks like that it appears that nobody has been here for quite some time. The
snap.
kitchen.
Such a good rogue. You mean she left
When-
after house arrest?
when you look in the kitchen area, there are boxes that used to, like small boxes that used to contain food, but it looks like they never were full of anything.
No, she just made it seem like she was under house arrest.
You have like a bowl where from a distance you look at it, it's fruit. You get close, and it's just carefully arranged little balls of yarn and.
I run out of the house because I'm now under the impression this is a nuclear test site and we're about to get blown to pieces. Are you kidding me right now?
Let's split up.
And search
In
the house.
the
Search the
nuclear
house.
bomb house.
Done.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna split up and search the house. I'm gonna go upstairs.
All right,
Into
Freddie, where are we going?
Wherever her bedroom may have been.
Basement.
Oh, I found the journal
Mhm.
in a
Chest, right?
brick
Oh.
that was loose in her old bedroom's fireplace.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go search that area.
Why
to
do
see
we
if she
need to
left-
split up? Can we not
Well, 'cause
stay
we don't-
together? There is no reason for the 5 of us.
No reason for
to
us to all
separate.
search
You're
the same
100%
spot.
correct, Otter, as I split the party.
I want to go and see in the same place that I had found the journal that she had left behind, if there was any other thing that she maybe hid in a similar spot.
You've been in this house before?
No, but in my old family home,
Okay,
that's where I found the journal originally.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you're gonna look at the just how the bricks are set around the fireplace.
Yeah, and just
Okay.
her bedroom. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna search her bedroom.
Okay. Otter,
I'm staying
you're with her.
Yep.
Okay. Marcellus.
I'm lounging in the living room.
Okay. Magpie.
Basement.
Basement, and Astrid.
Last time she went in the basement alone, she got stuck.
It's true.
So I'm gonna go with her.
Poltergeist locked her in. Okay, so
I would like to also
Yeah.
point out that where I'm sitting is definitely in view of a window that someone could see in and see that I'm sitting in here, but I have not realized that.
Got good sneak.
okay.
That's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. It's good sneak.
Okay, gotcha. So you two, as you go into the basement, when you look down the staircase that leads down there, you can see some discarded clothes, maybe a box. But once you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's nothing else. It is a bare, open room.
This is creepy.
It was just from point of view, from where you were. Like, if you were to just look down the stairs, it would look like it has normal signs of life. But actually getting down there,
Nothing.
nothing.
This is interesting. Okay.
Sitting in the living room,
Hi.
there it is. Sitting in the living room.
I was like, living
Lost
room.
in
That's me.
thought.
I'm living room.
as you are lost in thought,
Yeah.
you sort of
I'm
scan
posing
around.
like one of your French girls. What's up?
You just sort of scan around and look at the environment and make me an insight check.
That
You're on
is,
fire.
yeah, I am all of a sudden when it matters. Unnatural 20.
Nice. What you realize is if people look in through the window,
Yep.
they see those piles of things, right?
Okay.
But sitting here, looking from the inside of the house out, those piles aren't really piles of stuff. They are sort of like half stacks that are just propped up on the opposite side.
It's a big show.
It looks like set design. Looks like set pieces.
It looks like a nuclear test house. Yeah, I'm freaking out a little bit. Marcellus has not quite realized what a nuclear bomb is, but I mean, I'll sort of like take this in and like from the couch, guys, think there's something weird going on here. And that's it. That's literally how much I care to like inform the party of what's going on. Because I'm still under
We
the
still have
impression
the
that.
stones, right?
What are you talking
Oh
about?
right, yeah. All of a sudden, oh yeah. God no. And guys, this is all like a big setup. This is a big old fake house. When you guys are done looking around, I'd really like to leave because I'm uncomfortable and also the heat's not on. Over. And then
You're right. The heat isn't on.
yeah.
You two, as you are investigating the what should be the bedroom, you immediately, Agnes, like you walk in and you recognize the set pieces for what they are. It's just a ruse, right?
Right.
Anyone looking in would think that this looks normal, but really it's just fluff. The fireplace, there are indeed a couple of loose bricks, the same ones from the chimney design from where you found the other journal. Tucked away inside here is just one folded piece of parchment.
Yeah.
There's something written in a language that you don't understand. And there is a small sketch, which I can actually do up for you.
This is what the paper says, right?
I hope so.
I really hope he's over there writing "run" in like Elvish or something. In reality, it's like "kill the tiefling."
Why would she set up this ruse?
Well,
Was she not here for
So-
house
No,
arrest?
she clearly wasn't here for the house arrest. They just made it seem like she was.
What this is going to look like, I'm actually going to come around behind
She's
everybody.
gonna rip that out of your
Ooh,
book.
you get a visit from the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, way down
I
here.
didn't have the
in the
sketch
middle.
beforehand. It has the same shape as one of the coins,
Oh, but it's got that.
and there are 3 dots
Yeah.
down the center and one long oval going all the way around.
So she really likes bread.
It could be bread,
It looks. Oh, a character would
but
not
it
be
has
able
the
to
same
compare.
size and shape as one of those coins. Like it has been traced,
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
the extra
That's
the
on-
extra bits were
That's
added.
on a piece of paper.
That is on that folded parchment in that that script that you don't know what language
Okay,
is.
I'm gonna take that, and then behind, I'm going to in the dust of that space.
Mhm.
I'm gonna write an A and then take a copper piece.
Okay.
And leave the copper piece on top of it.
Sure.
That's saucy. I like
And
that.
then I'm gonna put the brick back.
Okay.
And come downstairs and I'm like, all right, guys, I think we found all that we're gonna find. This place is clearly fake. I don't think anyone's been in here for anything. This is just a ruse.
I take out my sending stone and I like shake it. I go, does this thing have like a delay on it? Because I said that like 5 minutes ago.
Good observations. Yeah,
Okay.
let's get out of here. I'll keep researching this paper, see where the next clue leads us. But thank you. So thanks for being here for me, guys.
We can still see
Group hug.
out.
Group hug.
Group
Yeah,
hug.
you can still see out the window.
Group hug.
Is there anything outside?
Let's not get
The,
seen.
the occasional passerby.
I just want to make sure we're not going to walk out and be like, "Hey, Sea Watch."
Right.
So,
Yeah, let's sneak
Oh,
out.
come
Let's
back to the
sneak
scene
out.
of the crime.
Do we... I want to roll an investigation check. Actually, I don't. I want to flip... Is there a door mat on the way out? Like a...
Sure.
I flip it. Is there anything under it?
Nope.
I'm looking for a key to the house.
You
I
don't
can
see
put my
one.
blood back in the
Family
lock.
is the key.
Do I feel like now that her blood has touched the keyhole that if like a regular key that actually worked for this lock was to do it, if the door would unlock?
You're
Just
guessing
needs
that
some
there's some
blood.
kind of arcane goofiness going on here, and that all bets are off.
I'll give you a gold
You know,
piece
this-
for a vial of your blood.
We can do that at home. But yeah, I'll totally sell my blood for gold.
Okay, I'm gonna buy. So my, okay, well, no, I'm not gonna reveal my plot. Thank you, Agnes, for your
This could be
contribution
a
to
good-
your friendly neighborhood tieflings plans.
This could be a good place to hide stuff if we ever need to hide stuff.
It could be.
It could be, yeah.
Just to keep in mind.
Always keep your treasure
You should totally
in,
forget
in
this
another
place
rogue's
exists.
home.
Yeah.
Actually.
As we
let,
leave,
let me,
I'll
well, actually, let me
relock
understand
it.
here. Marcellus, did you walk out before everybody, or
are you beaten?
I mean,
Yes.
I'm sitting here. If you guys come out and you're like, "Hey, da 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 da," what Marcellus just said, I'm gonna be like, "Well, thanks, guys." And then yeah, I'd kind of like get up and like saunter, flip the mat on my way out,
okay?
and like saunter, out the front
Okay,
door.
but everyone's going out with you. Is that
I'm moving. I'm assuming that everyone's going to follow, so I'm
Yeah.
moving to like start that train out.
We're following, but I assume
You guys are
they're
still,
all behind.
but you guys have
We're
heard
still
us
moving up from the
kinking on
basement.
the
Oh,
the thing.
Sure.
So
I would wait for you guys to get out of the basement.
we lock them in the basement.
I pretend to lock her in the basement.
because
I'm
one
like,
good
oh,
turn
it's a
deserves another?
ghost.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we go, it puts the lotion on its skin.
Oh.
It's the house again.
So okay, yeah, you've scouted around the house. You've looked at some stuff. You found a message.
Do you share
Yeah.
that message with us?
I just tell you guys that I found a message, but it'll take me a while to decipher.
Can you tell it's a language, or do you just think it's another
It,
code?
it looks like some
It's-
kind of written language.
Okay.
What languages do we speak around the table?
Whatever language is written on the note.
Dwarvish, giant, common.
Common, undercommon, and thieves can't.
Da-da-da, common, infernal, and undercommon.
Okay.
I know. Hold on.
the languages section. Common, goblin,
Okay.
Common, gnomish, and undercommon.
Okay. There are some elements of infernal. A few infernal characters, but not enough to decipher what's actually here.
Okay.
What do I get anything from those? Nothing. Okay.
No.
I go, that's some bad juju right there, buddy.
The
So what is the
lettering
book?
looks like it's an old dead language, sort of like how we can look around and be like, that looks that looks Greek, or you know,
Like Sanskrit or something.
yeah, that looks like it's Latin. You know, we can understand like what it is, even though we can't really read it.
Mhm.
You're reasonably certain that it's an old dead language.
Is there like a
Alright.
But having it mixed with
Library
infernal
guild.
runes, you're not quite sure what all that.
Yeah, that's weird.
is there like a
I think we should
library
go.
guild or something around here?
There,
Or like a
are
city
libraries.
library?
There are spellcasting services that can be purchased. In fact, there's a magic shop not far from Trollskull Manor, or Pickowitz's Pints, as it may be known now.
Picklewitz's pints. Well, my thought is
Um,
we could take it to like I think like a librarian might be able to help us.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, I really enjoy the thought of a cutscene of us going to this big dusty library to get this like archaic person to like
Yeah.
translate it. Yeah, exactly.
what if
I
the
need
note-
that scene.
Yeah.
So,
what if the note's like a murder confession?
well, then
That's
we'll
not-
just kill
We
them.
don't want a library to see
So-
that.
Getting here and searching through the house, even though like what we determined is that it looks like it's set up as a deceptive interface, right? That's still taking a good chunk of the night to make sure you've gone through and combed
Yeah.
through all the little nooks and crannies and stuff.
Somebody's got to feed the
Okay.
dog. We gotta go home and
Yeah,
feed the dog.
let's head back.
Yeah.
Lift at the dog.
I lock the door again
Oh.
before we leave. We're
Okay.
good.
As soon as you take your hand off the knob, you hear the clicking.
Oh, cool, perfect. Yeah. So
Someone
I
else
say the
can-
same thing. I go, oh, cool, perfect.
Right? And someone
Yeah.
else can test it. It seems like it's already
Alright.
locked.
Yeah, let's get out of here before anyone sees us.
As you walk away, the candles that you had taken from inside, the light on them just flickers and goes out.
Wow.
You take a step back and they light back up.
The Wi-Fi signal does not extend this far.
All right. I run back, throw the candles back in the room.
Okay.
Lock
Pick
the
your
door
finger
again.
again. She's like, pick her finger. She's like, I want to do this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
I'll leave him behind.
Go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go home.
So, yeah, it's been most of the night. The sun is already starting to come back up. You head back up through North Ward, and you see City Watch patrols out and about. I do need another. I need another volunteer.
I'll do it.
Okay, because we're gonna check the weather.
Just so we're all clear, if nobody else wants to volunteer, I always volunteer. I'm just trying to
I'm
not.
trying to restrain yourself.
Yes, I'm trying to not
So,
do the
go
better.
ahead and roll
Always
20.
me.
I will always put
Okay.
myself in danger.
It is just it's just cold. There's no more like sleet. It's not thunder snow or anything like that.
Thunder snow. That would be the best day ever.
But it's cold. The air is still. Everything is crisp and calm. You make your way back up through Northward, and you see the city sort of coming back to life for the day. Like vendors are starting to get up and out. There are already kids outside in the street playing. You turn the corner to Troll Skull Alley. You get maybe 2 storefronts down, and that happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
No.
A
Explosion!
building not far from where you're all standing.
Probably the place where the guy was doing
It's
his
not
hands.
our. It's not our
Oh
place,
no, it's probably that bar that
No.
was really stupid and didn't pay the
is
guilds.
it? It's
Guys, make sure we always pay the guilds.
That looks awesome. Oh my god, there's people on fire in this
So
photo.
as we are passing this image around, little box stocks for everybody.
Someone threw
Windows
fireballs.
rattle
That's
as
what
the
it was, okay.
roar of an explosion fills Troll Skull Alley. Charred bodies and anguished screams fly through the air. A thick cloud of acrid smoke billows outward from the blast, which seems to have occurred right outside your door.
Right outside our door?
Oh, guys, look, another
We
reason
paid
to
all
sell.
the guild's money.
It's the building across the street from Troll Skull Manor.
Is it Emrick's?
It is not Emrick's.
Okay.
Well,
we
we crossed
haven't been
That
there.
doesn't mean it's not MX doing.
It's, residence.
Oh, somebody's house.
Yes.
Nicely done.
So
Work smarter, not harder.
exactly. That is actually where we're going to leave off for today.
Oh,
you get-
come on!
You have turned the corner onto Troll Skull Alley. You've seen this huge fireball explode from the building across the street from your tavern.
I have
Learn-
one question.
Yeah.
Is the dog okay?
He's in our house.
Last you
He's
knew,
fine.
the dog was in Troll
Just
Skull Manor.
checking.
But we will cover all of that when we come back for next week's stuff.
Oh, it's getting so good.
So, how do we feel, guys?
Good.
That was a great session. That
Okay.
might be my favorite one so far.
So, we have approximately 3 hours of dedicated progress and focused progress on this. So, you get 3 advancement checkpoints,
Da-da-da.
3 treasure checkpoints. Everyone had already leveled up to 3, so we're good there,
I wonder what the number of the day is.
right? We have some leads going on for next time. You have your tavern up and going. Maybe, if you're lucky, Mert will stop by. Of course, with the fireball ripping through the alley, we're not quite sure how that's going to work out.
Oh, he's gonna come by now.
Cool.
Obviously,
I'm
great
gonna-
timing.
I'm gonna try to actually do something with my treasure points
Yeah,
by
me too.
next session.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
gonna buy
with that,
things.
if you look at the Adventures League Player's Guide, there are some always unlocked stuff. The
Mhm.
content catalog also shows things that we've unlocked specifically for Season 8 play. Some additional items, so if you take a look there, it's just extra stuff.
And where do we find it?
In the Adventures League Player's Guide,
Okay.
or in the content catalog for the expanded list of things.
Okay.
Yep.
I have it. It says table A is like 8 treasure points.
Yeah.
It's
and
the
table A
same
is in
tables
the.
as the DMG. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, exactly. Use the DMG for that stuff.
Yep.
make sure to take a quick look through Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping if you want to get involved with some of that. Even if we don't want to use those things right away, it's good to have in the back of your mind for maybe the end of next session or something further down the road, because there's a lot of cool stuff that can happen there.
Yeah.
Even as adventure unfolds, you are business owners. You are part of this community, and there are some story elements that we're going to hit, but really the next several sessions are very much directed by how you interact with the city.
I can't wait.
So stop
I'm sure it's gonna
messing
go great.
around is what you're saying.
If you want to mess around, that's totally fine. That's
We
how
were
you
told
choose
we
to
were messing
interact.
around to the right factions.
I think
Yeah, by someone who said that they were the right factions, but everything's subjective, you know what I'm saying, eh?
our
Hey,
future
that-
can be described in 5 words: Picklewitz's Pints and Puppet School.
And let's end it there.
The House of Inspired Puppets.
Oh, no.
So, dog name. That's something we're going to have to talk to people about.
Yes.
See
Yes.
We'll look
what
over
we
the
can come up
comments.
with,
We'll
and
look over
we'll
the
take a look at
comments.
comments, but we'll also
Is that
we'll
something
put
we
out
can
some
do?
stuff over Twitter and
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, we'll do some
see
social
what's
stuff.
generated.
We'll do it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, we can do
Yep.
it on a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
We'll do
Yeah,
a
all
thing
over
and
the
post a
place.
link.
We'll figure what's up.
If
Yeah.
you want to nominate a name, it won't be hard, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
We have many options.
Right. And just because your desired entry may not be on the list doesn't mean you can't actually give it to us.
Right.
We're open. There's some good stuff out there.
Yes.
Just make sure it's legal to say on Twitch.
Yes.
According to the United States law, according to FC,
Yeah, and
the
according
FCC, and remember, kids
Our
watch this.
D&D channel.
Yeah. All right, cool. So thank you very much for joining us for this week's Fistful of Platinum. We will come back next week with the smoking aftermath of the fireball in Troll Skull Alley.
Y'all come back now here.
Y'all come back now.